it afterwards.
dare.
I'll send you a link.
4, here we go. Shush, shush, shush. 3, dos, uno. Yes, and we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Brendan Schaub with the official Comedy Store jersey on. That's a real Comedy Store hoodie. That's the real shit.
It's the real deal,
You
man.
look like a doorman.
I look like a doorman.
Yeah, I wear those shits all the time.
I love them.
Yeah, me too.
I know. I finally got one.
Dude, you'd be head of security if you were working the door. You know what I mean?
Too
Right
handsome.
away.
Dude, I would do. I'd be a doorman at the Comedy Store. Especially if they gave me spots. No, I'd 100% do that.
Shit.
Yeah, you get those 1 a.m. spots. You don't want them spots. Those spots are confidence crushers.
Oh, they make you want to quit.
Those
why am I doing this?
Those spots are good if you're Dave Chappelle. They're
Yeah.
good if you've been doing stand-up forever.
Fuck yeah, they're good if you're Dave Chappelle.
And then
he
you-
can walk into anything.
Well, the thing about that is, like, it's also good for you to be in front of a tired, small crowd. Like, a tired, small crowd is good to test out shit.
Yeah.
You know, those are good. I did a spot, an unannounced spot the other night at the Comedy Store in the OR. It was like half packed.
At what time?
But dude, everybody loves you.
It was fairly late. It was fairly late, but it was people were beaten down. It's a different animal.
Their energy's gone.
Yeah. It's different.
Late.
It's
They're
interesting.
coming after dinner,
half
drinks.
full. Different. You know, you can get fucking real used to. Like Louis C.K. used to say that. Like he likes to just show up. And even though he was really famous and everything like that when he was doing this, still is, right? But when he would show up, what he liked is that they weren't there to see him. So then he would get a more honest response to his material. You know
I
what
like
I'm
that fake shit. like when you go on, like the guys that go on, the actors that go on, like Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or whatever.
Yeah.
Like anything they say. Anything they say, the crowd is just they got that applause sign ready to go.
You know what's really hilarious when you watch those guys try to do stand up? When they get it in their head that they can't, like, come on, I can't fail. Everybody loves me.
Yeah, I was
And
crushing. I was
then
murdering.
You see him go up at the store. But I'll tell you what, man, Michael Rappaport is getting pretty fucking sporty. I saw him do a couple of minutes the other day, and he seemed like a real comic. And I know he's only been doing it for like a little bit.
He did it before, and then he got into acting. I think he tried it before, but yeah, he's Rappaport's talented.
He's getting good.
Yeah.
He's
Gift
but
the
he's.
gab
I
for
saw
sure.
him once, and he was struggling a little bit, but it could have just been the crowd. But then I saw him recently. I'm like, damn,
He's a tall motherfucker too. I never realized that. He's tall as fuck.
he is tall.
pretty tall.
Taller than
Compared to
you?
No.
No.
Like, he's a little shorter than Schaub.
6'2"?
Ooh, Andre Feely and Miles Jury. That's a good fucking fight.
Great fight.
So here we are, folks. This is a fight companion. This is ESPN's first real card. Not on ESPN Plus. This is on ESPN, which is huge for the sport. And Cain motherfucking Velasquez. My vote for the best heavyweight in the UFC ever. I think
That's fair.
the most accomplished is Stipe, for sure. I mean, it's hard. Fabricio Verdun, what a fucking record that guy has.
There's a good argument for Verdun.
He's got. There's a good argument for Verdun being one of the greatest of all time, or the greatest, because he tapped Minotauro, tapped Cain, tapped Fedor. I mean, who the fuck has tapped all those guys?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a motherfucker.
Yep.
But as far as what I've seen from like when he's in his prime, outside of all his injuries, Cain at one point in time was just a storm. And I talked to, it was really funny, man. We were backstage and I was talking to Bob Cook, and I was like, people want to try to ride that storm out, and they were laughing. Bob Cook goes, that storm never ends. Storm never ends.
With his tenacity.
Cardio is insanity. It didn't even make sense.
Remember when he beat JDS when it was JDS and
second
beat
fight
the
and the third
brakes
fight.
off of him?
Yeah.
It would have been the same.
He was on the first Fox card too.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
He lasted 26 seconds. He got knocked out. behind
JDS,
there.
but he wouldn't.
That wasn't good for business.
Who should not have been fighting. You know that.
JDS shouldn't have?
No, Cain had a really fucked up knee in that fight. Okay, first round, Miles Jury, Andre Feely, and then of course Cain's fighting the scariest motherfucker in the history of the sport. In my opinion, unless you can wrestle.
Or unless you're a cardio machine.
Well, after Stipe, Stipe kind of exposed some holes in his game, but the guy's only been fighting for a few years.
Stipe did expose them, but to Francis's credit, he fucking ate some big shots. So did Stipe, and he took it and lasted all 5 rounds. So
and he came back and had a terrible fight with Derek Lewis, but Derek Lewis is a beast, and he was very nervous. It was a bad fight, but then came back and stopped Curtis Blades.
clipped him.
And
Curtis is a motherfucker.
He is a motherfucker.
Worst fight: Derek Lewis Francis, which we thought there was gonna be fireworks, or Paul Daly MVP last night.
No.
Fuck you, man.
Didn't see that.
Fuck you, bro.
How did it go?
Paul Daly went, you know what? I'm a wrestler now.
Dude, it was crazy. It was
broke my
ridiculous.
heart.
It was ridiculous.
horrible?
It wasn't good, but it was better than Francis versus Derek
You
Lewis.
think?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, it was. There was moments of action. Yeah, there was
Paul
moments.
Daly was able to take down MVP?
Which is not good
And
for
MVP took him down.
Yeah, but it's not
It was
good.
a shit show.
It's not good for MVP. So imagine what Tyron Woodley would do to MVP. Imagine.
We don't have to worry. Well, he
Doesn't have to worry about it because he's in
Roy
Bellator.
McDonald, though.
Yeah.
He has to worry about
another
Roy
one,
McDonald.
right. But a real wrestler.
John Fitch.
But with John Fitch, though, he's got to be able to grab a hold of him. The thing about Paul Daly is he fucking threatens the shit out of you with that power. He's got the scariest left hand in the sport.
Best left hand in the sport, yeah.
100%. He scares the shit out of you with that power. You got to mind your P's and Q's. But what I like about Paige is that I've always said that one day we're going to see a guy who's a point fighter who learns how to do other shit. Because those guys are impossible to hit. Because their whole thing is lunging in and lunging out.
Wonder Boy a little bit, right?
Wonder Boy a little bit, but he was more of a kickboxer than a point fighter.
Not so much a point
phenomenal kickboxer.
Phenomenal.
But what you see from MVP is like one of the best point fighters that's ever even attempted to fight in MMA.
He doesn't get touched.
He's so good.
He actually
doesn't get
won
touched.
championships.
Yeah.
in point karate?
Monster.
Against Raymond Daniels. You should see the two of them fight. Like Raymond Daniels was another one who was a legit world class point fighter.
And MVP's undefeated in professional boxing, too.
Yes, but
That fight
who's he fighting?
Well, nobody's, but still.
The first real
fight was some
fight that he
bullshit.
had was last night against Daly, and there was some holes. There were some holes that were exposed. It was way too easy for Daly.
But
to
he's
take
only
him down.
13-0.
That's true.
He's
But
only
it's
13
still
fights.
Way too easy for Daly to take him down. Not that Daly doesn't.
His
have,
next fight's going to be tough.
What was really tough. But what's crazy is that Daly was talking so much shit on John Fitch after John Fitch took him down.
Dude, Daly's all he did is talk shit about guys wrestling, and then he took him down. I was like, what is happening right now? I don't get frustrated at guys. I was like, what is happening right now?
Hey, what's happening right here? Miles Jury's already busted up. We're not even paying attention.
God, you got to talk about fucking Paul Daly. It was unbelievable. I didn't realize how big MVP was. I didn't know he's 6'3".
He's so tall for that division, and also like uses it.
Every
fucking
bit of
reach,
it.
His reach is insane. He does sneaky shit too. He did this sneaky right hand that he hit him with. He tried to hit him with a hook kick at one point in time.
He landed that front kick.
Yeah, he's a beast, man. If he gets his wrestling takedown defense on point, I mean, he's a phenomenal athlete. But the thing he has...
It's a big if, though, isn't it?
It is a big if. But the thing that he goes to London Shoot Fighters, great goddamn gym. The thing that he's missing, is just the wrestling takedown defense.
Just a takedown defense. Like, if you could take a page out of Stylebender's book.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Stylebender,
right.
I'm not too worried about him fighting a grappler.
Right.
All.
He's hard to take down.
Very tough takedown, and you're coming in, you're going to pay.
Yeah. He's so goddamn technical. He might be the most technical striker in the sport. I watched him in Glory the other day. I was working out watching some old Glory fights with Stylebender when he fought Jason Wilness.
His movements,
phenomenal. He's world class. I mean, Wilness is a world champion.
Dude, how about
Just
Roy
a good
Nelson and
fucking fight.
Krokop fought last night?
Dude, Krokop looked good.
God, what's he on?
What happened in that fight?
What happened?
Krokop won a decision, right?
Yeah, one decision.
Did he take Roy Jones down or
No.
Roy
How dare
Nelson?
you.
No, Nelson.
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones.
That'd be a sick fight.
They look the same.
Don't say one's a Croatian, one's a black guy. Are you talking about Roy Nelson?
One's
Roy Jones?
one of the greatest boxers of all time.
They both, they both look like exactly how they look. It was like,
I bet Roy Nelson hits harder than Roy Jones right now.
come
on, think about those big right hands.
Oh, Miles Jury just tagged Andre Feely. He just tagged him with a left hand.
both these guys.
I think if you had him on that power meter, I think Roy probably hits harder. But
he
he's a
also weighs
heavyweight.
150 pounds more.
Yeah, close. He's probably Roy Jones Jr. is probably about 200 pounds these days.
But when Roy was fighting shape, God, he was fun.
Well, when he was at his heaviest, he was about 200, right? When he fought John Ruiz, won the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal fight. When you watch that, I mean, that was just artistry, speed, and precision versus a world champion in John Ruiz, who's a real good fider, good fighter.
Hell no.
I mean, he's a real good heavyweight fighter. But Roy Jones was at that time, the big fucker. The big fuck up, was going from that fight, dropping down to fight Tarver at 175.
Going back down.
Losing 25 pounds and looking like shit.
looking like dude. And Tarver's a monster.
He's a monster. Yeah.
There's
And
that,
also
too.
Tarver and him had gone to a decision in one fight earlier, and Tarver thought he won. And Roy apparently had something to say about why he didn't perform at his best. So when they were faced off tonight, and the referee goes, "Any questions?" He goes, "Got any excuses tonight, Roy?" And then he went and knocked him out.
God damn. Savage.
Well, Tarver, he was so
so good.
man. So
People
confident.
forget about these guys.
Forget about Tarver.
Dude,
he's still doing it, man.
he's still doing it.
Fighting as a heavyweight.
6 people know what you're talking about.
No!
Come on.
No, you don't
Now it
understand
comes to them.
boxing. How
Tarver?
dare you?
Dude,
Antonio
Tarver?
Tarver, the Magic Man. You don't know?
Fight Companion fans don't know.
Get the fuck out
on,
of here.
man.
Antonio
Boxing
Tarver?
fans know. Look at this.
Roy Jones?
Look at this. Andre Fili with a sharp jab.
Boxing better than ever right now though, because you got Fury and you got Wilder rematch coming up in May. That's happening in Brooklyn. Spoiler
Are you
alert!
working on
Happening in
that?
Brooklyn.
Are you working on that?
Probably working that, and my special comes out same week.
Oh
What's
shit,
happening?
Brendan Schaub.
I know.
How did doing 12 new minutes go?
It went good last night.
Nice.
It went
Scary,
good.
right? Them new minutes
Super
are
scary.
terrifying.
Super scary, and also like when you were talking at the beginning of the show, there wasn't my crowd. They didn't market me beyond. None of those people were my people. And it went good, man. I was stoked.
That's nice.
It was weird for me to drive back.
This is a fucking good fight. We're missing a good fight.
I know, man. I always have to watch fights when I get back home. I record them.
I know. We talk so much shit.
I know. There's just we don't see each other, so we got to catch up and shit.
Is Miles Jury still with Alliance? Does anybody know?
No, he has his own gym, I think, in San Diego.
Oh, really? In San Diego? Oh, he branched off?
I think so.
He was Dominic Cruz's stablemate, right? They
Yep.
trained together.
Yep.
Oh, Feely with a nice right hand.
Dude, I thought the Francis was going to go to a new camp. And I saw he's just training full time in France. I'm like, not the best wrestling in France, but we'll figure it out. Maybe just hitting like the heavy bag.
I mean, where would he go? Like, you'd want him to go to two places, in my opinion. I'd want him to go to either ATT or AKA, right? ATT, they got enough heavyweights, and they have a phenomenal coaching staff, right? But you want someone big to work with. In AKA, they're not really going to probably take him.
Or go to Elevation Fight Team, where you got Curtis Blades and Overeem, who he's fought, both of them.
Right.
And you got great coaching, you got the altitude there.
Yep, that's
you got
true.
great striking, Christian Allen.
You know, the thing about that altitude training is it's really interesting. I was talking to TJ Dillashaw, and, he used to think that altitude training was where it's at until he started working with Calavita, and he thinks that you get more work in.
I agree with him.
Yeah,
Same.
more work in at sea level.
Yeah, because my whole career was in Denver.
Feely with the
and then when
right
you come
hand.
to sea level, you're like, I can do work, man.
Yeah.
I can put work.
Yeah, so like what they're saying is like the amount of reps, the amount of work you do. Like what he's doing with Calavita is fucking phenomenal. The podcast I did with him was one of the most informative podcasts I've ever done with a fighter in terms of like how technical his training routine is, his diet is, how everything is broken down to a science as far as like what to do when and when to do what.
He's at another level than anyone else in the UFC.
Really is.
Unless someone's on it and they're not talking about it. But when TJ talks about it, there's no one more in tune with their body than TJ. That fucking Aaron Pico needs to get on that same level because he trains with him. But I asked TJ, I'm like, why didn't he just follow you around? He's like, dude, he has all these people kind of pulling him every which way. I'm like, dude, he should just do what you do.
Well, he looked phenomenal, but he got wild. That video, do you ever see the video of us watching him lose?
Yeah.
It was crazy. We jumped up. We were all falling on the ground and shit.
I fell out of my chair.
That could have been one of the most viral videos on Instagram, like in that week.
Yeah,
probably number one.
Probably. Yeah, it was crazy. That knockout was insane.
Yeah, that was the craziest reaction.
Yeah, that knockout was insane.
And Callen just giving the general overview. That was a punch. That was a punch.
No,
He hit him with his
that's
knuckle.
Fighting. That's
right.
fighting.
That's right.
Oh, really? That's
fuck
fighting?
is he at,
I
man?
thought that was dancing.
Cracks me up.
That's like capoeira.
Oh, Callen. Such a silly goose. This is a good fucking fight, man. These guys are so well matched.
Really good fight. Did Sterling beat Jimmy Rivera?
He must have. He was
He looked pretty
smiling
happy.
and laughing
Jimmy
on the way
Rivera's
out.
a motherfucker.
Yeah,
It's a
I wonder
tough
what
fight.
happened. Jamie, can you
Anyone who
find
trains
the
with
results?
I guess in the training room, he's a freak. Super freak.
That just shows you how good Marlon Moraes is.
Correct.
He's the motherfucker I want to see fight for the title.
Me too.
He's so good, man.
He's
The way
so
he looked
goddamn
against the
good.
Sun Sal when he finished the Sun Sal,
No
45?
one finishes him.
45?
35.
35.
Bantamweight. Yeah, no one finishes the Sun Sal. You beat him with a close decision if you're lucky.
I asked TJ about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'd fight him," but all they care about is the Cejudo rematch.
Unanimous decision.
Oh wow,
Decision.
that's impressive for straight.
Oh, spinning
spinning
back
back
fist, Miles
fist.
Jury.
Got caught.
Andre Feely's in a bit of trouble here. Oh, shit.
I always root for Miles Jury.
Do you?
I always do. There's certain guys I just always root for.
Do you know him?
Not that well. We did one show together. That's
Ooh,
it.
he's getting a mount. Monta. Look at that. Damn. Feely's in a bit of trouble here. Interesting. He's pushing him to the cage.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That's not a good move because he could
Yeah.
push off the cage with his feet and cause a scramble.
Feely with a nice little hip escape there. Get to guard. What were we just saying just before that happened?
Sterling fight.
Oh, Moraes. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Moraes, the motherfucker.
He's so good. He KO'd Sterling. I mean,
Bad. Did you see
bad.
home run knockoff. Then he-
KO'd Jimmy Rivera.
in 10 seconds.
Yep. And both with the left high kick, I believe. Oh,
Boom.
shit. That spinning back fist.
We're throwing spinning shit now, huh, Miles?
Nick Diaz, you hear what he said, man? He said, I don't want to hurt nobody. I want to party. Says he's done.
Really?
Yep.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Nick Diaz is done?
Yeah, because Anderson, someone was talking about Anderson versus Nick, and Connor said, I'll fight Nate on the same card. And then Nick said, yeah, I'm not fighting anybody. I don't want to hurt nobody. He goes, I just want to party.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
Good for him.
He's done.
Fucking amazing career. You got to remember, Nick Diaz fought. He was one of the youngest guys to ever fight in the UFC. I believe he beat Robbie Lawler when he was 20.
Dude, he's beat. You look at his
Yeah.
resume; it's impressive.
Yeah.
Man. The guys that he's fought, he's been doing it for a hot second. He's deserved to turn
he
down
deserves
fights
to
to be like,
retire.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
good, man.
he deserves
Hopefully,
to retire.
financially, he's good too.
What do you think of this? Anthony Smith and John Jones. What do you think of this? What are you looking at?
I
you looking at this guy?
I like Anthony Smith. It's a tough go.
You like him as a human being?
I like
or you
him
like
as a
him to win?
person.
You like-
I don't
yeah.
like him to win. Does anyone?
What do
I
you
mean,
think-
but that's his story, right?
What are
Like
his biggest wins?
Ozdemir.
Yeah, Ozdemir's a big win.
You know what John Jones would do to Ozdemir?
Yeah.
But this isn't an Anthony Smith thing. The focus on Anthony Smith, it's a John Jones thing. I
Right.
don't know anyone in light heavyweight or heavyweight that would beat John Jones.
Damn, strong words.
Name someone at heavyweight who'd beat him.
Strong words.
You know what I'm saying? Like name a tough matchup for him at heavyweight. If he goes, you know what, I'm a fucking heavyweight now.
Right. Right.
Good
And
luck,
if he
boys.
gets up to like 240, too.
God.
Yeah.
God.
If he gets up to like jackmified like he was when he was powerlifting.
Oh my God.
But the thing about that is, though, like, you know, I talked to Greg Jackson about that, and Greg was saying that he didn't like him when he was powerlifting like that. He knocked out Mauricio, Shogun Hua. He knocked out Rashad. Lost to Thiago Santos. I want to say that was at middleweight.
that was at middleweight. Yeah, his first fight
Yeah.
at light heavyweight was Rashad.
This is Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
Smith.
he's got some good wins.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got
dude,
some
he's
very
been
good
fighting.
shit.
He's not a young kid. He's been fighting for a hot second.
I mean, he knocked out Rashad
Trains out of
Evans.
X Factory.
That's a big win.
Yeah, but
Rashad's
Rashad
70.
Yeah, no,
Come
no, no.
on,
He's
man.
not. It's
Rashad's
more
74 years
It's more of Rashad whether Rashad should have been fighting. You know, I think Rashad's heart wasn't in the game anymore.
Has he retired,
But he knocked out
Rashad?
Shogun.
Yeah,
Yes,
Rashad
that
retired.
was
He
the last
retired,
fight.
and
Yeah.
now he's working.
Commentator,
Yeah.
yes.
He opened up
very
tonight on the ESPN portion.
Yeah, which
Rashad's
is very
amazing.
Yeah,
He's
Rashad's
a
great.
One of the best guys in this.
Great guy.
One of the best. Have you had
One
him
of
on?
the best guy. No, I'd love to.
I haven't had him either.
I would love to.
Me too. I love
Have
Bring
him
him
with you.
on.
Let's
See,
do it
that would be
together.
Let's do it
great.
together.
We'll tag team him.
Rashad.
We should do it. Let's run a train on it. Podcasting train. We'll run a train on it.
I love that. He's such a
I've had-
sweet person, too.
I've had some conversations with him. He's a lot smarter than you might think. That guy's
He's very smart.
Yeah.
He reaches out to me out of like when things are going bad or I'm having an issue or like it's out in the public. He'll reach out to me then. Always give me like words of wisdom.
I would believe that.
Always,
he's a sweetheart
always.
of a
He's that guy. Great guy.
Sweetheart of a guy. And, you know, you go back to his career. I mean, look, when he knocked out Chuck Liddell with one punch,
I
blah.
started doing the hard
Yeah,
thing. It was like,
yeah,
I will
yeah.
never forget that because he knocked him out and then he beat Forrest Griffin.
Do you know what he's doing? What he's doing when he does the hard thing? Do you know what he's doing?
What, he's about to have a heart attack?
No. Do you know what
Sanford
he's
and
doing?
Son?
Yeah, Fred Sanford.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm too young for that.
I'm coming to join you,
Oh,
honey.
that's funny.
You remember that?
Oh, wow. No,
Yeah.
I'm too young. Yeah.
Oh, you son
But I
of
know
a
what you're
bitch.
talking about.
You are too young.
But I remember Rashad knocked out Forrest and he was training with us and came back to the gym. And at the time, I wasn't in the UFC yet. And I was like, dude, you have the belt. What's it like? I was freaking out. And he was like, I feel exactly the same, Brendan. Nothing. I thought it would be everything and more. And I feel
Wow.
exactly the same, dude. He's like, he's almost kind of like, it's not all that it's meant to be. Like, you think you get to the top of the mountain and it's everything, but he's like, feel like I'm back here trying.
You remember when he coached against Rampage?
I was on that season.
Oh, that's
my season. Rashad was my coach.
That's
I was the second pick on Team Rashad.
Oh, okay.
That's why me and Rashad are so close.
I forgot
Me and him are very
that.
close.
Dude, when they were in front of each other, you a bitch.
You
Make
a
me a
bitch.
bitch.
Make me a
You a bitch. Make me a bitch. They just back and forth. I was like, this could go sideways.
Dude, it was so intense. That whole show was like fucking. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna pop off in any second.
Was he a Division I champion?
Michigan State?
champion?
Not champion.
All American.
All American. His roommate was Gray Manion.
Gray Maynard?
Yeah.
Wow. Meanwhile, we're missing a really good fight.
They're still going. Is this 5 rounds?
No, it's the third round, bro.
I know it doesn't feel
I
like
ain't paying
forever.
attention. Oh, we should tell people it's at 135, 134, 133, 132, 131 of the third round in the first fight. Sorry. It's good that we don't give people expectations of what we're going to do here when we do Fight Companions.
My
they have
favorite.
zero expectations.
Zero.
This is my favorite podcast we ever do.
The best. I like more forward to this than
Yeah, I
anything
mean, I
do.
love doing podcasts with scientists and geniuses and shit like
It's
that.
work though, isn't it? A little bit.
No, it's a different feel.
Well, you got to do some research too.
Well, I like doing that though.
Yeah.
But it's a different feel. This is just party.
It's a hangout, man.
This is just fun. What are you smiling at? Eddie doesn't believe in science.
And he's all your bullshit and your science.
I believe in science that I can.
That you could see with your own eyes?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe the science of this iPhone.
That's
'Cause I
fair.
use
Ooh,
it.
that's real. That shit's
That's
real.
fair.
It's real as fuck.
Dude, I was watching this. I was thinking of Eddie. Today because I don't have cable right now because I moved. So we went for cable. So all I have is Netflix. I
Nice.
was watching this Planet Earth, and Will Smith is the narrator on it. It's all about Earth, and they're like scanning up, and it's astronauts talking about what they saw from space. The whole time I was thinking, God, Eddie must watch this. Like, this is some bullshit. Like, look at these liars.
Pulls this kid out of the room.
Propaganda.
You're not watching this. You're not watching this bullshit.
That ain't real.
This is made
And
by
it would show how
pedophiles.
many hours they had in space. Like 72 hours in space. 8 hours. I was like, I bet Eddie's like, fuck these hoes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have no idea who won this fight.
Miles Jury.
You think so?
Nope, I have no idea. But that's
That's
what
it.
Callen's good for, because he won't listen
tell
to
you.
us, and he'll watch it and then be like, Miles Jury 2 rounds to 1.
You might be right.
That motherfucker's late.
Yeah, well, he
Let's beat him
landed.
up.
He landed late. He said.
In Burbank? Or LAX?
I don't know. He didn't say. He just said his flight landed late. Yeah, man, that MVP fight was bullshit.
I was so pissed, and I love Scott Coker. I was gonna tweet out something like, you know what, I'm just gonna let him. Everyone's probably piling on daily. I don't want to be that guy. I'm just gonna back out.
Well, how
Well, it
about
wasn't
that?
Scott
Wasn't that
Coker's
Trione
fault.
fight? Didn't it end like in 2
Yeah.
seconds?
Dude, Kiratana.
Real-
That was another one,
real
right?
Kicked him in the
early.
nuts.
They had 2 Bellator shows in a row?
Yep, they
Friday,
do that.
Saturday.
They do that all the time. They have one on Paramount, and then they have one on DAZN. I watched it on DAZN on my phone. I got one of those DAZN accounts, and
Yeah.
you know, I was in Vegas for this event my daughter was doing, and so I'm like, I'll be right back.
I couldn't find it.
My daughter was done with her thing, so I had to run to the top of the stairs and watch that shit.
Some bullshit.
You ever
I
pretend
was so
you have to
looking
take a
forward
shit
to it. I
just so you
didn't.
can catch a fight?
I told my wife what I was doing.
Dude, I flew from the Comedy Store. I usually hang out. Theo's going to be there. We're supposed to talk some business about the show. And I was like, dude, I have to go. He's like, well, I'm like, dude, MVP and Daly are fighting. He's like, who? I'm like, I'll tell you later. Let's just talk tomorrow. I fucking flew home after my set.
Theo.
I get home and I'm waiting. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Do you have DAZN or did you watch
I
it
have
on
DAZN.
Paramount? Yeah. They got a lot of good fights on that. I mean,
I didn't even know what the fuck it was.
DAZ. It looks like Dazn, right?
It's a terrible name.
But it's a bad name. It's DAZN.
Do you have
It's
to
not
have
bad.
cable to watch the fight?
No,
No.
you can watch it on
I don't have
any
cable
internet
right now.
connection.
Yeah.
I watched it on my phone.
Because
But-
Paramount Network, you have to have an account with DirecTV or some shit.
Yeah, but DAZN
Yes.
covers whatever Paramount fights
they need to
have.
get rid of that because people don't have TV no more. So
A lot of people
yeah,
don't.
Yeah,
Right,
so they
yeah.
got to just have it just through your goddamn app.
I love
don't,
TV.
Yeah.
Don't make me get an app and then I got to order
Well,
fucking
that's
DirecTV
what's
too.
interesting is DAZN is they spent a shitload of money on Canelo Alvarez. They signed him to some multiple $100 million deal. I think it's something like $300 million.
It's he's the highest paid athlete in the world. $365 million.
Yeah, some insane amount of money over 10 fights, I believe
Yeah.
it is.
And it's going to be all subscription based.
All on DAZN.
Yeah.
You got to all on the app.
Isn't that how it's
The
it's
future.
gone?
Yeah.
The future's no
Netflix.
pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Netflix. It's
Yeah.
just
Well,
subscription based.
One paywall.
What's interesting is if it's no pay-per-view, it's actually a really good deal. right? Because I don't know what DAZN
DAZN?
costs a month. I just did the double click on my phone. I didn't pay attention to how much that shit costs. But,
Yeah.
but what does it cost?
I don't know.
Let's find out what it costs.
We're all bad
Because if
with
you got to think
$7 a month.
$9.99.
you got to think that if you're watching, say, if you're watching a pay per view, like a big fight, like Wilder Fury 2, how much is that going to cost?
60.
60?
Shit's so worth it.
$10 a month.
$10 a month?
Yeah.
And you can watch fights all the time. That's like my take on Fight Pass. Like if you like fights, man, like in my gym, I live off of Fight Pass.
You just watch old fights.
I watch fights all the time while I'm working out. It's the best thing to watch while
I would
you're
have
working
Fight
out.
You ever
Pass.
watch EBI?
I do. I watched the whole Gordon Ryan series the other day. The whole little documentary they had. I watched that while I was working out.
Combat Jiu-Jitsu Fight Night this Friday.
Oh
You
shit!
guys
That's
LA, right?
That's
LA, right?
That's right.
You have to know Monty. This Friday on UFC Fight Pass, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard
who'd
Time.
you get to fill in for? Was it Barnett got hurt
Barnett's out too.
or Verdum
yeah.
got hurt?
Verdum didn't get hurt. It was supposed to be Gordon Ryan versus Verdum.
Gordon Ryan tore his knee.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gordon Ryan got hurt. So we're gonna
That's a
do
bitch.
Verdum, Gordon Ryan later on this year. But it's a 4-man combat jiu-jitsu absolute bracket with Yuri Simões, who's arguably one of the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioners ever. ADCC medalist, gold medalist.
Monster.
Yeah, monster.
Yeah.
And then the second seed is John Thor Blank, who won EBI 17. He won
Great name.
the first and only 16-man combat jiu-jitsu tournament. He won it all in regulation, every fight within 2 minutes. He subbed everybody. So it's Yuri and John Thor Blank are the top 2 seeds. And then if they win their first fights, then they'll fight each other. And then
Same night.
Same night.
Dope.
Kevin Casey is fighting John Thor Blank.
I love Kevin Casey.
Yeah, he jumped in, and Steven Martinez is a local black belt. He's fighting Yuri Simões. So on paper, it looks like it'll be Yuri and John Blank. On paper, anything could happen in the finals. Plus, we got the best jiu-jitsu girl that's ever lived. Only girl ever to win Abu Dhabi, IBJJF, Gia No Gia black belt, and EBI.
She hot.
Beatrice Mesquita. She's the baddest chick ever in
Really?
jiu-jitsu.
I've never
She's
seen
fighting combat jiu-jitsu against Kayla Patterson
She'll
from
be slapping
from
bitches.
Atos. Yeah,
She'll
it's gonna be
start
cool.
slapping bitches.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I might come.
Nice.
I like when someone gets hurt and they tag me, Brendan Schaub, get in there. Like, you're out your goddamn mind. What the fuck? You fucking crazy?
When you go back and think about that Cyborg fight, would you ever think about doing that again?
No, man, I'm too busy. Comedy's so
Right.
hard. I'm so behind the 8 ball.
I
All
forgot
my
to ask you
energy's
about
in there.
this. What do you think about this? What do you think about Pettis fighting Wonder Boy?
Good for you, Pettis. I love get great fights.
Isn't it kind of crazy though? He
Fight.
goes from 45, can't make it anymore, all the way up to 70, 25 pounds.
Well, think
jump.
about it. Fucking, this is how much of a beast Pettis is. Fights Tony Ferguson. Amazing fight, right?
Amazing
Tony wins
fight.
that. He gets hurt. Then fucking he was like, you know
Who
what?
got
Fuck
hurt?
it.
Pettis broke his hand.
Pettis broke his hand in that fight. So, but it was a tough fight for him either way. But then he jumps up and he's fighting Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, both. He's been a dog in both fights. He's an
Yeah.
underdog in both fights.
Yeah. That Ferguson fight was fun.
Hell yeah,
And
it was fun.
it shows you what a survivor Ferguson is. He gets clipped, and he got hurt in that fight, and he just grabbed.
Dude,
a
how
hold of
about
your ass.
Max
He
Holloway
hangs
and
on.
Tony Ferguson talking shit
that
to each
happening?
other? That's on the dark web. That's the rumor.
I like that, but I don't like that.
Why
Because
don't you
I wanna
like
see
it?
Ferguson versus Khabib. I want to see that fight.
But Khabib's out for he won't fight in Vegas. He has a suspension, so he's out for a little bit. Tony's ready to go.
Well, he won't do he won't do that thing that Vegas is asking him to
The
do.
commercial.
They're asking him to do a commercial. He's like, "You have prostitution. You have gambling. Fuck you."
Why,
the best.
So why doesn't
He's
why
the best.
doesn't
He's right too.
He's an
Get the
animal.
fuck
So
out of here.
What's the problem with Connor Tony? What's going on
Love
with that?
that too.
But how come
well,
that
I think
isn't
it's going to be
happening?
Connor and Cowboy. Connor and Cowboy is a done deal, as far as I know.
Me
Okay.
too. As far as I
Yeah,
know,
as far as I
Cowboy
know.
signed a
What? But-
contract.
Yeah,
Doesn't doesn't Connor Tony make more sense though?
no.
Why
Connor
not?
Cowboy is great, and Connor Tony is great. They're both great.
They're both great
I like
fights.
Both of them.
If I'm Dana, I'm sitting on this.
Eddie, you like
I want to be careful with this.
Tony because you love him. You're friends with him.
I'm just
so you
asking
like
a
that
question.
fight.
I'm just saying, why not
'Cause
Tony
here- 'cause-
Connor? That's been in the works for like 2 years.
Here it is, Eddie. Tony Connor would be a slight underdog, I think, in that fight. Tony's a monster for anybody. So I think Tony Max, because Conor needs to get a win. I'm not saying Conor's going to be a huge favorite over Cowboy, but he's more favorable in that fight than he is against.
So he needs a win
Tony.
before he comes back.
He needs a more favorable fight, and I'm not saying that's a great match. Cowboy's a motherfucker, and Cowboy's
right now,
a personal
he's
friend.
on fire. Cowboy's on fire right now. He's just so loose and in the zone right now.
And Cowboy, it's a great fight.
It's
That's
the
a great
perfect time for
stylistically.
Cowboy.
That's a better fight for Cowboy and Conor.
Yeah.
Tony has a great wrestling background. He's a motherfucker, cardio for days, and he's crazy.
I like that fight a lot. I really like that fight a lot.
Max Holloway, Tony's a motherfucking fight. I love that fight.
Marvel Studios.
If they were
Are
to do
these
it.
new superheroes? Are they running out of superheroes
I'll
yet?
get this shit out of my face.
Who are these people?
Get this bitch
Who
out of
is
my
this
face.
girl?
I don't know.
Who is this? And Samuel Jackson is a different superhero now. Who?
Yeah, this was at the end of the Avengers movie.
Hey, Samuel L.
He watched
Jackson,
all the way.
say no to something.
Captain Marvel.
But who? Wait a minute. Captain Marvel's a girl.
Yeah, and she brings all of them back to life in the comics.
It's fucking Bryan Callen.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who was Captain Marvel when we were kids?
A dude.
Wait a minute.
Right?
I'll look. I don't know.
I had
went
your
right-
back.
It's amazing that it's not a trans woman.
That would be dope.
That's what they're
Like a
going to do
big buff
next.
trans.
Yeah, who's a weightlifting champion?
Yeah.
Hey, come sit down.
You guys want some cheese and wine?
Yeah. No cheese. No
Spent a lot of
cheese.
money. Don't
People
hit
get
me on
mad.
that.
People get
About
mad if you
cheese?
start chewing on the microphone.
Dude, we're pros, man.
You guys,
We're pros,
you're
bro.
not. You guys are terrible.
A couple
at
1-2
chewing.
pros.
Is this straight?
Fuck, man. I got 4 cheeses.
Yeah.
Dude, if you didn't bring fucking
Country,
provolone.
and I'm French, so fuck off,
Okay.
you
Okay.
Americans.
Hey, how about this fight? Usman versus Tyron Woodley.
Ooh, I love that
What do you
fight.
That's
think of
happening
that?
right now?
That's March 2nd.
Come on, Eddie. Not
March
right now,
2nd.
I
dude.
saw Usman with.
Why don't you guys come? Come to Vegas. Okay, here, Captain Marvel was a guy and a girl in the
There's a
kid.
couple different.
Damn,
Captain
she was
Marvels, so
hot.
they just probably picked one.
But that's from
That's the story.
2017, man. This is when it's already been
Hey,
diversified.
give me
That's the
1990
story they're
Captain
rolling with.
Marvel, dude. Type in 1990
Like that
Captain
new
Marvel.
Spider-Man that just made.
Type in Captain Marvel 1956.
That's what I was about to. The Spider-Verse movie that just came out it's like only a 4-year-old Spider-Man story. It's not some old thing they brought back.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a new
cute.
thing.
But
That's what they're doing now.
But that's a cartoon.
But
that's what they're
Captain
doing.
Marvel's old school, no?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
one
but
of
they're-
those Spider-Men is like a duck, right?
He's a pig,
Yeah.
bro.
So, yeah, watch the movie, man.
It's a great movie. It's
I heard it's really
the best
good.
movie I've seen in a long
Yeah,
time.
me too. That's what I was gonna say.
I
It's a
saw it
movie.
5
You should-
times.
They
Yeah.
should turn Bruce Lee into a superhero and give him like powers.
My kids said nay to the fucking Legos movie. I'm like, you want to see the Legos movie? Like, nah.
Mine too.
Legos movie's
played
good.
out.
Dude,
It's
mine
good.
too.
Played out.
It's good.
We've seen
It's
the
good.
other ones.
My son loves the Lego movie.
Yeah.
It's
The new one?
both of them.
A new one just came out.
How many of them have been?
2.
There,
Only 2? Really?
It's so cool that Batman's a douchebag.
It's so
in the
true.
first one, he's a douchebag, man.
asshole.
Remember
Yeah,
when
that's
he's
right.
got the girlfriend, right? And then he leaves the girlfriend because Han Solo
Yeah.
pulls up in the Millennium Falcon or whatever.
Okay.
see, look at that
there-
But
motherfucker.
that'd be
that's-
the mistake. 'cause
Wait a
this-
minute.
This is the old Captain Marvel, but he was a
Wait a
DC
minute.
Shazam.
Comics
That's
character.
Shazam.
I know.
Shazam. But there's a new Shazam.
Yeah, there's a new Shazam coming
also
out.
known as Captain Marvel.
What? Captain Marvel, Shazam.
is a
Dude, if you
19
held a
from the
gun to my head
1940s.
and asked me, is Shazam DC or Marvel? I would have said he's
yeah.
DC.
For sure.
He is.
He is?
Yes.
Do you remember-
That's what I was trying to say. There was a Captain Marvel character in the DC Comics universe from back then. I don't know that's what you're remembering.
And this is
but
the Marvel
That's one that existed. So that's the confusion.
wow.
So-
Dude, that Shazam movie looks like
Is that
some
a crossover?
shit.
Is
It
that
looks
like
terrible.
someone from Bellator fighting someone from the UFC?
It's confusing, dude. All I know is she comes back, and you know how everyone died in the last one? Spoiler alert, it's been out for a year, so fuck
She
off.
fixes 'em?
She brings everyone back to
How the
life.
fuck she do that?
That's the comic books, dude.
Do you remember in Lego movie when Batman he leaves his girl to jump in that Millennium Falcon with Han
Yeah.
Solo and Chewbacca,
Yep.
and he says later I'm gone. So he jumps in. He thought he was gonna party like in space, and then he comes back. They go, "What happened?" He goes, "Turns out that Wookiee's a dude." That was fucking hilarious. There was no chicks. He goes, "There's no chicks on the Millennium Falcon. The android too. It's a dude."
Okay, Marvel.
1968.
1968, but scroll down.
That's the first appearance
What is
of
the
this
image?
character.
What's the image?
As the
This
female?
character, yeah.
The girl, 68.
Yeah.
Wow.
This
All
cartoon,
right.
this picture
Okay.
is from 2012. But
All
Okay,
right.
but here's the deal. Girls weren't built like that back then. They're built like
It's a
that
new
now.
thing now, 'cause
That's
guys are into
like,
it.
Scroll down. Let me see that image. That's like a primo CrossFit chick. That's legit.
it's a new version of her.
Oh, okay.
and I'm into it.
That's 2012.
Yeah, that's a UFC fighter chick right
Okay,
there.
that's what they used to look like?
Yeah, this is like
Wow.
there's multiple
Captain
Marvels.
Marvel. So Captain Marvel, sometimes a guy, sometimes a girl. That's
Goes
why
both
nobody ever
ways.
heard about it.
Goes both ways. Well, no one can relate to it. We're just like, all right,
it's
whatever. That's not- yeah.
But they run
Give me
out of
Silver
shit.
Surfer.
There's so many superheroes that they have like 10 different ones on Netflix.
Dude,
How
get
about that
Aquaman out of my
Ant-Man
fucking
shit?
face.
You guys watch
Get
that?
the fuck out of
And
here.
fucking
Oh, they're tiny.
Wasp
Girl or some shit.
Dude, I can't fuck with that or Aquaman. Get that shit out of my
All
face.
that shit. It's horrible.
This is a good fight too. Brian Barberina and Vicente Luque. This is a good fight.
If we didn't watch Miles Jury, let's be real.
Oh, this is a good fight,
No,
man.
for sure.
This is a good
Who
fight.
won that fight?
Miles Jury did.
Did he?
Fili did. Fili did. Excuse
fuck.
me. Fili
Decision?
Did. Yes. Decision.
We couldn't even watch the decision.
Well, we watched the fight.
God, what are you
I saw the
talking about?
decision. Oh shit! Brian
Damn.
Barberina, good right hand.
Dude, I can't wait for the main event.
Me too.
I can't wait for
Give me-
Crown Gracie. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
I forgot.
Yes.
Crown
about ice
fucking
cream
Gracie.
I want to hear a prediction on the main event. Prediction. Bryan Callen, since you really just got here and we
Oh, you
haven't
got
heard
that
much from
mustache,
you.
bro. Yeah, mustache.
Did you open up the bottle? Do we have a bottle opener?
What do you mean a mustache?
Here
It
we
looks
go.
dark.
My mustache?
Yeah, it
I
looks
didn't dye
cool.
it.
It looks cool.
I'm a good-looking guy.
You are a handsome devil, you.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think in the main event? Cain Velasquez, Francis Ngannou.
Well, let me ask you this: how's
Please do.
Francis going to solve Kane's wrestling or his cardio, or his?
He's been training in France, so watch your tone.
nuclear
Well, c'est
weapons.
vrai, mais, I mean, it's true, but I speak French.
He's been eating escargot and throwing nuclear weapons with his hands.
This may be true.
That's
Ngannou is
life.
very dangerous, but I feel like he's got a puncher's chance. But everything else Kane does, including boxing, he's better at. I'm just
for
curious
sure.
to see what he looks like now after all this time off, injury, and all
Yeah,
that.
the injuries are the big
Which one
concern.
you want me to open, B?
You can open them all, my friend. It doesn't matter.
Oh, all right.
Let's
we'll
get
lose.
crazy.
Let's get crazy. What did you bring? Did you bring
I went,
anything?
I went a little California. I went one Barolo and I decided to go California. I went old standbys, standard good wines.
I've been drinking more red wine. What do you think of that menage a trois you get from Ralph?
I think it's never.
Oh, Luke just tagged Barberina with a left hook.
Barbarino.
Never bring up menage a
Dude
trois.
from Shanana?
No, different guy.
Oh, okay.
It's better stuff.
Brian Barberina.
If I look a little harder, it's because I was just at American Top Team with my
look
friend,
fit.
my good friend Dustin Poirier, Mike Brown, and Thiago Alves.
Did they make you cut weight? You look skinny,
Took a
dude.
private, went 10 rounds, dude. I don't. That's
look thin.
That's because I can't have any wasted space when I'm doing striking with
Who'd you
Thiago
take a
Alves.
private with?
Thiago Alves.
What did he have you do? Hit the pads?
Yeah, it was great kick and hit and low kick. He was
Did you see Dustin
Poirier?
Poirier?
Yeah,
Love
he's
that
great.
guy.
They came to my show.
How's Dustin's hip doing? Is he all right?
he looks fantastic.
Does he?
He's waiting
Yes.
for a fight, man.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
getting some stem cells or something, wasn't he?
They
I-
need to
I don't
hook him
know.
up with a good fight.
He's so great. He's such a great guy.
Good dude.
Really
Tough
good dude.
motherfucker.
as they come.
Super impressed with him against Justin Gaethje.
Oh, he looks. Yeah, fuck. He's fantastic.
Who's Gaethje's got a great fight coming up. Who's Gaethje fighting? Gaethje's fighting someone really good. Oh, Edson Barboza.
That's right. You think Gaethje's going to wrestle?
Justin Gaethje. I hope he wrestles. I
Did
think
he
that
wrestle
makes
in
it
high school?
interesting.
These guys
yeah,
are
he's
banging,
a beast
dude.
wrestler.
Dude, Barboza's going to go, you like leg kicks? Cool, man. Check these out, bro.
These you can't see coming.
Oh, you're a wrestler who thinks he can kick? Fantastic. Let's play that game.
Dude, Thiago and Dustin were showing me like what those low kicks. They're like
they
the
hurt so
details,
bad.
the details of
Yeah.
where you kick.
Fuck
I was
your
like,
leg up, man.
oh my
Your
god,
nerves. Your nerves are so exposed with that.
Look
kick.
at Primus, what he did to Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
Literally cut his fucking leg off.
And again with DJ and Cejudo,
Yeah.
first fight or first round of the
round.
second fight.
Ugh.
That's a terrible kick. I've never been hit by one of those. I don't know what it feels like.
Is it worse than kicking the knee?
Yeah, the thing about
Brendan?
kicking the knee, it's hard to fuck your knee up. Like
Yeah.
you can hyperextend the knee with a side kick. You could fuck someone's knee up that way. But
Oh! Just got sat down.
Luke just got tagged.
Oh no.
He's all right.
What? How dare you?
Oh,
look at these.
look at
this.
Oh,
I told you.
Oh,
You thought it was bullshit?
Oh, look, he takes
Wow.
it back.
Wow.
Takes it back.
No.
Oh.
You're kidding
Dude,
me.
if he gets him here,
Oh, that was unbelievable.
He was-
He's got it.
he's got
Look at
it.
this. He's got
That's
it.
an
he's got to
amazing
put that
finish.
leg hook in. He's got to put it in and flatten him out.
He's
He's
taking
gonna
his
slide
time.
off.
Oh, he is going to slide off.
shit.
Oh, no. He's on the chin.
There
he's
it
on the
goes.
chin. There he goes.
Oh,
Oh, he's cranking that neck. Oh, nastiness.
You almost trying to get choked out.
Body triangle.
How long can he
Trump,
last?
it's over.
How
kid.
long can he last?
It's over. Kid.
Oh, it's cranking.
Oh, no,
He's cranking.
he's
cranking.
It's over. No, so he's out.
No,
he's out.
cranking
No, he's
it.
out.
No,
He's
we
out.
got him.
He's out.
He ain't out yet.
He's out.
Oh,
Told you.
he's out.
He should have put the body charm to him.
You know how sore his neck's
Look
gonna
at
be
this.
tomorrow?
Oh, damn. Right into a darts. Oh, shit.
Filthy darts.
Damn. Look at that
Damn.
shit. That's
Luke
over
is a
right
beast,
there. That's
man.
over right there.
But he has got to hook the leg.
That's over right there.
Maybe
son.
not. Maybe
that's
not.
over right there.
Maybe waits.
He's probably asleep.
no, he doesn't
right
have
now.
it.
Check
Yeah,
it.
that's
Check it
over.
to see.
That's
He's checking
over.
to see if he's okay. Give him the thumbs up.
Oh, he's
he
out.
lost it.
Dude.
Oh, Barbarina dropping bombs.
What a fight!
Taking the frustration out.
Hammer fists. And that's
Oh
the end of the
my
round.
God!
Woo!
This is a fight.
Is that
Jesus
fighting?
Christ.
Is that fighting, Brian?
Guys, that's from a guy who trains a top team. I can tell you that's a fight.
American top team in Coconut Grove or wherever the fuck it is.
It's such a nice facility.
Dude, I wish Amanda Nunes walked in there and beat the shit out of
Well,
you.
I was looking for her. I did see Junior Dos Santos walking around.
You saw
rude.
Junior?
That was
Well,
pretty cool.
I'd love to see that.
He's
Why would you wanna see that?
He's much bigger than you, Bubba.
Junior?
I
was 6'4".
I took him in. Now he's training a lot, but I took him in
this
and-
way, like with your eyes or with your mouth?
Well, I outlined him. I outlined him with my hands, and I was producing estrogen when I saw him. But he looks bigger than you. He looks more menacing.
Dang, man, what am I
And he
gonna
looked at me
do?
and he goes, "Hey, tell Schaub I'm not hearing a fucking peep out of him."
Wow.
No doubt, I'll be in Miami March 16th through the 18th doing stand up. So come see
Well,
it. Yeah.
good.
Whoa.
Yeah, there you go.
Where you at? What club are you doing?
Miami Improv.
Yeah, I can't.
Damn, bro, don't make
It's
me
new.
face.
That
No,
club
it's a new
name-
club.
It's a new
that-
one.
What the fuck ever?
No, it's a new club. It's supposed to be
Dude,
amazing.
that
Can't
place
shit on it before I
was
get there.
so haunted. It was so bad. It
Coconut
was so
Grove?
bad. Last time I was there, I go, I'm done. I go, I'm never coming
comedy?
back. And they were laughing. They're like, ah! I go, you people are too stupid. I go, I can't come back here anymore. And they were laughing.
And you never came back.
Never going back to
Joe
that.
never
club.
does
I had
No,
some
no,
other-
I did Miami last year. I did a
did?
theater.
A
Yeah,
theater?
yeah. I did a theater,
love
and
Miami.
when I had a great time. Just I'm only bullshitting, but they're a little crazy. I was doing that's right before my special. I was doing those cell phone bags where they had to put the
Oh,
thing.
that's right.
So to use your phone, you have to leave the theater.
Yeah.
So you would think they would just sit down and watch the show. Everywhere else, that's the case. Not in Miami. In Miami, they kept leaving the theater and coming back, and leaving the theater.
Oh.
They're
Oh,
doing
no.
blow and having fucking parties and like they're
Everyone has
talking.
asses. Yeah.
Oh my god! They just kept
yeah.
going back and forth and back and forth.
Not a
took way
flat
too
ass to be
long.
found. Not a flat ass to be found in Miami, and it's maybe my favorite place in many ways.
That's where Tiffany Haddish just had a really bad New Year set.
She just didn't prepare, I guess, right?
She was drunk. She was
hungover.
drunk.
She's also doing movies. There's that sneaky thing that happens, man, when you're doing movies and then you become a huge star, so you're doing these big theaters as well, but you're not really doing enough stand-up to
reps.
do those big you gotta fucking do mad reps to do big places. It's
Are you
not the
watching
same
him?
thing.
Are you watching
Yeah.
him bang away at his head?
Brian Barberina? Oh, big elbow by Luque.
You don't see a lot of Mohawks these days. When
No,
you
you
do
don't.
see one, you know he means business.
Barberina just turned and walked
Turning
away.
away and getting him back to the center.
Taking a deep breath. But when Luque's throwing elbows like that from in close, maybe he's really good at elbows, or maybe he hurt his hands.
Is Luke a Mohawk?
No,
No.
the other one.
Luque
Brazilian gentleman.
can just sit there and kind of take those shots off his gloves, and he's
Ooh, nice job.
He's not
Ooh, elbow by
afraid to
Barberina.
just sit there. See?
Well, he's also probably really tired from the
God,
choke
he's
attempt
nasty
and then
with
the
these
Darce
elbows.
attempt in the first round.
No, it looks like he's. Neither one of these guys are worried about leg kicks, are they?
Oh,
there you
nice front kick to the body.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like front kick to the body is one of the most underused weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was one of the things that I was so impressed with Barboza in the Hangman fight, in the Dan Hooker fight.
Oh my god!
Those
what a
fucking
fight.
body kicks.
What a fucking fight!
Oh, what a
Fel-
fight.
Paul Felder said, I was cage side when Paul Felder was taking those kicks to the body from Barboza.
Oh my god!
And his skin was so red, and I was like, you seem like you didn't even notice. He goes, dude, they hurt so
He fights
badly."
tonight.
Yeah, he fights
Felder
tonight.
does?
Yeah,
He's a
Fights Vic.
killer.
James
That
Vic.
guy's a killer.
Vic's like that. He's like one win from fucking. I feel like being that guy. He's a monster, man.
Vic? Yeah, but Gaethje knocked him cold. Remember in the last fight?
Yeah,
you got to see how he
remember
recovers
he won
from
like
that.
10 before that. in a
Oh
row
yeah,
or
he's a
some shit.
beast, dude. He's a long, tall dude too.
That's right. Gaethje knocked the fuck out of him.
Knocked the fuck out of him.
I've never seen
these
so
guys are
many
just
fucking
banging.
elbows being thrown.
Brian, you and Barberina have the same chest.
They are throwing elbows all
That's
day.
not true. That's not true. You're so rude.
What? No, it's not a bad thing.
No, because
Brian's shredded,
Rude to
dude.
Barbarina, man.
my chest get a big chest gets
Dude,
in the way
Brian
of my
works out
speed.
nonstop.
Brian Barbarina is a professional fighter.
But doesn't mean he has a good chest.
got a
Like
beautiful
Kane's
beard.
isn't great
I have a
either.
better body than that. I'll take my shirt off right now and put it up against. I'll stand right next to him, and you tell me if I don't have a better body.
Do it, bitch.
Fuck.
Do it, motherfucker. I was waiting for fucking do it, bitch.
Not 10.
Dude, you got the same chest.
Let me see. Throw some punches. Oh, you look
It's
really
better.
good. You look very good.
Brian's shredded,
Brian,
dude.
you look very good.
I'm 52, motherfucker.
You look very good.
Your neck
You know
bothers
what?
me, but
You're very slim around the forearms and the wrists. Doesn't look like you'd have a lot of pop to your shots.
I'm relaxed.
No, yeah, you're not flexing at all.
I couldn't be more relaxed.
dude, I
you're
feel like
very-
I could choke you with one hand.
You're very
Come
jacked.
at me, dude. You want
You're,
no part
you know
of
what's
it right now.
confusing to me is the hand,
top team.
the hand to wrist ratio. I don't see a lot of power coming out of
Dude,
those
you have no
hands.
idea. Look at my
It's like your
fucking- that's
forearms,
the way
they're
over
so
there.
small. They're so small. They're like you could
And I
pick
got a high
locks.
ass. Look at how tight and high out.
You could pick locks with your wrist.
He does have a better body, though.
You do have a better
Is there
body
a
than those
camera over
guys.
there?
Well, no,
Jamie
not
just
better.
set it on.
Not better than Luke.
Fuck, man. I'm gonna get on TRT and then forget
Luque.
it.
Vicente Luque is his name, gentlemen. Please.
His body's better than yours.
Oh.
Brian. Luke K's better than yours. Barbarina, give you a run
These
for your
guys are
money.
playing rock and sock and robots here, man. They're just standing right in front of each other. Wouldn't you think that Luque would want to take this fight to the ground?
tired.
I mean, he almost fucking choked him out.
Yeah, he did.
I get that he's tired. I mean, I really do get that. But I mean, I want to see attempts. Like
How's that whiskey, Eddie?
It sucks.
it's filled with
Oh, you just-
conspiracy
you just-
theories.
You know what it comes from?
thirsty.
It comes from abortion fetuses.
Oh, how
Wow,
dare
that
you.
wow! You brought it to screeching home.
Oh, Luque with a big left hook. Oh, Jesus.
Dude,
These guys are just. I
stand
rarely see a fight where guys are just standing right in front of each other like that. Oh, there it
standing
is.
in a
Oh,
There
that
it is.
rocked him.
There's got
That
the
rocked
back.
him. Oh,
That's
he's
not fair.
hurt.
He threw him
he's
down.
hurt.
These guys-
He pushed him down.
Yep.
Do they hate each other? What's going on?
They're fighters, bro. Professional fighters.
Yeah, it's, you don't see a lot of guys just swinging these days.
No, they're both
you don't.
impressive.
Brian Callen, did you watch MVP versus Paul Daly
I
last night?
did not watch it, and I only wonder how someone like MVP will do if he ever goes to the UFC. I want to see him fight guys like
Yeah, me
Dude,
too.
he's in the
Adesanya.
welterweight tournament though. That Bellator
Yeah.
tournament's legit as
It
fuck.
is legit
Yeah, it
as
is.
fuck.
He's a killer.
He's not ready
it's
for the
legit as
UFC
fuck.
right now.
He's not Michael Venom Page.
No,
He get
no.
beaten up.
Not
Really?
after watching Daly take him down. You got to think what Tyron would do to him, or what Usman would do to him,
Or Colby Covington,
or any
Usman,
real
any of the-
legit wrestler. But the thing about Tyron is Tyron's a legit wrestler with nuclear weapons. It's not just he's gonna punch you. He's gonna put your fucking jawbone through the back of your head.
And he's a phenomenal boxer. Like he outstruck
everything.
fucking Wonder
Yeah.
Boy. He
Yeah.
rocked Wonder Boy,
him.
which is impossible to
Yeah.
do. Wonder Boy,
How about he sat Darren Till down with one shot?
correct.
One shot in the fight, boom,
Dude,
Darren
imagine
Till's on his
shorter than
ass.
Till, too. Just-
Imagine
He's
Darren Till
so
MVP.
jacked, though. Tyron is like the
What's that?
most jacked. Like it's like the best body competition. It's like, first of all, you got to give it all to the Cuban.
Yeah,
Have
Yoel
to.
Romero.
Yoel
Yeah.
Romero wins best body competition.
Of
Period.
course he does.
Rockhold's right behind him.
It's a
he's
leaner,
bigger,
he's a
taller,
but
proportion.
It's a different thing.
He
still looks like a
Rockhold's
model.
got the beautiful
Rockhold
model's
looks
body.
great. He's got a beautiful body. But when Yoel Romero
We're talking
walks in
freak?
with bikini briefs on, you're like,
You're
what
talking
in
freak.
the
All
fuck
right,
is
that's
he
fair.
taking?
Yeah, we're talking freaks.
What is that?
Yeah, that's fair.
What is that?
It's-
Okay,
And then
Hector
Francis
Lombard-
goes,
Oh yeah,
hold my cucumber.
and then Brock Lesnar goes, hold my D-ball. And then Alistair Overeem goes, hold my horse meat.
And then Vitor goes, hold my acai. Let me if I can get in this thing.
Nobody had a better body than Overeem when he was Ubering. Nobody.
The best.
Nobody ever.
I think we bring it up
Ever.
on every podcast we do together.
And it needs to be
still
brought
have
up.
It
Yoel.
has to be
I
right.
got Yoel.
No.
No,
No.
Prime Overeem?
Overeem was ridiculous, but Yoel just as a perfect specimen of just
That's
like,
cute.
He's
Whatever.
no,
Ubering
but-
was 265 pounds.
Shredded, proportionate,
Jacked.
and
When he's standing on the scales and he's flexing, I remember being behind him when he was weighing in, just blinking, going, "What in the fuck am I looking at?"
Yeah.
What is this?
Even Brock Lesnar's like, what the fuck is he on?
I was so pumped for that fight because that was his UFC debut, and his UFC debut against Brock Lesnar. I was so pumped for that fight.
And both of them were on that saucy.
They're on the saucy.
Because Brock looked like a fucking grizzly bear as well.
Yo, where's that wine for
This
your
is
buddy?
beautiful wine.
Where's that wine,
bro?
Where's that wine for your brother?
Pour it up,
Hey,
bro.
I'm sorry, buddy. I thought you
on,
guys
man.
were drinking whiskey.
I'm doing that too.
I thought it was Ireland over there. I didn't
We're
know
free.
it was Italy.
We're free to do whatever we want. We're Americans. We pay taxes.
Jamie.
Can we get Eddie some more whiskey, man?
No more whiskey.
You're good?
Oh, right hand by Luque. Damn,
these
these guys,
guys
still
are hitting
playing
each
rock and
other.
roll.
How are they not going
I
to
feel like
sleep?
these fights are both
that's
all
it.
5 minutes.
you're like this.
5 rounds tonight.
Gentlemen, what's more fun? You get hooking him up with more?
it's like-
Let him get his beak
I
wet.
wanna-
Let him get his beak
That's a
wet.
restaurant
You're
floor.
a bad person.
No, I
You're
love
a
it.
bad person. Cheers.
Cheers,
gentlemen.
boys.
Cheers,
Like-
fellas.
Yeah, my favorite.
My favorite. We were talking about this before you got here. My favorite.
It's the best. It's the best.
I love doing podcasts. I love doing podcasts with everybody. But man, there's something special about these. Look at that upward elbow, Anderson Silva style.
Dude, Anderson, we haven't talked to us. Anderson looked good.
He looked
Really
very
good.
good. He looked very good.
Like, Stylebender didn't beat
Yeah.
like an old weathered
No,
Anderson.
no,
Like,
no.
that was a good go.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson looked a little. I mean, he looked a little overmatched in terms of like technique because Stylebender is a legitimate world class, world championship caliber kickboxer. But Anderson was hanging in there with him.
He was hanging in there, and Anderson also trying to. God, dog.
Jesus.
Look at Ariani behind, like, good Lord.
That is ridiculous.
Look at Joe
I'm
behind him.
going, what in the fuck?
That's so stupid.
That's the scariest fighter of all
Are
time.
you watching
That's
this?
Ubering.
These guys, how do you score this fight? How would you ever score this fight?
I don't know. I'm looking at
good
over his
question.
bicep.
Who's going to win this fight? It's impossible to score.
Very good question.
They-
It would suck to be a judge.
If
Hey,
you
you
saw
know-
this in a movie, you'd be like, nobody punches that.
I wanted to talk
anybody
about
many
that.
times.
There's two things. I watched some Glory fights today while I was working out. Two things that Glory does better than UFC. One, 5 judges, not 3.
Brilliant.
2, open scoring.
Love it.
What do you mean open scoring? What's
That
that
you
mean?
know who's
You know
winning
what's
every
going on.
round. You know what's going on. After every round, the
Oh,
judges
wow.
have to put up their scores. So if you see a fucking domination and then you see 10-9 for the wrong guy,
Like, what
the
the
whole crowd
fuck?
can go, what the fuck?
I
Put the
love
pressure
that.
on them.
I love
boys.
love it.
I love it.
Love it. Two
What would
things.
they have to do to
Fi-
change it?
It's
They-
the
well, it's
commissions,
the
not the
commission.
UFC.
Yeah.
And by the way, you know, the best place to do that kind of change is right here. Andy Foster is like one of the most proactive, ahead of the curve, intelligent guys in all. And, you know, and Bob Bennett over in Nevada is just as good. He's excellent too. They can do this.
But
They
if
can,
Nevada
they just need
does
to vote on it.
if Nevada does it, everyone's
does
going to do it.
Everybody
so
does.
we just need
but
Nevada.
that's not entirely true because of the new rules. The new rules are not
The
adopted.
unified-
Yeah, they're not adopted by everybody.
Yeah.
Are they even adopted by Nevada? Are they?
The
It's
unified
Nevada.
rules?
I always say Nevada. It's
I
not
say Nevada, too.
It's Nevada.
I say
Nevada.
Nevada and I say
It's
no.
Nevada.
You know what? I just say Las Vegas.
Nevada.
I say Las Vegas.
I
the
say
rest of
Nevada.
Nevada doesn't
I was
count.
just there.
I say
Trust me.
Nevada and I say Notre Dame.
Do you say
Tomato?
Argentina?
No, I say Argentina and Chile.
Do you say Ibiza?
I say Ibiza and I say
Ibiza.
Uruguay and Paraguay. That's what I say.
What about Afghanistan?
Afghanistan, of course. I always say
Of
Afghanistan.
course.
And I say Africa.
God damn!
I
Look
say
at this
Africa.
fight. Look at this fight.
This is insane.
These guys are
This is not. This is probably not the way to fight if you want a long-term career.
If you want that $50,000 bonus
If
and
you
some
want
brain trauma,
play Jeopardy when you're 40. This is a bad move.
How tough are these dudes?
Yo, you know what I saw the other day? I saw Wolf Blitzer play Jeopardy. He ended up at the end of it with minus $4,000.
Oh my God! That's
it!
You can't.
At the
You
end!
can't.
Holy
You can't.
shit!
You can't. Amazing fight.
Yeah,
How much time
for
is
both
left?
of them?
it looked like
God,
nothing.
they were because the clock
5
was off,
seconds,
so
about
less
5
than 10.
seconds.
Maybe
Yeah.
5 seconds
wasn't a
in the
knockout.
last round.
Maybe they didn't-
No,
maybe the
they
ref just
stopped
stopped-
it. They stopped
You
it.
don't
That's
know
the
that.
medicine.
They stopped
You
it.
can't stand and bang like that for.
They
forever,
stopped
right?
it.
That's not good.
Sometimes you can.
To brawl
Look at
like
he said,
that.
"Woo!"
Lenny
Luke
Garcia
just looked
I
at his
feel
corner, and goes, "Woo!"
Is he Brazilian?
Yeah,
Dude, did
yeah.
you see fucking
Beast. How badass are Brazilians? Just overall, just stop and think about how many bad motherfuckers came out of Brazil.
They ain't coming out of Uruguay. They ain't coming out of Belize.
Belize.
They ain't coming out of Colombia.
I mean, there's a
There-
few, I'm
yeah,
sure.
there's a few.
But
the
Brazil.
majority are all coming out of Brazil.
Insane.
How about the hoes in Brazil as well? That's just the whole nation.
The hoes are the girls who need help with their rent. Take it easy, bro. What the fuck is he saying?
It's not. It's not really.
How
It's not
dare
really
you
Brazil.
label them that?
It's Rio. It's Rio. Get it straight. Rio is
Real
the
nice.
difference.
Yeah.
Rio
Whatever
is the
they're doing.
difference because their church is the beach.
Look at this.
So everyone got to look good in Rio.
This guy's rough. Look at
Boom. There it
Oh.
is. There's the right hand. Boom.
Is this
There's
the-
the knee.
the knee?
There's another knee. Oh,
was
shit.
tough.
On the way down.
Yeah, that was tough.
Oh, the mouthpiece went flying. That's it.
no.
Stopped it.
Look
at
at
this.
Look at this. Dush.
Oh my God! And this is they had been playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots for 3 fucking rounds.
You can't fight.
Damn, that's
You
crazy.
can't do that. It's so bad.
That's it. That's
Good
it.
stoppage. By
That's
the
Good
way.
fight though, and good for ESPN too, because
Yeah.
the common fans watching going, "Yeah, suck each other in the face,
Hit 'em,
rip
bro.
his head off, bro.
Hit 'em, bro.
I
Do it.
could do that."
Do it for Georgia. Nevada State Athletic Commission adopts new unified rules. Oh, excellent. When does this? What is this labeled?
It's November 13th.
Oh,
2018.
so 2018. Okay, so they finally adopted it.
So they're
They
going to do
didn't
the same-
adopt
they're
it.
gonna do
Excludes
the-
grounded fighter rule. Oh, interesting. So they took the new rules, but they don't accept the 1 point down rule.
So are they going to do what Glory does? Is it going to be 5 judges?
I don't like that.
No,
fucking,
bro.
That grounded
Different
fighter
rules.
rule.
It's
they
too
game
gray.
that system.
It's too gray. It's too much of a gray area. Dude, how about that says fucking Paul Daly protests MVP loss, says Bellator rigged it to protect their investment.
Paul Daly, you're a monster. When he's on, he's a monster. There's no man on the planet who. I mean, think about what he did to Lorenz Larkin, right? Lorenz Larkin is a really technical striker, and Paul Daly,
Top 10.
he lands that fucking left hand on you. You forget your childhood.
He's been fighting. He's
I'm
been fighting.
disappointed. He
since-
says MMA politics and Bellator protecting their investment. I fell and won 3 rounds to 2. In my opinion, I beat that fool. Really close fight.
I can't see how he thinks he won 3 rounds though. Like if they give it to Daly, I'm like, all right, fine. We all lost. The fans lost. But how he says 3, I'm like, all right, that's fine.
I don't know. It's
It was a bullshit fight all the way around.
It was.
it wasn't the best fight.
Oh, it was.
Wasn't a lot going on.
Why? Nothing.
Wasn't the
Too
best
cautious?
fight.
Yeah, is watching 2 blue belts grapple.
Yeah, Daly kept trying. Daly took him down. Then he lost position once, and MVP got on top of him and beat his ass. Got his back. I thought he was going to choke him out.
Me too. I thought he had
Yeah.
a rear naked there for a second.
Yeah. I was amazed that Paul Daly was able to take him down, though. I mean, he really made some big improvements in his wrestling. I mean, I guess maybe he felt like after the John Fitch fight, if you can't beat him, join him.
What a great. This is a great fight, man.
Yeah.
Wow,
John
6
Anik.
seconds left.
What weight was it? 70?
Yeah, that's 70.
I saw
Anik with the
Colby
men's warehouse
Covington at the American Top Team.
Yeah,
And
what's he saying?
He just finished working out, and when you see them like when they're off season, they just you're like, how are you 170?
big.
I saw
Big
Gleason
fella.
Tebow. I saw Gleason Tebow.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was like, you fought at 155. He's so thick, and I didn't even recognize him.
He's
I
huge.
go, I think, and he goes, yeah, that's Gleason Tebow. I was like, what? Yeah, he's
Well, he
ridiculous.
looked huge when he was weighing 155.
Yeah.
He would get on the scale,
He
and I
was
was
so
like, "What is
big.
that? What are you, hollow?
Oh, it's
You're like a
was
fucking
so
one of
big.
those
How are you
chocolate
hollow?
bunnies."
Yeah.
Yeah, chocolate Easter bunny.
How are
I
you
love the
that
hollow
big and
ones.
that light?
I eat ass first.
I hate the fucking hollow ones. I like a solid.
I
bunny.
love the hollow ones,
I
dude.
feel ripped
the solid
off.
ones fuck my teeth up. Do you eat ears or ass first?
ears, bro.
I go ass.
Really?
Yeah, I go ass first.
You do? I
Yeah.
always go ears.
It's a
Nope,
bunny,
like
though,
a
dude. It's
grizzly
not
bear.
a girl.
Yeah, I know.
Your skin looks. What's going on, bro?
You look good.
You look tight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks
handsome.
shiny and it looks very
Oh,
healthy.
no. Well, I haven't
You've been
worked out in
sleeping?
over a week. No.
Maybe that's it.
Well, that
I
is
just
that is
stopped
it.
working out
Maybe
for a
your
week.
body's recovering.
Maybe I was moving. I haven't been able to work
skin
out.
looks good.
I've
Maybe
eaten
just healthy.
pizza every day.
Maybe that's good
You
for you.
have a rosy complexion.
Oh, wow. I'll take it, man.
You look very healthy.
I'm just
Maybe it's
happy
the
to
cold
be here.
weather.
You look
Maybe
like
that's it.
You look 23.
Oh,
Pizza's
wow.
good
Thanks,
for you, dude.
Maybe it's
Thanks, man.
the booze and the rest.
I have been drinking and sitting in a hot tub.
Eat dough and cheese and tomatoes.
My body likes it.
Cheese, anyone?
A nice
Look
cheese
at it.
pizza.
They
man.
interview both of them. John Anik is interviewing Bob
You
Reno.
gotta- you gotta-
That must
Fight
be
of the
from the
night.
truck. That must be from the truck.
Out of respect. Who has
They,
a knife?
they give you. Sometimes I'm walking to the cage and they give me a thing in my ear. Winner and loser.
Oh,
Winner
that's
and
cool.
loser. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Every now and then, man. Yeah.
Did they even approach you to work for ESPN or no? ESPN was like, nah, we know where he's
I'm not interested.
I know.
I would take this for zero money over being in Phoenix right now.
the
Although
best.
I would want to see those fights live, and I'd love to call those fights live.
Oh, this is so much
I'm
better.
good with 10 a year. That's what I like. I like 10 a year.
But did they
That's
even
a lot.
approach you or they didn't even want to?
nope.
10?
10 a year. 10 a year is what I like.
Once
I'm
a
good with
month?
10 shows?
10 a year.
Once a
Yeah.
month, dude?
Once a month.
Just the pay-per-views.
2 months off.
pay-per-views.
2 months off, once a month. Listen, man, I was thinking that
It's a
I was
good
on my
gig.
way out. I was really thinking I was on my way out, but I still love it. And I love it way more now because I don't have to do it as much. And I love it way more now because we do this. Because we can do all this shit talking and have
So
fun and be
fun.
silly.
It's so fun.
I wouldn't mind doing this for some of the big boxing. Like
Yeah.
Mikey Garcia.
Yes,
That's
let's do
dope.
it.
Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence
Yes,
Jr.
let's do it.
D7.
Oh, Dan,
Looking
motherfucking
good.
Severn.
Dude, he's got
Fucking
light brown hair now.
Looking good.
Well, it's a little bit of gray.
Handsome son of a bitch.
God damn, he looks good.
He pulls
That
off
guy's
a
good.
mustache like nobody's
I want to
beeswax.
talk. I want to talk to him on the podcast. I want to reach out to him and get him on because he had some amazing stories about wrestling back when he was wrestling, and he would go international.
wrestling?
No.
International
Amateur
wrestling.
wrestling.
Circuit,
Dude, get Mark Kerr on.
I would love to get Mark Kerr on. I would love to get him on. How's he doing now?
I don't know.
I hear he's in Phoenix. Is he
Is he?
selling? He was selling cars last time I heard.
Was he?
Yeah,
I've heard some classic stories about him.
dude.
I saw Jeff Munson at. I didn't say anything.
Oh,
Russia?
dude, get him on.
He in Russia?
Yeah, I think he's a Russian citizen. I saw him.
Yes, he is a Russian citizen. He sings Russian songs. There's a video of him driving around in a Russian car singing Russian songs.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
He might be on the list for that.
Eddie, remember when he took off all his clothes and left Abu Dhabi in 2003?
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
when Eddie beat Hoyler? We were down in Sao Paulo, and Monson got robbed. So Monson to protest took off all his fucking clothes and threw his shorts into
Just looked like a shaved
Just-
polar bear.
He was so
He's
giant,
so big.
He was so giant.
North
at the
South
time.
choke, the Munson choke.
Oh man, I asked Eddie at the time. I'm like, "Is that a legit choke?" And he's like, "I think he kind of gooned him." And it was before Marcelo started tapping guys with that. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
We used to
Yeah.
think that the North South choke was a goon. Was just he just grabbed his head and squeezed the shit out of it like Mark Kerr or Mark
Sure.
Coleman style.
Sure.
Jeff Munson looks like he's in shape. He couldn't look thicker. Couldn't
He's
look
a
stronger.
gorilla.
Dude,
He's
I
so
bet you he'd
big.
pass the test too right now.
Oh yeah, he'll pass the test. He tests positive. He'll pass the test like I will for weed.
Yeah.
that Nowitzki, but if they tried saying like, nope, no, we just no, no.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's probably 45 and he's in very.
When
he's
did you
very
see
tight.
him last?
I
At
saw him
ATT?
this weekend. I was at ATT.
He's older than
Yeah.
that. I think
Yeah.
Monson's almost 50.
Yeah, probably.
Because
Dude,
he was
he
like
was-
he fought Chuck Liddell as a light heavyweight way back in the day.
Oh, he
remember?
was old school, man.
Old
So he was in
school.
the UFC, had all those tattoos. You ever seen a picture of him when the protesters? And he's fucking like this, and it's just the SWAT team.
and
like,
he's got that fucking the capitalism tattoo in the back of his
gun to
neck.
the head?
with a gun to the head. It says capitalism. It's a guy with holding a gun to your head. Like
Why he doesn't like capitalism?
He's crazy Marxist, like
He
crazy.
is?
Yeah, like full on
You
communist.
would like him.
no, I don't like
Leninist.
communists.
No?
No, dude.
I thought you did.
No, I'm a
What
free
are you
market guy.
talking about? He's a libertarian free
I was-
market.
you know what,
Look
I
at
was-
that
I
picture.
was-
Look at that picture.
Look
Oh
at those
my
guys.
God.
Look at that picture.
that guy on the
Those
left's
guys
like,
are
fuck
oh
this.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck this. We don't get paid enough.
And they got to know who he is too. The guy with the mask on.
Even
is
if you
like,
don't, you're like, what the fuck?
the guy with the mask on is
That's
like,
a really
"At least he
cool
won't bite
tattoo,
my
though.
nose off.
Get it, Callen. Get
it's a
your first
great
tattoo.
tattoo.
Yeah, get it.
For 10 points, do you know where that's from, though? Do you know what that signifies? Do you know what picture that's from?
No.
You can have all the points.
Is it a Banksy?
That's from I believe, and that's from Vietnam, where the guy is shooting another guy. It's a famous picture.
It's a real picture?
Yes, of a
Oh, shit.
of a guy shooting, I believe, a Viet Cong.
That's dark, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that was-
he's allied with America.
Is Crow next?
Yep.
Okay, this one we got to watch. We got to actually watch this. Damn. There's a great Vice documentary, the Munchies documentary on Crone, what Crone eats and his training routine. It's amazing. You know, he's a pescatarian. He doesn't eat any meat.
He's a flat earther.
You might not want to leave.
You didn't know that?
Let him say that.
Well, he's
Yeah,
good at
that doesn't
submission.
say that.
He's good
He
at
was on my
submission, but he's good at
podcast.
submission.
We
not,
talked
not,
about it for
not
3 hours.
geophysics and all those other things. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying,
Love his fighting, not his world
right?
views.
You wanna-
Yeah, well, someone needs to take him up on a fucking hot air balloon.
Well,
Oh, yeah, that'll
it's
work.
what I was saying.
That'll
It's what I was saying. Anybody who tries to get away with a crime, for example, like this guy Jesse Smollett or whatever.
How
this
crazy
is very
is that
interesting.
story?
You
Hilarious.
and I had our
How
nose
crazy
out
is
from
that
day one,
story?
bro.
Fucking called it. People call
Me
me
and
a
Jamie
racist.
like,
too.
this
Me and
doesn't add
Jamie. Me and Jamie. We shut the cameras off. We're like, "Is everything done?" I'm
Right.
not buying this shit. Jamie's like, "I ain't buying this shit." I'm like, "I'm never gonna say it." I had people texting me, "This is bullshit," because it just sounded.
Cal and I went
it
hard in the
sounded
paint
like
from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just some people were saying online that it was like what happens when you let actors write a script.
Right. Right. Oh, but how about
so
this?
bad. Who said Bridget
even
Fantasy
worse.
said that.
Even worse. Getting an actor to try to get away with a crime. There are cops,
Yeah.
Chicago cops, because they haven't seen everything. Because
Yeah.
Because those guys don't study crime, and you're
Right.
new to the game, and you come and you're going to pull the wool over the Chicago police, all those detectives.
Yeah.
And it's like me
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
I started fighting a little. I saw some stuff on YouTube. I'm going to go and fight.
Dude, how about How about they
I saw
brought
some
in his
fighting on
boys,
YouTube.
though? How about they brought in his boys and they squealed real
Squealed
fast?
quick.
Chicago cops
'Cause you've never
hounding
been in
going,
front of
what the fuck's going on here?
They
And
left
give us
those
your
guys,
phones.
They left those guys loose. They're like, you can
Within
go home
an
now,
hour.
sir.
Like, we're good here. Get
Those,
the fuck
the
out.
guys he hired are jacked.
They're jacked.
They
They're
fucking look
jacked.
sculpted.
Rumor is
Nigerian.
they're
look
running
like
a train up.
Hector Lombard.
No, they all. It looked like fucking Francis. Looked
Yeah,
like two
they ran a
Francis
train on him?
Ngannou's. That I mean,
Nigerians,
maybe.
guys.
Sure. Who's on top?
God, I think the brothers are just
Both
like
of
a
them.
spit.
Just like a Chinese finger.
Have you guys seen that documentary, Abducted in Plain Sight? Have you guys seen that on Netflix?
So he's obsessed
You
with
seen
it.
that?
I haven't seen it yet. Don't tell me
Dude.
anything about it.
Fucking see Abducted
I will.
in Plain Sight.
Have you seen it,
I
Joe?
will.
It's fucking incredible. It's on
I will.
Netflix. You have to see it.
I
What's
have
it about?
Spoiler alert, and this should sell you on it. The dad sucks off the dude who's molesting his daughter and having sex with
Jerks
his
him
wife.
off. He doesn't suck him off. He jerked him off.
So
It
he
was
says-
the 70s.
yeah.
So
Why did he do that?
Well, check the
Because he had pressure
The
building
ma-
up.
it's a long story.
wanted relief?
It's a long story, but this guy abducts this girl, drugs her, and she wakes up strapped to a bed. She didn't know where she is. She's
What do you
12.
A knife for cheese. Holy fuck,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Jamie, we got one.
Jamie, I got an expensive knife.
yeah, cheese and
That's a
Crone
beautiful
Gracie.
knife.
Tuckamore Custom Knives.
Talking about custom knife.
Find them on Instagram.
That's
Joe,
gorgeous.
without giving
Given to me by
Put a little diet root
That's
beer
a
in this
work of
whiskey.
art, dude.
Donnie Vincent gave it to me.
That's a work of
Professional
art.
hunter. Yeah.
True work of art.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah, you
real.
gotta
That's a
calm
handmade
down,
knife.
though.
Tuckamore?
You got to calm down, man.
Yeah,
You
find them on
calm
Instagram.
down.
They got a great Instagram page. Handmade knives.
Why does this knife in my hand feel so at home?
Because you're a natural knifeman.
You know what? I
Yeah.
am. I'm a knifesman.
Yeah.
Joe, check this out.
I
This
put a little
guy,
diet
this
root
guy
beer in this
abducts
whiskey.
this 12-year-old girl, drugs her. She wakes up. She's strapped up, and she's got this speaker next to her. And
Don't tell
this
me
guy.
this.
This
I don't want to
guy.
hear this.
She doesn't die,
Okay.
Dude,
Okay.
it's so interesting.
dude. You're gonna if you watch this.
They're the
it's
worst
not-
pa- they're the worst
she doesn't
parents I've
die.
ever seen in my
she
life.
Doesn't, she gets abducted, and this guy makes
She's
her
alive,
think.
bro.
This guy makes her think that she got abducted by aliens. So then the aliens tell her he's got this on a tape recorder, and she's tied up. She's
His name's
strapped up.
Mr. B.
Yeah, his name's Mr. The guy who abducted her, and the aliens tell her that she must marry this man to save the world, and if anybody finds
No,
out,
get pregnant.
Yeah. Well, yeah. To have she must get pregnant by this guy, that guy that abducted her, and
Classic sociopath.
Yes, she believes it and falls in love with the guy, and she's in love with him for like 4 years because she thinks she has to save the world.
Oh my God.
He got her to think she got abducted by aliens.
What do you think is happening when people say they get abducted by aliens? You think they're liars?
I think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's some people, high level people, doing experiments and getting them. They're abducting them. They're not being abducted by aliens. They're being abducted by people who make them think they're getting abducted
wouldn't
by
it be
aliens.
more interesting? I mean, more obvious if they were just dreaming, because nothing happens to them physically. You know, the thing about the alien abductions is
That's a
there's
theory.
there's no evidence. If you look at like people that have been alien abducted, like there's no evidence they actually leave their house. There's no
they're just in their bed.
No alarms go off.
Hey.
See, what happens is when
Asses
people
I don't
sleep,
believe that really happens
hold
at
on.
all.
When people sleep, your brain produces all these chemicals that make you dream, right? So all of these alien abductions, almost all of them, this is great cheese.
God, it's
Great
good cheese.
cheese.
Callen knows
all
cheese,
this
dude.
alien,
Yeah.
these alien
I
abductions
don't fuck
all
around.
take place while people are sleeping. It's real simple. They're laying in bed at night. They have this unbelievable, realistic dream. They also have what's called sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is something that afflicts people where they're semi-awake and they can't move their body because your body's just like in a half state of dreaming and awake.
We call it REM sleep.
So during this time, your brain is producing dimethyltryptamine. You're producing DMT. So you're tripping your balls off and you're having these weird fucking visions and you think you're aboard spaceships and shit.
That's a possibility, but after watching this documentary, another possibility is that they're drugging people and making them think they got
they?
getting.
They.
It could be anybody.
They, bro.
It could be anybody.
They.
There is no they, dude.
Hey,
Everybody's
Bruce,
cool.
Bruce Buffer. Crone Gracie.
Come on, Crone.
I'm more excited about this fight than I am the
Is this a
big main
co-main?
event.
Is this a co-main?
Should be.
No.
No. One more.
Vic.
Oh.
Felder.
Dude,
Oh,
his,
these are great fights.
debut is like almost a co-main. This is probably the co-main.
No, this isn't the co-main. Felder.
Wow.
Yeah, there's another
Crone
fight.
Felder
looks-
Vic.
Crone looks thin
shit.
and just ready. He's a beautiful looking human
Handsome.
being.
Beautiful.
He's a
You
model.
ever seen his dad?
And his mom?
His mom was a
Timepiece. And his
supermodel.
mom.
She was?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Dude,
Well,
I got
think
caught
about
looking
Hickson
at
Gracie
Hickson Gracie's
and that
girl.
level of girl that he would marry. Think about that.
Yeah, he's
Think about
Give him
that.
some more of that wine, homeboy.
Yeah, chewing.
No,
on
Dude,
it.
who wants wine?
It's a
Are we
beautiful
chewing?
wine.
Yeah.
Who's chewing?
I don't know.
Eddie?
Eddie.
Eddie,
What?
you're chewing on the microphone. Don't do that.
Don't get
Don't do
mad.
that. It's gross.
People get crazy.
Good thing I don't read social media
This
anymore.
kid kills it. This guy's a beast.
Caceres is a bad motherfucker.
He really is.
He's a vegan and Crohn's a pescatarian. So this is one for the people who don't
What's a
eat meat.
pescatarian?
I'll take
What is that?
pescatarian
Only
for
eats fish.
5,000, please.
I'm moving over to the fish pescatarian thing. Red meat hurts me.
When are you going to start sucking dicks?
off.
Sits in my body.
Do pescatarians eat octopus?
Guys, I'm opening
hell
up to
yeah.
you.
Any fish, dude.
That's like eating a dolphin.
It is, dude. They're too
It is.
smart.
They can feel
They're
it.
smarter than dolphins.
It's like eating an alien.
I don't need it anymore because after I saw
Dolphin
this.
alien.
Here we go. Here we go.
Come on,
Crone will pull guard.
Oh, yeah. He'll do
'cause
everything.
His closed
Oh,
guard
Alex
is
Caceres lighting that
insane.
front leg up.
Crone Gracie's closed guard is insane, so he will pull guard.
He submitted me from close guard.
Yeah, he
No,
submitted.
I don't believe that.
He submitted
You're
JT
being
Torres.
modest.
He submitted JT Torres, who's one of the best guys out there in Abu Dhabi, 2013 in China from close guard.
What I'm surprised
That's
is
rare.
he's
That's
not
rare.
He's not taking his dad's approach, which is that front leg side kick.
Yeah, he
to the
does
leg.
that. No, he does.
Oh,
that.
shit.
Oh,
does
he
that.
hit him with the left hand. He hurt him. Crone
Crone
just
hurt him.
Oh
the hook
shit!
kick.
He's throwing some kung fu.
Caceres throws some wild shit. He's got so much more experience. It's so crazy. Crone's
for sure
throwing some
seen-
fucking hammers.
I wouldn't mind if he just shot for a
He's
single.
throwing some good. Oh,
It's over.
yeah,
kid.
it's over.
It's
It's over.
It's over. Game
It's over.
He's a clincher, dude.
Fuck yeah.
It's
He's
not
a
going to be an easy
python.
takedown. He's going to have to pull guard here.
He's
it's not
a
going to be an easy
python.
takedown.
He's got that-
doing that.
he's doing that
That thing that
Enzo
Enzo,
Gracie.
Gracie did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And he has
Enzo-
4 minutes to work.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit. Henzo
plenty-
did that last
plenty
time.
of
He's going to
time.
take your back.
Joe Benavidez took a guy down 3 or 4 times in his
Ortiz?
last fight with that,
Yeah,
with that
Ortiz.
move.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a legit move.
This is a
problem.
different animal, though. He's a different animal on your back. This is a real world class submission strangler.
He's got a drag. There it is. Oh, it's over,
no.
kid.
Back up.
It is over.
Oh, it's so over.
It's over.
The ice cream.
There's no way he's going to survive.
He's fucked.
You just hold that on.
Shut your
It's
fucking
fucking
Hold
over,
your mouth.
dude.
Peel the arm off. You'll be
It
fine.
is
Peel the
over.
arm.
He's got full
Arch
strength
your
in his
back.
Dude,
arms.
he's got 3.5 minutes.
Callen, if you're his cornerman, what would you be yelling?
Arch your
Calm
back. Arch
down.
your
Oh,
back.
right there. That's
That's
it.
it.
Arch your
That's
back.
it.
You're fine.
That's it. He's
Arch
pulling
your
across.
back.
He's
There it
got
goes.
it.
Turn
It's under
towards
the
it.
neck.
Oh,
It's under the
shit.
neck.
It's over right
It's a
there.
wrap.
It's
That's a
God
wrap.
damn it.
No, it's a fucking
No, it's
wrap.
over.
It's a
No,
wrap.
Guarantee you can't defend this.
100%.
No, he's got that
It's
hand.
over.
Listen, I'm betting everybody.
Look at
Oh, it's over now. Now it's over.
It's
Now
100%.
Now
It's
it's over.
100%.
Now it's
Game,
over.
set.
It's over.
He's going to sleep.
He's
Go to
going to
sleep,
sleep.
son.
It's over right there.
Go
Ready?
see them aliens,
It's
son.
over.
Woo!
Yeah. Fuck. Hey, I
That's
like
sick.
Alex Caceres a lot.
Me
but Crone
too.
Gracie,
Look at
that's
him.
my
He just
dog.
shook his head like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Dude, it's that.
He just shook his. Alex just shook his head like, what the fuck is that?
It's the
That's
it's
his
the
sister right there.
Khabib phenomenon. As soon as he touches you, you're done.
No, it's
he
a
can't
different
touch you.
thing.
People
That's
don't
a different
understand
thing.
the
Khabib
level of
doesn't choke
jiu-jitsu.
people out like that.
No, it's a different thing.
Khabib's not like that.
No, he just gets you and punches
There's
you.
a
in the
certain-
face.
For 25
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
There's a certain
Don't ever compare him again.
phlegmy sound when people chew cheese on microphone that's really disgusting.
Dude, that's
I
so
just
crazy
heard it.
how good he is. That's
so good.
Look at this shit.
He's so good.
Look at this.
He'll pull guard. He basically pulled guard right there and
Basically
ended up on his
dragged him to
back.
the ground.
Oh
but
my
it's just,
God.
he's world class, man. It's a different animal.
Because you wouldn't do that in
Look at
wrestling.
this.
You wouldn't take a guy down like if it was a
Look
wrestling
at
match.
this. It's just slow squeeze.
And Henry Gracie's doing a breakdown of it right now.
Right now. Guys, check it out. This is how it will happen. Right now. We're going to go over the breakdown right now.
That's so unbelievable.
Crone Gracie with amazing rear naked choke. Let's check it out, guys.
Jesus, that's a huge win. That's a fucking big deal, man.
Alex Caceres is a good fighter, but he doesn't know Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Let's go step by step.
He breaks
Gotta
that
say
shit
grandfather there
down.
3 or 4
Is
times.
his father there? Is his father there?
I'm sure he's
Hickson?
there.
I'm sure. Son
Or
fighting in the UFC.
You know, he's maybe not even watching. He's like surfing in Rio or some shit.
He might not even
No,
know.
no, he was there.
might not even know. He might
for
even know.
sure. No,
Oh,
Hickson
he's
was
balls
there.
deep in the most
There's
beautiful
way-
Brazilian we know.
Hey, dude, there's no way Hickson wasn't there.
I
There's no
want
way.
to meet him. I want to talk to him.
Well,
There's
you would
no
think
way
that
he
they would
wasn't there.
show Hickson. You never met Hickson?
Yeah.
No, I
We
just-
can set it up, my friend. We can
Man,
set it up.
I love him. I want to meet him.
He had the most interesting description of how he finishes people. He goes, we start at a neutral point. He goes, and then we go to 1. And he goes, when I move to 1, I'm not going back to 0. He goes, I'm moving to 2 and then to 3.
There's no going backwards.
And then checkmate.
Yeah,
And
there's
this
no
is
going
like-
back.
But it's also like
he's a master.
the fucking confidence. The confidence. This is a blue cheese? What is this? This is some sort of a
You brought a blue
mold in
cheese,
this
huh?
Now,
motherfucker.
when you're ready,
Now, are we all going to shit our pants
when you're
tonight?
ready,
Do you not like
we
blue
got
cheese?
this beautiful
I do.
cream. Got this beautiful creamy French.
But with the
blue cheese,
crackers,
Eddie?
though, that's going to be too much on the
You don't eat that?
podcast.
Eddie
The
doesn't even
crackers?
eat onions.
Are you a pescatarian?
Is that like a weird thing?
I don't eat
You're a
onions either.
pescatarian?
I don't eat onions either.
Why?
You and I have a lot in common.
I love onions.
You guys
Onions,
both
they-
eat ass, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
only on New Year's Eve.
Shouldn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a...
Kelly's nose
you
in
don't
that
eat
ass.
ass doggy style though, right? Just missionary.
No, I sure do. I'm an American man.
Why wouldn't you eat ass doggy style?
American. I prefer
A certain position where it's weird.
It's, hey, that's
You do the baby style where you preach their legs up like a
Put your hands
baby?
under the cheeks.
No.
Right? And
Like
then
you
you
cleaning
go
diapers.
down like Gene Simmons. You go, touch the butt a little bit, and that's it.
That's weak, son.
You go doggy style eating ass.
You gotta let them know you love them.
Yeah,
What?
you know what's up.
Okay. That's only for
all
New
he
Year's
said.
Eve.
All
That's
right.
only for New Year's Eve.
Look at Cron's hair.
Handsome bastard.
Like his hair, he just lets it go.
He's got a great school too. Culver City in the house.
Got
Yeah,
out of
great school.
He got out of his out of the shower and just shook it out.
Yeah.
It's in Culver City.
I just
That's where
want to
shoot
let
the
everybody
show.
know that the Earth is flat.
Oh, no. Please don't do that, girl.
Oh, dude, he's way down. He called me up out of the blue. He got my number.
Are you still
from,
a flat earther?
You once you go flat, you never go back.
Oh, really?
That's like
can't go back.
going back
Yes,
to Santa
they have
Claus.
pills
That's
for
like
that.
believing in Santa Claus and then finding
For
out that
some
he
reason,
doesn't
I thought you
exist.
were off of
and
it,
then you
though.
go back to Santa Claus.
I'm not even trying. I'm not even trying to make a joke. I thought you were off it. For some reason, I
Nobody
thought.
goes off it.
Once you're flat,
It's like
you're
Santa
flat.
Claus.
Eddie's off it.
Space is Santa Claus for adults.
No, Eddie's off it, but he has a following now of flat earthers, so he can't.
That's not true.
Oh, is that what it
That's
is?
not
Yeah,
true.
you can't
Oh,
say
you
it
calling
out
his
loud.
bluff? You calling his
Come on,
bluff
man.
on
But
flat?
it's okay. He can't say it out loud. Give me those. No, I can't eat
You
crackers.
can't eat crackers on here.
You never go
I
back.
gotta draw the line there.
You're right, Bubba. This is a softer cheese that I'm getting this beautiful knife a little bit tarnished. We're gonna have to clean it.
Cron Gracie. Shout out.
You know, I was a little concerned with Crone's fighting career because when he was on my podcast when we were discussing Flat Earth, he said that he doesn't know if fighting is for him. There's a lot of pressure, the family pressure, and he was basically saying that he likes living without any pressure, and he doesn't know if he wants to keep fighting.
Nothing wrong with that.
But now, you know, when you listen to the Countdown Show and all that embedded
can't
stuff,
believe that.
he said, you know what? I realized that just teaching is like every day is like Groundhog Day, and I'm not at my best when I'm just teaching. I'm at my best when I'm training for something. So I always have to be training for
needs that
something. So I
pressure.
realized I need to be fighting. So when I heard
Try some of
that,
that blue.
that's like some, you know, he's evolving and figuring
Yeah.
himself out. So this might be the beginning of some championship shit here for the UFC.
Listen, if he gets his striking together, and he did tag Caceres with a couple of punches, everybody who goes to the ground with this kid is fucked.
What weight class was this?
145.
45?
Yeah, but guess what? Good luck with Max Holloway. Holla at your boy.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I would
You know
love
what-
to
you know-
see Crone. This is too much. Why do we do this?
Why do you
I was
do
gonna
this?
say fucking Brian Ortega versus Crone.
What was this?
What's wrong
55?
with you?
This was 55.
45.
This was 45.
45.
Oh shit!
That's 45.
You know when he was
Guy had
12
his
years
first
old.
fight
Hey,
of
when he was
tossing him to the
12
fucking
years
wolves.
old. He wasn't that into jiu-jitsu. He was a little. He wasn't.
He was
balls deep.
skateboarding.
He was skateboarding, and John Jock. We were outside of a
Knife is
tournament,
so-
and John Jock. We were walking, and Cron Gracie at 12 came by us on skateboarding, started doing some tricks, and John. I'll never forget this. John Jock goes, "That's the one right there. That's the one that's going to take over." I'm like, really? And John Jock knew it because he's really tight with Hickson, and
How long
Hickson's
has
family.
Cron been striking? Do we know?
Well, you know, I mean, he's
Few years,
he's
5 years, 6 years.
He's been doing MMA fights. He fought in Ryzen. He fought a few fights. The thing is, like, his striking is like his father's striking. It's just to understand it.
Yeah.
It's not really to do it in terms of, like, he's never going
It's
to be
a close
like
distance.
Jorge
Look at Ben Askren.
Gurgel.
He's never going to stand in back.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
close,
yeah.
to close distance and then grab
Yes,
you. And once
yeah.
he grabs you,
Exactly.
you're in big trouble.
Even Khabib
He's
will
dangerous.
strike more than Cron.
Yeah.
Cron is just going to get in, clinch up, and like
Yeah.
you said, go from step 1, step 2, step 3, not go backwards.
He's dangerous.
and
be tough-
Alex
it's gonna be
Caceres
tough
is
to beat.
tough as fuck.
Yes.
I wouldn't have been disappointed or shocked if Alex Caceres escaped a couple times on the ground and maybe stood up again,
Right.
and maybe Cron got him in the
Right.
third round. I wouldn't have been that surprised because Alex Caceres, he's been fighting for so long. He's squirrely on the
Yeah,
ground.
that's not an easy fight for your
Yeah,
first
that's not an
UFC
easy fight.
And you only have 4 fights. That's
And
a
he's
tough game.
beaten some good guys. I mean, remember when he beat Sergio Pettis? Look at that when Anthony Smith knocked out Shogun. Meanwhile, how good did fucking Shogun look in his last fight? Shogun has made some sort of a crazy resurgence, man.
Seriously?
Yeah, man. His last fight, he was so savage. He was so savage and so
Who did he
aggressive. Pull up who Shogun fight. He fought someone good, man.
I thought he got murked.
No. His last fight he won by stoppage, and he looked like a fucking animal. He looked like the Shogun of old.
Those old
Crazy.
guys who keep doing it like.
What's that?
Tyson Pedro.
Tyson Pedro.
Oh, that's right. And Pedro's a motherfucker.
He's a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right. He beat him.
Dude, Shogun's
in Australia.
Is this
Shogun's
guy going
a
to fight
beast.
John Jones? That's what they're
That's
talking
what
about.
we're talking about.
This would be a highlight
Good
for
luck
him.
with all that.
Who would this gentleman be? I don't
Anthony
know.
Smith.
He's a beast, man.
He is
He's
a
the guy who
beast.
knocked out Shogun. He's a beast, man.
He knocked out Shogun, Ozdemir, Rashad.
He's a beast. He's a very, very good fighter, and I think he's the type of guy that's going to rise to the occasion. I mean, I don't know if he's. I don't.
Where your head's at.
Yeah, I don't
You're
know
wrong.
if he's. Oh,
How tall
dare
is he?
you.
How tall is he?
I work for the organization.
God, he looks scary.
I don't know if he's capable of beating John because I legitimately feel like John is not just the best light heavyweight of all time. I think he's absolutely in the conversation for the best fighter of all time.
I agree.
There's 3 or 4 guys that are in that conversation.
And I'm not throwing
Mighty
shade on
Mouse.
Anthony
This
Smith.
is Mighty Mouse, who I think is the best representative of martial arts I've ever seen.
Cain
The weight
Velasquez,
class.
right?
There's no. I mean, Kane is the best heavyweight I've ever
Yeah.
seen. But the best fighters I've ever seen, I think Fedor is in the conversation. And I think Anderson Silva, when he was in his
100%.
prime,
When he was in his prime,
when he was in his prime, he was a savage,
I think
man.
best ever.
He was an assassin. Look at this, Cain Velasquez showing up, purple. Look at
the biggest head
sweet.
ever.
Looking sweet in that purple jacket. Whoa!
Luke Rockhold and Daniel Cormier said when he was healthy, he was the baddest man on the planet.
Well, DC said to me, man, he goes, I can't beat that guy.
Yeah.
He goes,
Right.
when, he
Oh,
goes-
everyone tells me he
he
trains
goes,
with him
I
like
can't beat him.
nightmare.
Yeah.
He goes, I thought about that when I was training with him. He goes, I can't beat him. Look at his corner man's got his headphones on too. He's like, fuck it, whatever he's listening to, I'm listening to.
Dude, his
By the
corner
way-
man came
by the way,
swagged up.
He's a fantastic
He's a
looking
specimen. He's
of
the
a man.
specimen of all specimens.
Yeah, he's great.
He really is, man.
Powerful
There's 3
jaw.
more fights.
Powerful
There's 3
jaw.
more
Yeah,
Yeah, they
fights.
fight first.
We got a
Powerful
gal
jaw.
fight. Courtney
Oh, Courtney
Casey
Casey's
all
good.
up in this bitch. She's very
good.
good.
Soccer player? NCAA soccer player. A real
A while ago.
Soccer translates, by the way.
They say.
And Cynthia Calvillo.
She's a motherfucker.
She's a-
Little team
oh,
alpha
shit,
male.
yeah, she's
She's
good.
a beast. She likes to fight too. That girl likes to scrap. This is good. This
She
is
has,
gonna be
she has a
fun.
Diaz mentality.
Yeah, let's give these people some credit. Let's watch this fight. And give me some more wine because I'm drunk.
I'm getting a little
Get a little
tipsy myself.
You can't be mad at
You
these
guys
guys.
got anything to do after this? You want to get some steaks?
I can't.
Where you going,
I
bitch?
can't.
My boyfriend Andy Stumpf is staying with me, so
Is
we're
he
gonna-
staying with you?
Yeah,
He's here tomorrow on my podcast.
he's doing your podcast. with me.
Yes.
he's a great guy. I
love
have
him to
really good
death.
conversations with that guy.
He's
really
great.
good.
He's staying with you?
Yeah,
No
he's my
shit.
boyfriend.
Why don't you come with me on the podcast tomorrow? Your show's done, right?
I could do that, but I have a podcast tomorrow.
What is your podcast
The Fighter and the
about?
Kid, you son of a bitch.
What is your
How dare
podcast
you?
about?
We haven't podcasted in a long time.
I'm a podcast.
How often do you guys do
Jonathan Haidt.
podcasts? Fighter and the Kid.
Brendan Schaub and Bryan Callen do a podcast every Monday and Wednesday without fail.
Damn.
Yeah,
2
we don't
days a
fuck
week.
around.
Every Monday, Wednesday.
How long are the podcasts?
They are as long as we choose.
3 hours, 2 hours?
Nah,
No.
usually 2.
Hour and a half.
Two.
2 max.
Interesting.
Never longer than 2.
Interesting.
I can't remember last time we did 2. Usually hour and a half. Be.
Interesting.
Grew by 33% this year. There, I said it out loud. I don't give a fuck.
All right.
You and Chris D'Elia doing some stand-up together?
Your podcast grew by 33% this
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
Wow.
And that's
is
why I
that
don't- that's
all
why I don't have
Brendan
to
or
do-
mostly
It
Brendan?
was all Brendan. He runs the business. Let's be honest. I show up. Now, here's the thing. And when I try to get involved, watch this. I go like this. I go, you need any help with the business? He goes, not really your thing, is it? I go, okay, Jesus Christ. All
Not
right.
your thing, is
I
it?
said, all right.
That's hilarious.
But it's why I don't have to do local press and why I basically sold out the West Palm Beach Improv, which I've never done, which is a big deal
Congratulations.
for me. Yeah,
That's
it's really
huge.
cool.
I did that about 30 years ago.
I know. Listen, I'm way behind. You're the canary in the coal mine. Thanks for making me feel bad.
Remember that? Remember that night?
We've done a bunch of those. That wasn't.
What's that?
That was
That's a
a different
great-
club.
that's a
The
great
new club
Palm
is
Beach?
giant. The new
Palm
club
Beach
is about
is huge.
600
place.
people.
Well, Palm
Yeah.
Beach, if you have 5 shows, you got to
do
sell
tinfoil
about
hat?
4,500
I bet tinfoil
tickets,
hat would do
right?
really
No,
well
you
there.
have to sell-
5,000.
No, it's five-
Oh,
it's-
I'm
we're
sorry,
not gonna go
2,500 tickets.
Yeah.
About 2,500
Yeah.
tickets to sell
Yeah.
out.
What?
2,500 tickets to sell out 5
I fell
shows.
short of
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah,
I fell
yeah.
short of that, but I sold a lot.
We're doing a show in Spokane at 4:20 in the afternoon. Stand-up. Is that a mistake? Is that
Spokane
a
where?
mistake?
No.
Spokane Comedy Club?
No, not if it's 420. Those stoners will show up, man.
Oh, yeah.
Bert
On a
Kreischer does, too.
Saturday afternoon.
No, you're good.
Not on April 20th. Just
No.
at 4:20.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
They'll
There's
show up.
something
People
about when
show
it's-
up.
Like
The sun's-
March 9th.
Well,
when the
find
s-
out when it is. We'll announce it right now. You'll sell that motherfucker out.
When the sun is still out, it's a little bit.
Tough for
Not
comedy.
for stoners.
That's true.
What are you talking about?
Bert Kreischer does a morning thing, though.
Yeah.
He
Well, you know
kills
who
it.
always
Yeah.
did those? Fucking Doug Benson. He did the 420 shows. He always did that. You do 420 in the afternoon on Sunday.
Spokane's actually a fun place. I was just there. Spokane's great.
I've never been.
It's fun, and I drove down to Coeur d'Alene. And,
beautiful.
I'm doing Spokane somewhere.
I love
Coeur d'Alene
Spokane.
is like God's country.
Dude, I want to move there.
Dude, I'm
Where?
confused right now.
You're gonna buy a place there.
Where is this?
Next to Kanye.
Coeur d'Alene?
Yeah,
Next to Kanye? Does
he has
Kanye have a place there?
Yeah,
And this is in Washington?
that would be Idaho.
Oh,
Coeur d'Alene,
Idaho.
Idaho.
Is
I
it beautiful?
think. Dude, amazing.
Really?
Amazing.
I want to move there.
It's gorgeous.
Dude, let's get a place there. The
I
three
would
of
in a
us.
heartbeat.
What are we going to do? We'd have to get all divorced. You're divorced already.
Screw.
We just quit all the
Timeshare
divorce.
it, bro.
Listen, I had a friend of mine who went there and took a picture of this lake 100 foot deep. You could see the bottom of the water.
It's amazing.
You see
Great
you could see
restaurants.
crystal clear. You could
This
see
is in
the
Coeur
bottom
d'Alene?
of the water. Yeah,
Hey, B, you would love
it's
it.
like a
Great
glass of
restaurant,
wine.
shopping.
Why have I
like-
never heard of it?
How have you never
Because they
heard
want
of
to keep it
Coeur
on the
d'Alene?
low
Fuck,
key,
it's a
bro.
secret, bro.
Yeah,
I already started looking at properties.
But
Seriously?
there is one issue. It's like a stomping ground for white supremacists. Like especially-
Whatever, bro.
Where?
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Don't let that
I heard
scare you
I heard that
away.
too. So Friday, March 8th, tinfoil hat me and Sam Tripoli are in Tacoma, but that 420 show is in Spokane on a Saturday.
Spokane Comedy Club?
March 9th. The Spokane Comedy Club. Were you there?
Love that. Yeah, I love
Is
that
it cool?
place. Great room.
Okay, cool.
Had a terrible.
I
opener.
was like almost like fuck that. 420 in the afternoon.
I'm drunk. I shouldn't have said that.
But yeah, we're gonna try that shit.
Here's,
I've been
I'm
a
gonna
terrible
be-
opener more than once in my life.
Yeah. I'll be at the
Nobody starts
this
out
Thursday.
perfect.
I'll be at the Vogue Theater in Vancouver.
Oh, this Wednesday I'll be at the Ice House in Pasadena. That's the only show that we haven't even announced it yet. You go to the Ice House website because Monday night at the Comedy Store sold out. Tuesday night at the Improv sold out.
You got a spot on that
I'm
ice
going
house?
crazy. Yes,
Ooh.
for you,
Yeah.
100%.
I'm in.
When is it?
100%. Wednesday night, 10 p.m.
Maybe I'll
I'm in.
do it.
100%. You're in.
All right, let
you
me
want
see.
to do a
No,
spot?
I
What
may
day?
be.
Wednesday night, 10 p.m.
I have to see if
Wednesday
I'm,
night?
I might be
Wednesday
flying to
Let's do
Vancouver.
it.
I have
At
to-
10? Like a
Fight companion show at the
shit.
fucking Ice House in
This
Pasadena.
Wednesday?
night.
Okay.
It's in.
I can do
I'm
that.
in.
Let's do
I don't
it.
think I'm flying to Vancouver.
Listen, bitch,
Dude, you
ain't
can
going
do
nowhere.
it. Don't be scared.
Hey, guys, come
I
on,
know
man.
when you're lying, bro.
Not going nowhere.
Don't do it.
How weird is it that we actually did do a fight
It is
companion
far.
show,
It is
but it
far.
wasn't
Far.
planned? It just happened on one of the Sam shows.
Oh, one of Sam's
It was
shows?
just a
Yeah.
fight companion
Yeah.
show.
If you
Sam
guys are all
shows
there,
are
then I'm
amazing.
gonna fucking do it.
Let's
I
do
have
it.
to.
Hey, Brian.
I haven't
you
announced it, so I
fucking
haven't
crush
booked
like
it.
a motherfucker. You know, I don't believe in anything you believe in.
Yeah.
You know, but
Like
I like
the
to
Earth
keep it
being
honest.
round.
Yeah, like
mean
you believe
taxes.
you believe that we live on a ball and all that shit. But,
You really don't believe we live on a ball?
But
You're not serious.
He's
Andy, with
complimenting me.
that.
Hold on.
Are you
Hold on.
serious,
He's
though?
like
he's
I'm trying to
complimenting
don't
me,
ruin
man.
the compliment.
But when I get drunk, I get confused.
yeah.
I just
I
want
feel
to,
like-
because Eddie, me and Eddie have some serious conversation. There's some stuff I do agree with Eddie on,
Like
so
what?
just certain stuff. But
can't talk
I can't
about
talk about it. So, but I can't. I don't want to die. So, but with like the
Yeah,
flat Earth.
Brendan's is right there in the middle, man.
I'm a middle
way
man.
more than anybody thinks.
Oh, yeah.
Brendan's right fucking there.
Oh, yeah.
But what my point was, we don't. When it comes to our beliefs, we're on opposite ends of the fucking spectrum. But
Do you
that
understand that
doesn't.
he fucks with you?
But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to compliment you when I see you live, dude. You fucking smash, dude.
Thank you, bro.
You
Brian, so
fucking
much.
crush.
Pasadena,
Seriously.
Wednesday night, 10
Thanks.
p.m.
So
Thank you.
you can believe
Not
we
even
live on a
announced
ball
yet.
and all that shit.
But I think we
that's
politically,
okay.
I think politically we're pretty. Like,
Oh, you're so far
opposite.
off.
I'm,
You're so
what do you
far
think
off.
I am?
I think you're a socialist.
No, I'm not a socialist.
You're
Leftist.
so
What
crazy.
the fuck
You're
are
so
you-
crazy.
You don't believe in-
socialist?
Here
You're
we
so
go.
crazy.
That's what I thought.
What?
Okay, thank God I'm wrong.
I'm
Thank
not
God
paying
I'm wrong.
attention.
Thank
A
God.
socialist?
I thought you were.
Are you out of your fucking
I gotta be
mind?
honest. You give that vibe
Get
off.
the fuck. A
Listen,
socialist?
both of you stop. No one talk. He's fucking with both of you. Do you understand what's happening?
Yeah,
I got
Jamie.
angry.
He spilled
Look,
a
Jamie,
socialist.
Jamie,
Fuck your goddamn table up.
Bro, listen
No,
to me
no,
right
no,
now.
it's
Look at me
perfect.
right
It
now.
makes the table better.
I'm an American. I believe in the Constitution. and
Really?
what yeah,
Okay.
bro.
You believe in gun rights?
Yeah, I own guns.
Okay.
I hunt. What
oh
are
my
you
God.
Are you fucking out of your mind? You think I'm a
Oh my
collectivist? I'm not. I don't believe.
believe
I
in
think
free
now that-
speech?
Now that he's on your side.
Free
yeah,
speech?
100%.
Free speech?
Yeah,
Yes.
bro.
Now
You
tell
do?
him,
He's
tell him the
fucking
world's
with me.
round.
Okay, Ocasio-Cortez. You like her?
I don't like her.
Oh my
think
God, I
she's-
love you, Brian.
She's 28. She doesn't know about
Okay, okay.
You know, I was really into her until she had this clause
You were
about
into her?
people. No, listen. This is what I'm into.
What?
Young people that are interested in helping people and changing the world. I don't agree with a lot of her ideology, but she had this one clause that was people who are unwilling to work. She wanted to give money to people who are unwilling
It
to
drives
work.
me crazy.
Fuck out my face.
Unable
Get out my
or
face,
unwilling
bro.
to work.
Dude.
What do you want? This
That
knife
one.
be?
I mean, how about like passing legislation
any
for
more?
late-term abortions.
I'll cut
What
it for
the
you.
fuck
What
is
is that
going
about?
on? You can have in New
what is-
York. They're
what is the
celebrating
reason?
late-term abortions.
They're
like 8
celebrating
months.
it? That's
yeah,
what kind
they
of party
love
are
it.
they have? Are they having a party?
It's yeah, they're partying, they're doing coke, they're doing all that shit for late term abortions. They're into it. And how about this? Walls don't work. What the fuck is going
By
on
the way,
with this
though,
world?
by the way, Eddie,
Walls
some-
don't
some of
work.
this- some
Wait,
of
you like the
Walls
wall,
don't-
Eddie? No
walls
more
don't
houses. You like the wall?
Try
Yes.
going to Canada. You can't even get into Canada if you had a fucking DUI.
Hold up. Stop.
It's not
can't
the
even go-
wall,
Hold on.
though.
Stop. Do you know there's no wall?
Yeah, there's no wall.
There's no wall between us and Canada. You can walk right through the woods.
That's right.
Really?
People do it all the time with drugs.
Come on, bro.
Did you not know that?
No, he did not.
I didn't know.
But that's
There's
all right.
literally hundreds of miles
No
of
walls.
open
There's no
woods
wall.
where you just walk right
There's
through.
no wall.
Well, they don't
That's why
have the
everyone
same
wants to
problem that we
escape
have with
Mexicans, say it.
well,
Don't give.
Well,
Don't
Eddie's
give,
Mexican, so he's
Eddie,
good.
Yeah,
Eddie,
you're fine.
Eddie, just because I'm a capitalist and a free market guy and a
Just 'cause his father's
basically
in the CIA
libertarian
and he's a
doesn't
shill.
mean I'm a Trump guy. got
I
a
didn't
problem.
say you were.
Yeah.
I didn't say you were.
I don't
It's
like
okay.
Trump.
We're all going to be fine. Cynthia Gavillo.
Everyone's
Courtney
on the
Casey.
same team.
Yeah,
Except
we're on
when it comes to the
Team
earth
America.
is round.
I'm in America.
No, I think
I
it's
would
more
love to
than
hear
that.
your
I think
points,
it's more than
dude.
that.
I would
You-
love
I
to
think
hear
the-
your points.
I think the far left.
You're a
does.
fucking
Who wants
problem.
cheese?
You're a problem, Brendan Schaub. You're a goddamn prankster.
Do we
Schaub's
have
what are you doing
more
over
wine?
there? Yeah, we got 2 more bottles. By the way, Bryan Callen, your fucking wine choice is excellent.
Thanks.
And the
Cheese-
cheese, man.
Cheese selection,
Come on,
excellent.
man. Don't
you
fuck
do, B.
around. I know what's up.
The YouTube comments will be filled with hate for the smacking.
Sometimes you gotta say
sounds.
fuck them, you know?
I
How
never
about all
read
the
comments.
time? How about all the time?
I never read.
How about stop
never read
commenting,
one.
boys? If you want to have a better life, stop commenting on any YouTube.
I don't know
videos.
anyone who
Just stop.
is successful who goes on YouTube and
Do you think
comments.
Michael Jordan's up on YouTube commenting?
No.
But you know what? These guys that
tough.
when you can comment and
Give
on a
one to
video
Joe. Give one to
and
Joe.
the whole world's gonna see it, it gives them power.
Well, you know what it also is? It's like a message board that doesn't get censored. It's a very rare form of message board.
It's the only one that doesn't get censored, right? Because like Instagram, Twitter, you can do shit.
Well,
but
people think it gets censored, but what happens is people like say you're spamming, and they mark your shit as spam, and enough people do it, it gets voted down. It's hard to see,
That's
but you can
trouble.
find it ultimately. But the
my-
point is, basically,
Chewing, chewing,
everyone
chewing.
can post. What?
Chewing on the mic.
Who's doing it?
That was me.
Eddie. Jesus Christ,
bad
bro.
at it.
My thing about negative comments is that I have read some, and the thing is, I'm like, well, I kind of agree with you. I'm not my own biggest fan, so fuck off. You're not going to say anything that I don't, kind of like.
Yeah, I'm not a big
criticize
fan of
myself.
myself either.
Right, I was going to say, like, whoa, no, what are you saying about
I'm
me?
amazed.
I talk too much.
I'm amazed I've gotten as far as I've gotten with how little I feel about my work.
I think I've known you for 25 years, and I believe you become not only incredibly thoughtful, and you probably have made the biggest transformation of any friend I've ever had. And you've become somebody who listens and podcasts so well. I listen to your podcast all the time.
Thank you. I
I'm
do
not
my
kidding.
best.
It's
I made a
actually
mistake of
astonishing.
listening to one of my early ones the other day. I was like,
Oh, my
Jesus
God.
Oh, no.
Christ.
You can't go back.
Well, we were
I
also
listened to one from like
opinionated.
8 years ago. It
like
was
Hickson
terrible.
says, don't go back.
Oh.
Listening to you
Started
now,
wrong.
listen to how you listen and don't take a position and just are so open about everything. That pot debate, I mean, it's just unbelievable, man.
Well, you know what? The pot debate was important to me because I legitimately think that there are people who should not smoke pot.
Mm-hmm.
And this is coming from someone who smokes a lot of pot.
You're a reasonable human being.
I see it, and I'm not a zealot. I see it. I see it in people. I see there's people that shouldn't fucking do it, and there's people that it does make them lazy. Everybody's brain reacts differently to caffeine, to nicotine,
Correct.
to fucking all the drugs.
Yeah.
And there are some people that I legitimately feel like have a really hard time with THC. Especially in edible form. I think edible form it's legitimately one of the most potent psychedelic drugs that's freely available.
I called the Poison Control Center after I ate a brownie. Okay, I was
Should've.
that fucked up.
That's legit. But with
Yeah,
the C-
Red
I
Band
called,
called the cops on
Artie
himself.
Lang. I called Artie
Red
Lang.
Band did. Red Band called the cops on himself.
that's hilarious.
Dude, I woke Artie Lang up. I woke him up because Artie's a seasoned drug addict, and back then I had eaten a brownie, and I didn't know what was going on with me. And I said, dude, I think I'm dying. And he goes, you're not dying, calm down. I go, well, I can't feel myself breathe, or I can't hear my heart.
How old were you at this time?
30. 30.
12.
If they made
13,
edibles
33,
illegal, I would understand. I wouldn't make a sign in
Well,
March.
I don't
free
think
choice.
they should
You know
be
what's-
illegal. Like, I don't think guns should be illegal.
I believe
But think you
I
should
believe in
have-
legalization.
Edibles
think
might
the CBD
might
Education. I believe in education. And I think there's one of the things that I'm trying to do, and it's one of the things I was trying to do with that pot debate podcast, is let people know, hey, I've taken some pretty zealot, positions in the past where I was like, everybody should smoke pot. Don't listen to me from 3 years ago.
Right.
Listen to me from right now.
Right.
Everybody should not smoke pot. And if you're thinking about smoking pot, smoke a little tiny bit.
But that's what
Just
it's like
this.
alcohol. Don't finish the whole bottle of vodka. Have one shot. Don't be an
The one
idiot.
thing that I've always said, because I've
more
influenced a lot of people to smoke pot, but the one thing that
Including
I've
me.
always said for the last 20 years is I've always said this, that I don't think you should start smoking weed till you're at least 28.
It's a good. That's a
I've
good.
always said that.
I think you're
That's
100%
great.
right.
That's great
28.
advice.
Always.
Great advice.
I never said 21, 15. I feel that fully develop, know who you are,
Yes.
become who you
Yes.
are, and then smoke weed. That way you can tell the difference between what the pot is doing to you and what you are without the pot.
Well, not only that, your
Very good
frontal
advice.
lobe does not fully form until you're 25.
Yeah, so 28 is
Well,
a good. That's a good
perfect.
time.
To that point,
Perfect.
they say you shouldn't play football or fight or spar or anything
You know
like
what,
that 'cause
man?
your
I'm
brain's not
thinking
developed.
you shouldn't play football, period. You know, there was
But you let people fight?
Joey Diaz sent me this link, or he told me about, rather, this HBO Real Sports that they did on, that's enough.
I want some more cheese.
That is
I love
enough
Eddie, man.
wine for Eddie.
I want some more cheese.
You know, I love Eddie because he's such a good person.
Real Sports on football,
You
where
ain't
this
drinking
kid was
Game K.
10 years old. This 10-year-old kid had a double concussion. He had a concussion, then another one right afterwards, and he committed suicide at 12.
Jesus
Oh, my
Christ.
God.
Here's my thing with this, though, in football. 99% of people aren't like that, though. Like, that kid probably was going to have problems whether he had the concussion or not down the road.
What's APO
Football just
for? Yeah,
you know what?
exaggerated
He might
that.
be an outlier.
You know where you see the proof though is in the retired NFL players
Yes.
that get into commentating.
Michael Irvin's killing it.
You would see, you would hear it in their speech.
Yeah.
But like Troy Aikman, for instance, he's had like 100 concussions.
He's fine.
But he's one of the best commentators out
Tony
there.
Romo's had a truckload
You know what I mean?
of them.
Right.
But then there's
Serious
like guys like Junior Seau.
But hold on, you know, Rhonda Patrick actually detailed this in length. There's actual scientific evidence about APO4.
Hey, Dave.
There's a type of
Right, you have a genetic thing, yeah.
there's a genetic thing, and
He
if
did
you,
it.
if you have that,
it.
He
yeah,
did it.
did you not have that?
I'm on the good side of it.
Good,
whatever that is.
perfect, beautiful. You're all right. You know,
Yeah.
so you still get damage, but it's not the same kind of damage. The CTE risk is less.
Yep.
CTE is
What were you going to say?
This cheese will knock
very
your
good.
dick in the dirt. No, this is a
Very
new one
good.
I just opened up.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's fucking. That's
Fancy
the
daddy.
smoke Gouda. I don't fuck
Dude,
around.
this is a
Gouda.
Cypress G Midnight Moon.
Yeah.
Where you
It's a
get
goat
this
cheese,
Goat
right?
milk. Where'd
Where
you
do you
get
go?
this?
Don't
Where
worry
do you
about
go?
where. Don't worry about where the fuck I
Foods.
get
What do
it.
you wear when you walk into the door?
Dude, I
A
wear
scarf?
a robe. I always wear a robe, and I
You
go
have a
into
scarf?
a cheese cave. All right,
The cave where it
I go
smells
into where
like-
they hang it, where they're hanging
Hey,
it.
you know where I want to take you?
And I inspect the goats and
you
the
know where I want
cows.
to take you?
Where?
APL restaurant.
Where's
Adam
that?
Perry Lang. He has a steakhouse where I ate a 380-day dry aged New York strip.
I'll eat the fuck out of that.
It's amazing.
380 days.
380 days, more than a year.
That's rotten as fuck, huh?
It's weird.
Ah.
It's not because it's all like 35.
You ever seen a
degrees in the
picture of
freezer.
dry aged beef?
I saw it.
It's
He-
disgusting.
No. He brought
Has, like,
out.
pus all
He
over
brought
it.
out the photos of the meat. It looked delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, it was red
What are you
and
doing, Eddie?
gorgeous. You don't like it? Eddie doesn't like onions.
Dude, there's no onions in this
Eddie,
cheese.
there's no onions in
It's
the cheese.
It's
No.
not onions.
It's garbage right
It's
there.
delicious, man. How
Eddie,
dare you?
Eddie, it's nutty and sweet. What's the problem?
Well,
it's
you know
sweet.
how there's genes for
tastes
brain
like
damage?
shit.
There's also genes for flat earth belief and bad cheese
Bad
taste.
cheese. Apparently, bad cheese and flat earth go together.
Oh,
This
Jesus
is delicious.
Christ.
How can you not like this?
Isn't this a good fucking
Try it
cheese?
again, Bubba. I think you had a bad
I'm not
mouth.
bringing you
no,
to APL because
I'm all over that. Where is this?
I want
place?
to take you. It's on Vine in Hollywood. It's Adam Perry Lang's place. It's fucking amazing.
We don't. I got something to say.
What?
We don't do dinners enough. We don't.
We don't.
Oh, let's wait till we're old.
Yeah, we're
we
drunk.
don't do this shit enough.
right.
This fucking guy goes home and sits there, nom nom nom, eating
Does
your
he
little
eat
snacky
pizza?
poos. Yeah,
Pizza.
And we don't. And I believe that
I've never lived
dinners
in
are
my
very
house.
important.
I agree.
I have somebody come to my
We gotta
house
go
and
to
cook.
I know.
When I have
that's
people
weird.
over. Never
A
invite
chef.
you because you won't come over because you're like, nah, I'm too busy.
Don't
And
invite
then
me
you-
either. Yeah, don't
I
invite
know.
me.
You have a chef come over and cook, or
Yes, I
just
do.
some guy you know?
No, I have a chef.
Yeah, he's actually a good chef.
I have a chef come over.
Who comes over?
And just 12 dudes. We get our dicks out and we
What?
rock hard.
Dude, oh, you know where we need to go? It's
Not-
Crossroads.
not in real
we need to go to
life.
Crossroads, Travis Barker's
Yeah.
vegan
Oh,
place.
I'm down.
So John Joseph invited me this, what is it, Wednesday? Fuck, it might be Wednesday.
Wednesday, you're going to fucking Pasadena, asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've committed.
He wants us
the
to go
fans
to
have bought
dinner with
tickets.
Travis Barker.
this
and-
Wednesday,
Well, how are we
right?
going to do that when we're going to Pasadena?
We could eat
We're
and
doing
then
a
go.
fight
We could
companion
eat and then
show.
go. Eat
It's
and
already
then go.
sold out by the time we mentioned on this podcast.
You can't back out for a dinner.
Don't be a dick.
Hey, I'll be in Salt Lake March
what
1
do you
and
want
2.
to eat some cucumber
Hey, wise guys.
pasta?
God.
I know.
March what?
March 1 and 2.
I love that
Guys?
place.
I know.
I
Wise
love
Guys.
Wise
Bryan
Guys.
Callen. Shout out to Keith, the owner. How great is he?
Keith's my favorite owner.
I love
You
that
know
guy.
why? Keith knows sports. We can talk sports in the back. His brother was the offense coordinator for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Me and him talk deep sports.
Jesus.
They appreciate the fuck out of comedy at that place too.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
one of the most underrated clubs in the country.
100%.
Because
Wise
people
guys.
have
It's
this
top
weird,
5.
They have this weird thought about Salt Lake
Because of Mormons.
Yeah,
My parents live in Deer Valley, so they come to my show, bring all their friends.
Dude,
I
there's
love
a
it.
place.
March
There's a
1 and
place
2.
next to Keith's Wise Guys called Red Iguana Mexican food. Bro, my girl's Mexican as fuck. This place is so good.
Red Iguana?
Red Iguana.
she
go.
can handle it.
She hasn't been there,
I thought
but
she was
I went
Cuban.
there.
She's Mexican?
What?
I thought your wife was Cuban.
She's so Mexican, bro.
Huh.
Cuban.
She was Miss
100%?
Mexico, wasn't
Yeah.
she?
Look at this, Cynthia Cavillo trying to get that strangle on Courtney Casey.
One thing I was talking about to
We're
Dustin.
so into this.
I was
fight.
talking to Dustin and Tiago. I was talking about how your lifetime is not enough to learn MMA.
Right.
You know, like
To learn everything.
yeah, and you're always having to keep up and always
Yeah.
having to train.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Hey,
You
speaking
know,
of
I saw your boy, the guy who kneed that guy in the head, the giant,
that guy.
giant Pro Bowler black guy.
Oh, you saw Greg Hardy?
Yeah.
Did you punch him in the face?
No, he's a giant, and I remember we had kind of badmouthed him. Like I don't know anything about him, so I didn't want to be. But I was like, you were saying stuff, and I was like, yeah, can I? And I saw
You did
him.
not go bad on me in front of Greg Hardy.
No, I would have though, because I'm a coward.
Did you guys
Piece of
talk?
shit.
No,
Did you
I
talk
didn't know.
about
I
Schaub?
saw him, and I knew we'd gone kind of bad on him on the podcast.
I go hard in the paint.
And so I saw him, and I was at American Top Team, and I was like, and I said to Jimmy Burke was with me. I go, Jimmy, I go, that guy. I think I badmouthed him, or I was at least didn't. I was kind of like, yeah. I was kind of. I go, he's so giant. I go, I got to take a shower, but I just got to sneak over because when I went in there, a bunch of guys were like, hey, because they all listened to the podcast. I was like a celebrity, and I thought he was there, and I legitimately was.
What's he gonna do? Beat you up?
No, but I just
Yeah,
I
it
would
was
have
just a
flown
scary-
down there and choked him out 30 seconds.
As I'm dying. Brandon's going to get you for this. He is impossibly large.
What played for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, you got to be big to play for the
DN,
Dallas
Pro Bowl.
Cowboys.
Oh, my
bro.
Phenomenal
God.
athlete.
Yeah.
Phenomenal athlete.
Yeah.
Just hits women, so I can't fuck with it. That's kind of my thing.
Allegedly.
I don't like
Allegedly.
Well, no, he did get convicted of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, well.
But maybe he's
Well, let's be
maybe
honest.
found Jesus.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson got acquitted, so let's settle the fuck down on convicted and acquitted.
Well, but he did get charged guilty in civil court.
Yeah, civil. Yeah.
We all know he
Gloves
killed
does
him,
not
right?
fit. You must
We all
acquit.
know. I mean, come on.
Let's be
O.J.
honest.
Simpson's a bad defense.
I know nothing.
I know, but I'm
nothing.
saying that's the reason why
yeah.
looking at it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might be a great guy. Me and him might get along. Might start a podcast together. I don't know.
He seemed like he was very well liked because the guys around him were just all. I mean, he
'Cause
seemed
they're all
like
terrified.
I put out a text. Should I have OJ on my podcast? Yay or nah?
I said, hell yeah.
you should. Why wouldn't you?
I can't.
He's not going to
Because
open up about it.
He's not going to open up. It would
He
be,
did in that one interview where he was like,
Sacha Baron Cohen?
hypothetically, this is what I did.
Well, he
Remember
wrote a
that?
book. He wrote a book.
Yeah.
If I did it.
If
You,
I
you
did
could
it.
talk to him
But he
about
just
what
needed
what
money.
life is like now. That'd
Talk
be
to him
We
about-
should do one of those interviews. Can we do like If I Did It Part 2?
His life
Did you
now
ever?
is weak.
Yeah.
Is Ye
Well,
going to
he's-
do your podcast?
Says, yeah, these are all lies. These are all lies. Just want to let the audience know
Say
that
yay?
this is not real and just let them go
Yeah,
off.
dude, come on, man. I'm hip as
That's
fuck.
so silly.
Getting there, dude.
You're so
52,
silly.
but hip.
Did you guys ever see when OJ did a music video after he got acquitted? He was doing like
What?
rap. Yeah, he was
No.
doing rap.
That's why
You
we're
never saw it?
friends, dude.
Never saw
That's
it?
why we're friends.
Jamie.
Have you seen it?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
What?
He's,
Play it?
yeah, he's hanging out with all these hot
White
girls. and
hose.
He's like dancing and yeah. Jamie, pull up the OJ Simpson music video.
Hold that shit up,
It's called
Jamie.
Get
Never
Juiced.
heard of
It's
it.
gonna
called
make it's gonna
Get
make my
Juiced.
night.
Guys, get juiced.
Get juiced, and he's fucking one
Can
of
we
them.
play it, or we
one
gonna
of them
get
was his
pulled?
girlfriend in the video.
Would we get pulled?
How crazy is it that he beats that
Yeah.
rap and then he gets thrown in jail for some stupid shit?
The stupidest of stupid shit.
kidnapping.
Look at this. We can't listen to it, but look at watch this.
Get
I love the
juiced.
song.
Look at him. Look, he's got a crown on. Just think about it. He cut his fucking
Where is that?
ex-wife's head off
He went to Miami and got
with a
weird.
kitchen knife, and look at him in there
That's
dancing.
him?
Yeah,
and this
that's
is
him.
right when he gets
Look,
out,
they all
too.
got titties
Whoa.
out. Get juiced. It's uncensored. Look at this. A porn channel, uncensored video. Look at O.J. Simpson wearing a wig, dressing up like Elvis after he was murdering
That's the
people.
most
This is
bizarre
like
thing
2
I've ever
years
seen.
after he got acquitted.
Just think about that. He murdered 2 people less than 10 years before he made this video, and he's dancing around with these hoes.
That is bizarre.
Dude,
I
they
wanna know
they
who
said
these
when he
girls
got to
are.
Miami, some hoes. When he got to Miami, they said he fucked all the girls lined up to fuck O.J. Simpson.
After he got acquitted?
After.
I believe it.
How creepy
Well,
is that?
chicks want
How
to fuck
dark is
Ted
that?
Bundy.
They want to fuck murderers, man.
Dangerous.
Yeah, Richard
guy.
Ramirez
Okay.
is banging bitches.
What do you think that? Let's talk about that. What do you think that is?
I have an idea.
It's not all
Hold on,
girls.
hold on, hold on.
It's a small percentage
Hold
of
on.
girls.
You'd be surprised.
What is that? What is that?
I think that it's probably primordial. I think it goes back to the alpha male who kills and rules ruthlessly. And I think that there seems to be there's probably a feeling of safety if you can align with the biggest baddest male.
But
who's
yeah, but
willing to take
he's
lives.
killing women.
But then powerlifters would have all
So
the
I think
chicks.
that. So I think that is also the idea that if I can tame him, that there's a challenge to that. There's a. I know.
You're 30
I know.
fucked up,
I have.
you know, right?
I have been with many women who are drawn to badass.
So why are
criminal
they with you?
killers. I don't know.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
because I train a top team. Because I train a top team.
I had to jump to the gun.
I know. My
Listen,
wife.
folks.
My wife is thinks that thought Tony Soprano was sexy as fuck, even though he had a belly and everything else.
Because he was choking everybody with a wire.
He's just
And
a
same
fucking
thing when you
dangerous
watch
guy.
a Narcos with Pablo Escobar, even dudes are like rooting for him. He's a fucking murderer.
There's
and like
something
dudes
about-
are like Tony Montana, for instance.
Yeah.
You were rooting for him. When he
Yeah.
died at the end, every time you watch Scarface at the end, you're like, what are you doing? Get the fuck out of the house.
Dude, you're the mouse king.
Right?
You're giving us all the. You're the mouse king today.
I'm really cutting
Don't
this
give me
up,
no
too.
more of that shit.
You good?
I don't trust you no more.
He's the
Just drink
fucking
more
cheese
wine.
courtesan.
Don't chew in front of the mic. The whole key to making people happy as well as doing a good show is don't chew on the mic.
You're correct.
You're doing it right now.
God,
Good
this,
cheese
this fight
discipline.
can't get over soon enough.
Oh, how dare you? This is
I
a good
know.
scrap.
It's a great fight.
I remember when Courtney Casey and Felice Herrig, they literally, one of the things we were talking about during the commentary was like they never moved from the same spot. They literally stayed in the same spot. Like Courtney stayed in one spot, Felice stayed in the
That's
same
not
spot.
good.
No, it was weird. They were just standing in front of each other. And Felice spit blood on her.
Jesus Christ.
Really? Really?
She spit her
Dude,
own
your boy
blood on
Hennon
her.
Brow got dealt with on the
heard.
prelims.
Luke
Got
Sanders is a
knocked
bad
out.
motherfucker. He KO'd him.
RFA champ, yeah. KO'd him in
Really?
the second
White
round.
guy?
White guy. Early dreads, Nashville, born and raised.
He's a beast. Cool Hand Luke's no motherfucker. I mean, he's no one to fuck with.
I felt bad for Hennon Brow.
Yeah. Well,
He
he's
used to
had too
be
much.
so good.
TJ ruined him.
Are we
Ruined
going
him.
to see TJ Cejudo at 35?
I would like to see it again at 25.
TJ wants it at 25.
That fight was stopped too soon.
I think
you
UFC
know,
wants it at 35.
It would it would be good for Cejudo. It would be good for TJ if it's at 25. I really believe that. I mean,
think it'd be better at
35 it'd be
35.
better for Cejudo because it would give him the chance to be champ.
What do you do with
But,
the
I wanna see it.
flyweight division? There's no one there. I
Well,
don't know.
you could have one more big fight. There's a few guys. There's
I
a few
wanna
guys
see
coming
35.
up.
Yeah, so what's the plan with
Joey
25? They're
Benavidez.
about to cut it?
Yeah,
They're
Benavidez.
about to cut it?
They're thinking about it.
Oh,
but
they haven't made the final decision.
No. Look,
it-
Dana could do whatever the fuck he wants. He's
He
the
could have CM
kingpin.
Punk fight at 125.
He could have CM Punk cut one of his feet
what-
off.
They could and then fight there. They should have, if they do keep 125, have Joey Benavidez fight Henry Cejudo for a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Yeah,
next
very,
for Cyborg?
Very, very close fight.
Who's next for Cyborg?
Cyborg who? The female?
Female.
Hey, who won that fight? Cejudo or Benavidez when they fought?
Cejudo by split decision.
That's right.
Cejudo only lost one fight.
Yep.
That's
yeah,
it.
just TJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a
So what'd
close
you say
fight.
about Cyborg?
What was that?
What'd you say
no,
about
no,
Cyborg?
Cejudo lost to DJ.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said TJ.
No, DJ. I might have said TJ. I meant DJ. If I did, what did you say about Cyborg?
What's next for her?
Amanda Nunes put her
Again?
on another planet.
Amanda Nunes
Amanda
too?
Nunes says she'll
She
fight
sat
Holly
her down
Holm
on
and then
Venus.
she's out.
Why not?
She's going to retire?
Yeah,
why
she's
not?
done.
She's done.
What else?
go. She's done
I'm
it
with
all.
her
She's
too. I
done it
love
all.
Amanda Nunes. What else is there
She's
to
done it all.
do?
Yeah, she's just gonna.
She's like, what am I gonna do, stick
she's
around
gonna
and do
be
what?
Naked.
Make
with a,
money?
No. She's gonna
No,
be-
she has money.
She
She'll be
ain't that
sucking
rich.
She's gonna be naked with a pink fur coat on.
sucking titties.
Yeah, all that.
She, you know what? I don't think she's made enough money to be talking about
She's made
retirement.
millions of
She's
dollars.
gonna millions.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yeah.
She's made millions.
She made a
Biggest
lot of
women's
money
fight in
for that
history. Her versus
fight.
Cyborg.
She made a lot of money.
That's
for that
not enough
Cyborg
money
fight.
though. What about like
Depends on how
all
you
those
live.
boxers
Is
like
there any
Julio
chance
Cesar
she'll get a rematch?
Chavez and all those guys? They all come back. They retire and then they think. And
Yeah,
then,
but they're
then
men.
they get used to that money.
That was
they
also
get
in
used
the
to like, oh my
90s.
god, I have $3 million. Then in 2 years they go, oh my god, I only have $2 million.
Chris Cyborg explains why she's at WWE Performance Center.
Oh.
my God, she's gonna go to WWE and challenge Ronda Rousey.
Oh
Can
shit!
you imagine if her and Ronda Rousey have a goddamn WWE type match?
Yeah, I
would
can.
love that.
Yeah, I can. That's probably how that ends.
You think that's how it ends?
Yeah, that's
This
not
fight's
depressing
over.
at
We
all.
didn't watch 30 seconds of
Oh,
it.
dude, it was a good one though.
Based on the look
I like to
on
throw those
Cynthia
comments in there.
Carvalho's
This is
face.
the best.
The best.
It's my favorite.
What's this movie, you guys?
Guys, is my neck
It's a video
jacked?
game, B. Welcome to 2019.
Does my neck look jacked? I've been doing that Iron Nick.
Is it stiff?
I like when Brendan goes, when you're like talking about, dude, I think I have extra meat on my neck, and Brendan kind of, there's a pause, and Brendan goes, do you really need a thicker neck? Or
I do. I got real problems. I always think about
You
that
guys
guy
trying to
who
get
got-
bigger? I'm trying to get thinner.
That guy who choked out that mountain lion. I always think
It's
of
a
that
40-pound
mountain lion.
mountain lion, so-
85 pounds.
I believe
You
it's
son of a
40
bitch.
pounds.
Shut the fuck up.
5
I know
months old.
What if
everything
that guy
about
lied?
this
What if
case.
that guy lied
Listen
like
to me,
an
85 is
motherfucker.
no joke.
I know everything about
Was it
this
85
case.
pounds?
I heard it was 40.
Listen to me, motherfucker. I know everything about
Look
this
it up,
case.
Jamie.
Listen to me, motherfucker. The cat was half eaten by another cat by the time the Rangers got
so
to
they
it.
don't know how heavy it
No,
was.
no.
Are
They
we
know
believing it, or
exactly
is
how
this
big
like
it
the
is.
black guy off
They know.
Empire?
Exactly.
They know
That's
exactly
what
how
I'm
big it is. They
saying.
know the frame of the cat.
How do
They
we know?
It was a juvenile cat. It was 85 pounds.
85 is huge.
Yes, big cat.
That's
But
a
it's
police
not-
dog.
No. It's big for a police dog. It's not big
That'd
for
be
a
a
cat.
huge
For
mountain lions
cat,
could
it's a
up to
juvenile
150
cat.
pounds.
I know everything about this case.
Well,
I
we-
want to get that guy. Whoever you are, gentlemen, sir. Find this man's name. I want to get you in here. I'll pay your medical bills.
No.
Travis Kaufman.
You don't pay.
Travis Kaufman. Yes, I do. Travis Kaufman, you bad motherfucker. I'll pay your medical bills.
Wait, I want to know
Get
how
in
he
here.
did it. Tell me everything.
Stomped on his nut.
When I heard it was 40 pounds, I didn't
bit
care.
him from behind. He sensed something was there. It jumped him from behind. He got a wild scramble. It bit his face. He's got this giant gash on his face. It was a wrestling match, and he got his fucking foot on this thing's neck.
Let me see the pictures,
He hit it
Jamie.
with a stick, too.
I have skeptical hippo eyes.
No. He killed this fucking cat with his goddamn bare hands.
And there was a stick right
and
there on
weighed
the side.
35
Well,
to
he's in the
40
woods,
pounds.
bro. There's sticks in the woods.
Excuse me, sir.
And he's like,
Sir.
the world's not round, but sticks aren't
Sir,
fake.
sir,
Sticks aren't real.
sir. According to Colorado Parks and Wildlife, weighed 35 to 40 pounds. So
No.
So fuck
no.
that cat.
It was when it was dead.
That's a cat.
when it
give
was
a fuck
half
about-
baby. He
I'll
killed
punch
a
it in his
baby
face.
cat.
I'll punch
Wait a
that thing in
minute.
his face.
Find another one.
Joe,
that
I'll
said
come to
it
your
weighed
house and wrestle
85
your
pounds.
cat.
I never saw
No.
that.
Yeah, there was one today that I saw. I
Well,
saw it today.
you know
No
what?
cameras, no
Stop
pictures.
It was
Stop
85
reading
pound
fake
cat.
news, bro.
Find another one.
Stop reading fake news. I'm a catologist, and I can tell you right
What
now.
is a catologist?
It's an expert on cats.
Find another one. Google man
Oh, he has a
gets
scratch
attacked.
on his face.
A
Man gets
starving
attacked
baby
by
mountain
look at
lion.
that. Look at that. Starving baby.
Fuck that guy.
This is fake news. This is fake
that
news.
guy.
He killed a baby.
Starving baby mountain lion separated from his
Find another one.
mom. And this fucking
Killed
guy
a
killed
fucking
it.
kitten, man.
Find another one. This is
Rogan's
bullshit. I was
Shame on
listening
you.
to Steve Rinnella's podcast today, and he said it was 85 pounds as well.
Well, Steve doesn't
got-
know.
Oh,
yeah,
Steve
that's
got
those-
bad
what do they
info.
call those fish stories? What do they call them?
Fish stories.
Yeah.
Fish stories.
That's what they call them.
That's a fish story. That thing was sleeping in a den, and he stomped its
You
face.
son of
He's
a
a bad
bitch.
guy.
He murdered that mountain
He murdered that
He fucking murdered that mountain
lion.
lion.
Baby, man.
He should get arrested for that shit.
In fact,
It should be an FBI
the
investigation.
thing had already
You
been
got
eaten.
another one?
It had already been eaten by another one.
Hey, hold on.
We were just fucking with you,
Hold on.
and it turns out there's some real legit shit that is.
No,
Jamie
it wasn't
got?
fucking. What do you got?
We were just fucking with
The
you.
reports, I just typed in 85 pounds to see what comes up. There's three articles. One says 40, one says 85, one says 50,
40.
one says 110 to 180
Oh
pounds.
my god!
Well, that one's bullshit.
They're all
Whoever
full of
wrote that
shit.
article needs a
That
kick.
was a
This
ballsy.
man's a murderer, and
Listen,
we fucking
you
should
are
find
not-
out.
You're
PETA
not
should
gonna
go after
kill.
him.
You're not going to kill a 180-pound cat. You're
Absolutely not.
But you might kill an 80-pound cat.
And
You
for
might.
sure, a
It just says
40-pound
that's how big-
cat. For
That-
sure.
He came
Yeah,
across
it's just
that.
how
You
big
can't kill a
Nah.
40-pound cat. You're a
Nah,
pussy.
bro, the thing was already eaten, and he took the nails and he scratched his own face.
Hey, listen. Hey, you
Find the
don't
one
know
that says
that.
85 pounds.
Okay?
Put it up on the
You
screen.
don't know. Hey, Joe, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Did you see his face?
He got a little scratch.
Got a couple
Come on,
scratches.
bro.
Well, that was a month ago, bro.
You know what?
Dude, that's just like the
Healed up.
Empire guy.
No.
Yeah, dude.
The
Thank
Empire
you.
guy.
He's Jesse Smollett.
Yes, he's the Empire guy of Mountain Lions.
Okay. How does let's ask this question? How does the Empire guy recover?
He does.
Can't.
No, it's
he's
over.
done working
He's
Hollywood.
done, dude. He's done.
How do you recover?
He'll probably do something on like Logo TV or
First of all,
something.
he's going to get
The
prosecuted.
black community's like ridiculing him now, and he's done.
because he's a liar.
Yeah.
And he asked for all that support too, like that. The director of Empire like went on was like, I can't believe someone
Dude,
did
he
this.
goes like this. He goes, I fought back.
His sister's hot.
yeah,
though.
and I fought back.
I fought back.
Dude, did you see his interview with Robin from fucking Good Morning America?
No.
He's like, and the people that think I'm making this up. What? Why would I make this up? Like full blown performance.
Wow, what a scumbag.
I don't,
It's called a bad
there's an
guy.
internet comment, the 85 pounds thing. I can't find one.
What?
Yeah.
I know. It's
see
a 20
50.
pound. It's a 20-pound cat.
It's a 10-pound
It's
mountain
a
lion.
fucking house cat.
Jamie, how dare you?
You know what? Even if it was a
Look at
kitten,
Felder. Look at Felder. I love
it's still
Felder.
a mountain lion. So there's some. At least he killed a mountain.
Trivia
No.
question. Trivia question.
murdered that mountain
Trivia
lion.
question. What did Paul Felder major in college?
Physics.
Theater.
Come on, bro.
How about that?
There's a hilarious
Smart
picture
guy.
on. Hold on, John Anik was doing research today, or yesterday, and he put up on his Instagram one of the pics of Paul Felder from his theater days. It's hilarious.
Oh, I gotta
Wait till you
see
see
it.
it. It's hilarious. He looks like a geisha. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
What?
He looks like he'll suck your dick.
He looks like David Bowie.
A complete
Yes.
badass.
No, he
I'm
looks
not-
like Stephen King in drag.
I'm
Look
not.
at him.
I'm not prepared to make fun of him because he's
Stephen
such
King.
a badass.
He looks very similar to Stephen King.
What?
He to me looks like Stephen
a
King's
young
son.
Stephen King. I can
Yes.
see that. A young Stephen King.
I don't
But
see
he's
that.
a
Really?
I'm trying
Oh
to
my
think of who I
God,
see.
he's
That's
spot on.
fucking amazing.
Jamie, what's going on with that screen? Why does it keep blinking in and
Man,
out?
it's HDMI.
Still fucking up?
No, it's just that. I mean, it's
What
not
a
doing
great
well,
picture.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
HDMI
I'm trying to think of who he looks like. Who's he look like?
Felder is as bad as
Hey, I
anybody else.
love
that
John
girl?
Anik. How about John Anik goes, please don't elbow me in the face for sharing this.
Maybe that's a Halloween pick. You don't know.
No.
Maybe
no,
that's
when
Halloween.
he was in a play.
He was playing.
I
There he
dressed
is.
up as a chick for
There he is
Halloween
now.
a couple times.
There he is, all
Look at him.
handsome,
He's
fucking rugged.
He's a man, bro.
Manly man.
He's a man. Felder, I think Felder. I mean, he can beat anybody in the world at the right time. I mean, I don't think anybody. He's not a cakewalk for anyone.
He's definitely a tough dude, tough as shit. I mean, he went the full 3 rounds with Barboza and
Yeah.
took some
Gave him the
ferocious
4 too.
shots.
Yeah.
He's an amazing
So-
commentator, too.
Yeah,
really,
very,
really good.
Great
very good. I
commentator.
really enjoyed doing commentary with him.
Yep.
Damn.
That
was that?
Danny Castillo.
Dude, we've ate
Was that
6
it?
wheels of cheese.
Oh,
Have we
shit.
really?
Also,
What's that?
quick correction on something you guys were just
What?
talking about. Cejudo
85-pound mountain lion?
No, Cejudo also lost to Benavidez.
Oh, Benavidez
Oh,
won.
Split decision, so you already beat him. I thought he lost. Shout out to Joey
Oh,
Benavidez.
shit, I didn't
Shout
know that.
out
Best
Look at
style in
that.
the
to
UFC.
Joey Benavidez.
Jamie correcting us.
That was the
By
end
the
of
way, Joey Benavidez, one of the nicest guys on the planet
He's a
Earth.
great
The
guy.
nicest.
One of the
And his
nicest
wife,
guys.
Megan Olivi,
Also,
amazing.
the two of them together, I root for them with everything they do.
Every time I see them, I go, have kids.
Yeah.
You two need to have kids
They're
right
amazing.
now. You
They're
need to have
amazing people.
4'11" babies. Right now.
Oh, how dare you!
Athletic
you
though.
son of a
Athletic with
bitch.
apple bottoms.
They're going to be in a circus.
Son of
Yes.
a bitch.
That'd be a very adorable
There's
small
no
people.
circus by the time those kids get older.
Are there still circuses?
Yeah, in fucking weird places.
Like-
Like weird fucking middle of the country.
Azerbaijan and stuff.
No, I'm talking about America.
The
like
Ringland,
weird
the
spots.
Ringland shit's done because you can't have elephants anymore. I'm out.
Yeah.
You want to talk about tough people like Azerbaijan? We don't. There are a lot of fighters there that are waiting to get visas. Just like with Dagestan, there's all for MMA and wrestling in Azerbaijan is their national.
Well, there's
sport.
M1.
My buddy's there now. He's working there, and he said his son is in a wrestling club. There's a wrestling club everywhere, and he said all these kids from literally from 8 to 16 years old, they're all wrestling. Guy comes out with mouthpieces and boxing gloves, no headgear, and all the kids are like, yeah, they start cheering. Put on their gloves, put in the mouthpieces, and start banging.
Well, they need nuclear physicists so they can compete with us in the global world war.
Yeah,
Get their shit
fucking
together.
Azerbaijan is
theater.
the next country to look
The thing
for.
is that
Once
that
they-
shit, that's great if you want cage fighters.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
this Oppenheimer flipped the switch on all that
this
shit.
is very true. This is very true.
If you want
We're
to
still
really
in
run
the
the
cold
world,
ages
you
out
can't
there.
do it Mongol style anymore.
No.
You know, they
But
say
it's
the
a country
Mongols.
where masculine
that chick?
power is. You know.
Oh, that's
How
Mitzi
dare
Shore,
you.
man.
How
Oh,
dare you,
shit.
Eddie.
That's Mitzi
I love
Shore.
that
That's the
painting.
queen.
Who painted that?
Taylor Boss.
Fuck, it's good.
Yeah, he did a great job, man.
Look at her
He
eyes.
painted for me, and I looked at it, and the first time when I saw it in the flash, I was like, that needs to be in the fucking studio.
Fuck, it's good.
Looking over us.
He does a great. Look at her eyes. That's a good artist right there.
Yeah, no, Taylor's
That's a very
amazing. He
hard
did
thing
the
to do.
Hendrix out in the hallway too.
Yeah, he's painted
Can I-
expression in her
do you
eyes.
think
That's really hard to
I
do.
have a Hendrix problem. How many fucking
You
Hendrix?
love Hendrix,
paintings?
huh?
The reason why this show's called the Joe Rogan Experience is Hendrix. Jimi
Makes
Hendrix
sense.
Experience. I probably listen to Hendrix more than I've listened to any human being on the planet Earth.
You love him.
Love him.
I don't
I'm
know
surprised
about
when I
that.
picked up a
Maybe
guitar.
Led
I
Zeppelin's
feel
right
that about.
there.
I feel
Led
that way
Zeppelin's
about
right
Zeppelin.
there.
I was about to say Zeppelin
Yeah.
to me is my number one.
Well, no,
They're
for me,
astonishing.
but he's saying for me. But I think I've listened to Hendrix more. You know, it's just like he was so pure, he was so free.
What did he die from?
Died at 27 from drugs.
Everyone dies at 27.
No one knows what happened.
Them drugs,
There was a story.
Official story is drugs.
Yeah, the official story is
Eddie
drugs.
hit me.
But this
What
is where
is it?
Joe turns into conspiracy.
No,
theory.
Eddie hit me.
There's
There's a conspiracy.
What is
theory.
it?
His manager, though, there was a shady situation.
His manager was a gangster, and there was a guy who was one of the henchmen for his manager that said the manager killed him because Hendrix was leaving him.
Oh, fuck.
The one thing that supports that is that it was weird that he died like choking on his own vomit, and he didn't have heroin in his system, or like there's like some weirdness to it. But then the other part of it is that the girlfriend, Hendrix's girlfriend, was allegedly committed suicide by jumping off a roof, but the henchman says they threw her off a roof.
Was she
because
hot?
she
White
knew.
chick?
Yeah, white chick.
Was she hot?
knew that. Well, that was the other thing that's disappointing about Hendrix. You hear that Hendrix used to beat his girlfriend, but that might have been she wouldn't.
Smear campaign.
That's
Yeah,
like
who
Richard
knows?
Pryor too.
Yeah.
We talk about how he hit his wife and shit. That's
well,
a bummer.
didn't Jim
Pryor
Brown
also
throw-
did a lot of coke and fucked everyone. Richard
He
Pryor
also hit his wife. There's also rumors he sucked dick.
Not rumors. No, his ex-wife confirmed it. Like he fucked Marlon Brando.
Who?
Yeah,
I don't
Marlon
believe it.
Brando.
Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
No, shut the fuck up. You don't believe it.
Have you seen it,
Back
B?
in the day, man. Back in the day,
Real shit.
apparently
His wife came out with a whole thing
in
on
the
it.
60s
Yeah,
and the
she was
70s.
smearing him.
They were
No,
doing
bro.
no.
No.
She was saying,
It was Rolling
hey, it was okay back
Yeah.
then.
Marlon
yeah.
Brando?
Yeah, dude,
Dude, Marlon
he
Brando
fucked
sucked the
everybody.
meanest dick
He
in
fucked
Hollywood.
everybody. But the story is that back
Push your shit
then,
in.
I've never done coke, but when you do coke and you're in the 60s and 70s, apparently those guys were just fucking whatever was in front of them.
No.
They say
They were
that
gay,
Mick
bro.
Jagger
'Cause
and David Bowie did that
Yeah,
shit.
well, she was saying, Pryor's wife was saying, her
Yeah, of
exact
course he
quote,
did.
I think, was, "You'll fuck a radiator if you get enough coke in front of you."
You guys
That's
want
her trying to deal with
you
it.
guys, you guys want to do some coke?
No. What?
Maybe. No.
No, Marlon Bro.
You don't
I'm
believe
like
it?
maybe David Bowie, maybe Mick Jagger.
Maybe David Bowie.
Didn't they get their stomach pumped or something like that?
No,
that was Rod Stewart.
But
okay.
that was
all-
like
that's
that
all
Richard
myth.
Gere gerbil myth.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's all
Keith
bullshit.
Urban
You don't
would
think that
jack
was
you off
real?
with his
It
feet.
might be real, but we
Do you
talked
think the
about
Richard Gere
but you
gerbil
know what
thing
the
was
thing
a myth?
about the Richard
Oh,
Gere
he
thing
fucked
is?
more girls in the world. He's straight.
But no. But here's the thing: that the Richard Gere gerbil thing apparently came right after he left Scientology. That's the real.
He was in Scientology?
Yes.
Okay, that's a smear
They found some
That's a
lettuce in
smear.
his
Yeah.
underwear.
But
as
it's
well.
such a good smear campaign. When I first met lettuce,
Hamsters don't like lettuce.
when I first met Eddie and I talked about this because he grew up in L.A., I grew up in Boston. We both heard the Richard Gere story
With
at the same
no
time.
internet.
Exactly. His motherfucker spread across the country.
Oh, it was a
They were
huge.
good
It was
at
a
it.
huge.
They were good
You know,
at
he
it.
just had a baby and he's 85,000 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, still doing it.
By the way, hey, Jamie, bring up young Richard Gere. Look at how sexy he is with his shirt off.
Hey, how about Officer and a Gentleman?
Oh, stud.
got nowhere else
What? I love that movie, dude. I
got nowhere else to go.
love that movie, and I love that scene.
Oh, it was amazing.
Dude.
How good is Louis Gossett Jr.?
Oh, what
God
happened?
damn, he was good.
He won an Oscar for that, or was it nominated? He was
Dude,
incredible.
you ever
If he
watch that
didn't-
movie?
If he didn't win, the world's fucking terrible.
He's
Did you
a
ever
great
watch?
actor.
Did you ever watch him in Unfaithful? And you watch it with
Richard
your
Gere?
chick while you're
Yeah.
cheating
I
on
don't
her?
watch that.
So awkward.
You can't do that on
Hey,
stage.
man, what are you, drunk, bro?
No, that was
It's
an
the
old
cheese
movie.
talking,
That was an old
bro.
movie.
That's
That's
the
a great
cheese
movie. No,
talking.
that's like a 10-year-old
Great
movie.
movie.
Not-
It's a
no,
great movie.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Dude.
Beautiful.
Dude, he was the shit when he was younger, man.
Yeah, but he didn't have any kids until his loads
Do me
were
a favor.
fucking like
Do me a favor.
380
Bring him right
days
there, right there,
New York
right
Strip.
there, right there.
Beautiful.
He steals your girl all day long. You
He's
don't
all
know nothing.
right.
What?
Listen, I beat that guy to death in front of his mom.
Doesn't matter.
Fuck
Doesn't
him.
matter. He's vulnerable. He cries, and your
Dude, a
girl's
young
like,
Clint Eastwood beats that.
nah.
Listen, I was a handsome boy when I was young.
You were cute too, but Gere.
How about that picture of you and I in the 90s?
I know.
Going to fucking.
I know.
You
Night
had
at
some
the
swag. You
Roxbury.
dressed like shit.
Yeah, I know.
No, I was just ridiculous. I was
No,
a
your
ridiculous
shit was
person.
cool. That
He tucked
biker
his,
jacket.
he tucked his sweaters in. We were both a
I
disaster.
never tucked my sweaters in.
Well, we may as well. Well, that's an
That guy
interesting
tucked his
looking
sweaters
fella.
in.
He's
Here we go. James Vick.
Dude, can we watch two
Paul
fights
Felder.
tonight?
This is a
Can
good
we
fight.
do that?
We're gonna
Can we
watch
try?
this.
This is a good fight.
We're gonna watch this. We're definitely gonna watch the main event.
Felder's such a competitor, man. He's
Well,
such
they're
a
all
fucking
competitors.
competitor.
Yeah.
Well, they're competing for a living, Brian. Jesus Christ.
No, but he's just
Look how
coming
big
alive.
Vic. Look how big Vic is.
He's so long. But you got to think he cuts the shit out of weight.
He is a giant. What's
How much
with the
weight
giant?
does he cut?
He's like Struve. Is that Stefan Struve?
This is 55, right?
Dude, great reference.
This is not 55.
Yes, it is.
This is 55.
No fucking way.
Yes.
It's
That guy looks
55.
85.
Vic's 6'3".
Vic 6'3"
Holy
and 55.
shit.
That's
Yeah.
a big advantage. But
But he also cuts so much weight when he gets hit. It's
Felder- Felder doesn't give a fuck.
Felder and I were in the fucking locker room last time we were working together, and we were getting changed, getting ready for UFC. I go, dude, what the fuck do you weigh? And he goes, 190. I go, bitch, you're 200 pounds. And we were laughing
They
about it.
always lie about their weight, yeah?
Yeah, and he goes, what about you? And I go, bitch, I'm on TRT. I'm 50 years old. I'm on TRT. I'm on all the juice.
I need to get on that stuff.
You should. I've been
be
telling
thick.
you for about 8 years.
You guys
I
saw my
don't know
body.
if Brian has so much energy.
I do. I know.
You look good. You look good.
My cock could
I
cut
mean,
a
I just
diamond.
inject it in your little skinny neck.
My dong could cut a diamond.
You should shoot it right in the tip of your hock.
I don't have
Oh,
to.
God.
My cock. A cat would blunt its claws on my fucking eye. Look at this. Oh, come on.
Ooh, Felder just connected with the left.
Struve still fighting?
Well,
By the way,
sort
that
of.
low kick.
Yeah,
Look
he
for that
might
low
be.
kick. They're
Remember
both
he had that
kicking.
heart issue. Then he lost his
No,
last
but he's
fight.
still fighting though. I think he's still fighting. I don't think he's officially retired.
He's not in the
I might
top
be wrong.
15.
The last fight he had.
I think he might have retired.
I don't know why he doesn't use his jab more.
Struve?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
He's
jab
7
by
foot
Vic.
tall.
I know,
And the
he's-
nicest guy on the planet.
Yeah, he's throwing
His
a
heart's
super
the
nice
size
guy.
of an elephant.
I always feel so awkward
It's a problem.
when I interview him. I feel so awkward. I'm like, well, Dad, dude, what zoo are we going to?
Or whatever. Dude, I went and got coffee
So
with him.
weird.
Like, get your dick out of my face.
know,
It's
he's
just
so tall.
here. Everywhere.
That's you.
That's me.
Brad,
Yeah.
do you remember when I met him? We were all hanging out because you guys had the same manager.
Lex, yeah.
And we were hanging out, and he's sitting down. He's as tall as I am standing, and I said to Brendan, I go, dude, what would you do if you had to fight him? And Brendan was still fighting, and you know him. And don't do that to him, because Brendan goes, oh, I'd knock him the fuck out. That's what I do. You took it personally. that I thought
seriously.
you
We were
personal.
supposed to fight like twice.
Yeah, you were right.
Well, look at this fight right here. Let's watch this fight.
Yeah, let's watch 2 fights tonight.
Paul Felder.
Double jab.
What?
I don't know. I just said stuff. I just said
Brian, did you ever think about doing actual commentary? Because I know you played me in a movie.
Bro,
Would you willing to do actual commentary?
BAFTA.
Wait a minute. You
I had
played
an
Joe
offer.
Rogan in the movie?
I had an
Warrior.
offer. I had an offer, and I said I don't know enough about.
Dude, I
fighting
think
to actually do it.
M1 should pick you up, or Ryzen, B. It'd be
How about
sick.
One
I won't
FC?
do it. I
Who's
won't do
doing
it.
One FC
Remember
for
they had
English?
Dennis Miller do NFL commentary?
Well,
You know,
Yeah.
that was the
Classic.
issue.
Remember that?
Hey, hold on. That was the issue when I started working for the UFC. I was concerned. I was legitimately concerned because this was before UFC 37 and a half when I started working for the UFC. Dennis Miller was doing Monday Night Football, and I was like, I don't want to
That's a
fuck this
nightmare.
up. So I decided, like, I made a conscious effort. I'm not even going to remotely try to be funny.
No.
I'm like,
You're
first
funny
of all,
naturally. You shouldn't have to write
Well, first of all,
stuff.
it meant a lot to me. Like, martial arts means
Well,
a
you're
lot
a martial
to me.
artist. Dennis Miller never played football. So
Exactly.
you couldn't relate to it. And
Maybe he played
he's putting jokes in.
Junior All-American.
Doesn't
This
count,
is
but
just
doesn't
like
count.
when George Washington was coming across to Delaware, baby.
Yeah.
Dude,
But you have a black belt
He
in
was horrible.
jiu-jitsu.
He was
and-
awful. He was horrible.
He was terrible.
trying
It was
too
so
hard.
awkward. I
Well-
feel bad for him because he wasn't set up for success in that. That's not a good
There's
platform.
no, yeah.
Well, he was trying to throw those jokes around, like he had them written out, like he was gonna like spite. I think they probably brought him in to do that, though.
Felder's an
And think about it, for his jokes, they have to okay all of his shit. So think
Oh,
about pre-write
shit.
that was a nightmare.
You really think so?
100%.
Oh,
they
that's
didn't give him
That
the
is
free
one
reign.
of the craziest
ABC.
thing about the UFC is that they don't tell me what to do.
You've
they
never
have-
said anything outrageous,
But they
though.
I've said a lot of things.
On here, you've said some shit.
Really ridiculous things.
Yeah, but you're also the best at what you do. So.
But the fact that they have this multi-billion-dollar organization and let me talk is fucking insane.
What else are
you're
they
the
in?
yeah,
They don't
and
even
you're-
drug
and you've
test
never
me.
fought
you're the best
MMA?
at it.
They never fought MMA. I'm
Doesn't
clearly,
make any sense.
You're a black belt in
clearly-
jiu-jitsu.
Joe
Joe
Buck,
Pothead.
Joe Buck never played baseball, and he's one of the best in.
But
Howard
is he
Cosell
play by
wasn't
play
a
or
boxer.
color?
Yeah,
Is he play by play or color? Different. Play-by-play guy doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be a professional ball player or ex-ball
but
player.
you don't have to
But
be.
Joe
professional.
Color
competed in
guy
striking
generally
and-
has to be.
Yeah, in the NBA,
but Joe's
none of those
so,
guys
what
are.
I'm saying is Joe's so goddamn good.
Some of them.
They said, "Fuck it,
Reggie
we don't
Miller.
care about that shit."
Well, the thing is, I wasn't good when I first
He's also
started.
been doing
If
it
you
for
go
a
back
hundred
and
great
years.
right
watch-
from day one.
Felder,
right from day one.
Oh, Felder just tagged him.
Dude, don't
Oh,
kick
it's
him.
over. It's over. It's over.
Oh, he tagged him.
Felder
He's clinching.
is a beast.
Well, Vic's
Look
trying
at
to
that.
hold on.
He's so nasty. He's
Guys,
so
I feel
fucking
sick for
nasty.
so much cheese.
I know. I ate too much cheese. My cholesterol just shot up to 3,000.
I don't think it works like that.
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't have any effect
Your
on blood
psoriasis
lipids.
is going to
Is that
break
true?
free.
Yeah, dietary cholesterol has almost zero effect on blood lipids. Mostly it's genetic. There's a lot of different various issues, but people that have certain genes really shouldn't fuck with a lot of high cholesterol foods. But for the most part, dietary cholesterol has been scientifically proven to have almost zero effect on
I think
blood
I might
lipids.
have naturally high cholesterol, so I have to watch
Well,
it.
some people do.
So I shouldn't eat
Well, the
cheese
thing
and
is
stuff.
about what is it, LDL or HDL, and if they're balanced out together, the real thing is like checking for artery
Plaque and stuff.
plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah, like checking to see if you're okay.
Can you do that with a sonic?
No, you need to go to a real doctor, motherfucker.
No. I'm saying, can you do that?
Can
with,
I
with
do
a-
it? I can't do it for you.
Can you check my arterial branch?
I can check your aura.
Check my.
When was that time
aura.
you saw a doctor, B, besides for your psoriasis?
I can't.
What's the last time you had a finger in your butt?
About
Dude, I had a
2
doctor
years
go
ago.
3 fingers deep. Fingers the size of bratwurst.
Damn, should I do that?
Did he
I've
growl?
never done that.
Get
Should
your-
I do
get
it?
your-
Did he growl when he got all
Soon.
three of them?
Dude,
Like,
Stick
weird.
the finger in
Did
your
you get a
ass?
colonoscopy?
when he gets all three of them.
At 50.
No.
When you're 50, you got to get a colonoscopy. Did
When
you
the
get,
doctor gets all three and he goes,
you get a colonoscopy? Did you get a colonoscopy?
Yeah.
Me too.
yeah.
I was good.
Are
Did you
there
get it
girl
done?
doctors
My,
that can
my
do that?
butthole looks
No,
amazing.
they'll put you out. They put you out. They
Look
go
at
out
this.
with a camera.
Bam! I'm so
Can you
happy.
request a female
I gotta
doctor?
I gotta say that I'm so happy that the UFC is on ESPN. I think it's so good for the sport.
It's so much better than Fox.
Because so many, it's so good because so many
It's a
people
fit.
that are just sports fans just watch the ESPN all day long.
It's huge.
How many bars have ESPN on all the time?
Just on a loop.
On a loop.
I'd leave ESPN on.
Yes.
If I'm just at home, that's my default, ESPN.
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck about sports, but I understand it.
Oh, no, it's such a big move for the
Yeah,
UFC.
it's huge. I think it's
perfect
so,
home for them.
Yeah,
Perfect home.
I agree. I'm so happy when I heard it was happening, and then the streaming service because I spend so much time. Oh, look at
shit.
this, James Vick with the clinch.
He's fine.
I spend so much time doing online stuff. I was really happy about that. I was like, good. Streaming is where the future lies.
What is Felder's rank?
He's not ranked.
He's he's probably top 25. They don't really rank you until you're top 15 though.
He's not even in the top 15. I feel like he
Well, that was
belongs
why
there.
he didn't get that Khabib fight, and Al Iaquinta did.
Oh.
But in retrospect, that was actually really huge because Al fought a great fight,
Yeah.
went 5 full rounds with Khabib,
Yeah.
which Conor couldn't do, and then beat Kevin Lee's ass in his next fight.
Yeah.
And now he's ranked number 4 in the world.
And should be. Al Iaquinta, when he's focused, is a fucking gangster. He's a
D1
beast.
wrestler, right?
I don't know what his
Yeah, he was D1.
I was talking.
Yeah.
He wrestled at JUCO.
I was talking to Dustin and Thiago. Somebody asked him and Mike Brown. I think Jimmy said, "What's the one discipline that you think is the best thing to have
They said
before anything?"
wrestling, right?
Everybody
No,
Did you
no,
really need to
five
ask that?
animal.
I don't know. I would have thought like
Wrestling?
boxing.
No, you know
or-
what?
No, what?
You've been around
Wrestling.
too long.
I know.
wrestling. That's
I
why you
just
shouldn't
like
do
to say
commentary
things
except
and-
in the movie
No, I like to
Warrior.
say
You just tried being smart
Wrestling.
around us.
No, I
though?
like to say
Why would
things
you
and
say
just get-
wrestling?
I like
Around
getting-
the three of
I like
us?
getting a conversation going.
Wrestling's everything, man. It's the ability to dictate
Give
where
me
the
that
fight
knife,
takes place.
please.
I wrestled in high school, dude. That's why.
Dude, look at
fucking
all
mind
the
your P's and Q's
champions.
around
Look at
me.
all the champions. Hand me that knife.
I remember when
Look at
Bryan.
Bryan Callen.
I remember when I brought Bryan to Carlson Gracie School back when Carlson was still alive, and Carlson had a school in Hollywood off Hawthorne.
Yep.
Right when Vitor was making his UFC debut, and Bryan and I became friends.
Yep.
And he was wrestling with Sergio Cohen, and Sergio got mad at him and headbutted him.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Headbutted Bryan?
Because I was
He headbutted Bryan.
taking a lot of those guys down.
Yeah.
Because they didn't back then. They didn't know how to take down. So I was doing shit that
I
never
remember
works
watching.
against.
I was rolling, and I was a white
He
belt.
broke
at the
my
time.
nose, dude.
I was looking over at Bryan, and Bryan was going hard with Sergio Cohen.
going too hard
and
in the
Sergio
paint?
just went like this.
Yeah, he took.
got on
He
top
moved
of
my.
him and
'cause
just
he
donked
couldn't-
him.
I was because we were going takedowns, and I had my
Yeah.
elbow in it, and he just pulled it out and went boom.
And
on my
knocked
head.
you out?
He broke my
Broke
nose.
his nose.
I had
His
to get.
nose
I
is
had to get
bleeding.
my
What did you
septum-
say?
I had to get my septum fixed.
What'd you say?
I was young. I didn't.
He just
care.
kept going.
Yeah.
He goes, I think that guy broke my nose. Like,
Yeah.
I saw that shit.
For 2 years, I was doing this.
We
I
were
was
like
holding-
little kids. We're like, I can't believe we're here.
I know.
Remember little Bustamante, Carlos Bajeto was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
um,
Vitor Belfort.
yeah. Mario
Did you
Sperry.
wrestle with Vitor?
I tapped him a couple times.
No, we did not.
How
Mario Sperry was
dare
teaching
you.
the class. Mario Sperry was
Fuck.
hilarious. One of the things Mario Sperry said, he goes, I got so good at my triangle because I get my girl in my guard, and I get her in my guard, and I just tease and tease and tease and tease. And she says, no, I don't want to do no more. I said, fuck you, you stay there.
Did I ever tell you that story about
He's practicing with his girlfriend. Hey,
yeah.
hey.
I taught an
by the way-
old girlfriend of mine a triangle, so she gets really into it. She's like, "Oh my gosh, she's a stripper." Back when I worked as a DJ and stripper
Hell yeah.
at a strip club, so I showed her triangle, and because I wanted her to do it on her next boyfriend, and then have have him ask her where the hell you learned that from.
Yeah.
So then it's like I pissed on her. You know what I mean?
chess.
So she was obsessed with
you
triangles.
pissed on
Right?
her?
She's obsessed.
He means marked her.
She's obsessed with triangles. So I'm trying to watch Howard Stern, right? And she's trying to put me in a triangle, and I keep telling her stop. I'm like really into this Howard Stern episode. She's trying to put me in a triangle. You fucking stop. She's laughing. She's putting me in a triangle, and I said, you gotta stop. You gotta fucking stop. And I got really pissed. I go, you're gonna fucking start crying right now. Stop. I'm watching this fucking. Stop. And she wouldn't. She's laughing. So she put me in a triangle, and I fucking quit and rampage Ricardo Arona her on the bed though. I wasn't trying to hurt her.
Right.
So I picked her up, and I told her, I go, you're gonna start crying. She has me in a triangle. I picked her up and slammed her on the bed. It was a soft bed.
probably gave her
when I
CTE.
slammed her on the bed, she lets go, bounces off the bed, and goes flying and lands on the ground and lands on her wrist, and she starts fucking crying. You broke my wrist. You broke my wrist. So she runs to the bathroom, and I walk into the bathroom, and she's got the hot water running over her wrist, and she's crying. She's like, and I said,
not used
okay.
to it.
I said, get dressed. We're going to the emergency room. She goes, what? I go, get dressed. We're going to the
broke her
emergency room.
wrist?
She goes, I think I'm fine. I go, let's go. Let's go to the emergency room. Your shit's broken. I just want her to get her to stop crying, and she stopped, and that was it.
What round is this?
Second.
Oh,
Yes.
end of the second.
Yeah.
Paul Felder lifts his hands up. Feels like he won that round. I have no idea what happened.
That wasn't a good story.
It was a great story.
Come
I remember
on.
the great story.
You're going to jail, but
Come
great
on, man.
story.
You
Yeah,
can
you
make a
should've told it
cartoon
on-
out of
on
that
the
shit.
No,
internet.
that'll happen
Right?
like when you start
Papatoon?
you start roughhousing,
That's
and all of a
fine.
sudden you hurt
Yeah, no, never slammed a girl. But,
Yeah, so
You ever have a girl take a
never
swing at
show
you?
your girlfriend how to do a triangle.
You ever have a
Because
girl
then
take
she's
a
going to
swing
get
at you?
obsessed with
They'll
it.
get you, and they'll
She'll
get
get
you.
obsessed with it.
Yeah.
You're trying to
No,
watch
you're,
fucking
you're saying
Netflix.
it's
Puts you
Liam
to
Neeson
sleep.
now, but you're fine.
You ever have a girl take a swing at you?
Yeah.
I had a girl take a swing at me, and
I had to.
halfway into the punch, I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
I know. You
Like
get-
I saw her just fucking haul off. I go, this is
What?
she's not gonna follow through with this.
I know.
And I was like, oh my god, shoot!
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
I ducked underneath this, and I grabbed her. I'm like, what are you
I know,
doing?
what are you doing?
Don't hit me!
You just got to grab them.
But her mom and dad used to beat the shit out of each other.
So
I've had
she's used to
girls-
that.
I've dated enough crazy girls to
When I held on to her afterwards, and she admitted it to me, it was
started
really
crying?
sad.
You tell me when.
It was really sad. Oh shit! Vic was landing some shots. Nice
Ouch!
leg kick there by
That's a
Felder.
nice low kick.
Oh, I can't wait for this main event, man.
We should enjoy this fight, boys.
Who are you going with?
We're talking about domestic
Kane.
Enjoy the
violence.
moment, dude.
We should enjoy this
Yeah,
fight.
live in the moment, Brendan.
I have been beaten by.
That's a weird thing, man. When someone expresses some shit that they saw from their mom and their dad. I was really lucky that my stepmom and my dad,
Your
or
stepmom?
my stepdad and my mom rather had a really good relationship, and my mom and my dad had a bad relationship.
So you saw
So I got
both.
to see both.
Yeah.
I got to see what people when they love each other and just real friendly.
I just had
How well do you remember
bad
your dad,
relationship.
Joe?
Stepdad and real dad. It was all bad.
Your dad and your stepdad were shitheads?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Did they hit you, Eddie?
That sucks.
My stepdad
Oh,
was
nice
fucking
spinning
evil.
back kick to the
Really?
body there.
Yeah.
Stepdad
bummer.
was? Oh,
Fuck yeah.
Paul Felder, looking good.
But I'm glad he was because it made me the man I am today.
My parents loved the shit out of me.
How well?
Oh,
How well do you
Felder
remember
with
your
a nice
dad,
left
Joe?
hook.
Your biological dad.
I haven't talked to him since I was 7.
But do you remember him at all? Or?
Nope.
Does he hit you up now for money and Teslas?
Put me on the podcast. Can you imagine if he wanted to be on your podcast? He's like emailing you.
Right.
Get me on your podcast. I got some great stories.
Come on, bro.
We'll talk about how I left your mom.
Talk about how your mom couldn't take a shot.
Dude, too much.
Can you imagine if he bugged you? Because you know that's the worst shit ever. It's like when dudes bug you to be on your podcast and if it's your real dad.
Is there anything worse?
Oh, he just heard him.
He's hurt.
What
Vic
if
is
your
hurt.
real
He just heard
dad
him with that low
contacted
kick.
me to get a hold of you? One of those things.
How many people contact you to get on the podcast?
Dude, I got people that contact friends that I know that contact me to contact you.
It's a nightmare.
And I always tell them, I go,
You
it's
get it
never
too?
going to work.
All the time.
It's never going to work.
I get that all day long.
oh,
I
yeah.
need to quit
I was
this
getting
thing.
coffee today. The guy goes, doing fight companion tonight, right? I went, yep, sure. I'm with my son. I'm like, sure am. And he's like, cool. Tell Joe, Gary from, I'm like, all right, I'll let him know. Definitely let him
Gary.
know. Yeah.
I'm moving to Montana.
Oh, he's crushing those
when I
legs.
have enough money, I'm going to move to Montana and get off the internet.
Coeur d'Alene, bro. We're all going to go to Coeur
No,
d'Alene.
I like Montana.
No, Coeur d'Alene.
Better elk.
That's where Andy lives.
Okay, why do you like Coeur d'Alene?
Oh!
It's like
dude.
Pleasantville,
Beautiful.
dude. It's fucking
What does
dope.
that mean?
It's
Pleasantville.
Everything's perfect.
Beautiful. It really is gorgeous. Yeah,
I'm
it is
telling you,
gorgeous.
man.
Eddie, if you go online, Jamie Vernon, pull up pictures of
You're
Coeur
going to
d'Alene,
Spokane.
Iowa.
It's like 30
Idaho,
minutes from
rather.
there. So just drive there.
dude,
It's the opposite Iowa.
That's what I did every day. In Spokane, I'd drive Uber.
I've been to Spokane like.
Are you really looking
Oh,
for property there?
Felder just
Oh, I
nailed
just
another leg
looked
kick.
'cause I invested
Vic's
in it.
legs
I'll
are
go up there
hurt,
with
man. Oh, Felder.
Oh!
Felder's got him hurt. He's limping.
Fighting the
dude.
kid, Coeur d'Alene.
Dude, he just switched.
Felder
He just
knows,
switched.
man. Felder knows.
He just switched.
Guys, I'm going to shit my pants.
Why?
I ate so much cheese.
Just go take a shit, bro.
No, don't.
We have a toilet.
Hold
Shits
it.
water
Hold
up your
it
butt.
and
It feels
keep-
wonderful.
Oh, that thing confused me, man.
Oh,
do
it's
you
wonderful.
shoot the water before?
I could.
Why
Before
you-
and
in the
after?
shower.
You can
You
do
don't need
both.
to do that
Whatever
shit.
you want.
didn't
If
know
you
that.
shoot it up there before, it'll make you shit harder.
It like shoots out.
Yeah.
The problem with
Like
that,
it's
though,
a primer.
Hey, you know the problem with that is when you take one of those shits where you got just shit all over your ass and
Yeah.
then you spray something
yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
It gets
The
messy.
shit goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Look
why
at
would
that.
you want to do
Here's
that?
Coeur d'Alene.
That's Coeur d'Alene, you
Come on,
fucks.
bro. That's beautiful.
Wow. What
They
the
have-
fuck?
I'm telling
They
you,
have
I've
a
never seen
lake.
anything like
What's
it.
so big about a lake?
No, it's
That
gorgeous.
looks like Big
Eddie.
Bear Lake right
No,
there.
dude, I'm telling you, it's gorgeous, dude.
That looks like Big Bear
Great
Lake. to me.
restaurant.
No, there's less white trash up there.
The families all the people up there gonna hate me for. They hate when I bring it up because like it's a fucking secret. Like, well, be
It's a
careful.
secret.
They don't want it to be like Nashville.
Kanye
Good
West has a
restaurants and
house
shit,
there.
and-
How's it a secret if Kanye West has a
What
house
is it? A
there?
ski town or what?
No,
When is he going to be on your podcast? What's
I don't
happening?
know, man. We'll talk.
It's not happening.
No, it'll probably happen. It's just Kanye is, he's a complicated artist. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other issues. First of all, he wants to get to know me. We got to get to hang out together. And we're
come-
both- oh,
Jesus, Felder.
shit.
Felder will time that shit.
we'll do it.
Dude,
to
you and
know you.
Kanye
Just come on the
on the
goddamn
podcast
show.
would fucking
We'll do it.
melt.
dude, bring him
He's
to
a nice.
Crossroads.
He's a really nice guy, man. When I talked to him on the phone, he's a very, very nice guy.
You already talked to him.
Yeah, I talked to him on the phone.
Nice. Look at that.
He's a nice guy. We'll do it. But I'm not in a rush, Hey, I told you guys I really like doing these as much as I like doing anything. Like when someone says like, what's your favorite guest? Or is there one guest you've never had on? It doesn't exist.
Right.
They don't exist. There's no one. I like doing podcasts.
also-
I like doing podcasts with everyone.
Watching fights, dude?
He's
Come
also
on. What's
done
better than
3,000
that?
That
podcast.
future, that guy who's working on longevity drugs, that was fascinating.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
David Sinclair.
Where do I
Yeah.
get resveratrol? I need some of that.
Resveratrol. You can buy it
Resveratrol.
online.
Really?
You should learn how to spell it first.
Resveratrol.
I
Otherwise,
will.
you get the
I
wrong
will.
shit.
You drink it all day. It's in wine.
I know.
Well, very
really?
low doses. You really
Just
want
say
to
no
get
more, fam.
industrial grade. Oh shit, Felder's spinning
Dude.
like a motherfucker. Oh, leg kick by Vic. Oh, Vic with the jumping knee. That's it. That's a wrap.
Dude, I
Okay.
can't wait for Kane.
I can't believe that guy's 55, man.
Kane.
That's
versus
ridiculous.
I know he's Vic is so
Who
tall.
you got? B. Kane or Francis?
Kane, of course.
Eddie.
This is a great fight. by the way. This
I
is a
should
really
be
good
going
fight.
for Kane because he's Mexican.
Take that out of it.
But when it
You're
comes
both
to the
about as Mexican as
UFC, I
Taco
don't
Bell.
give a fuck about Mexicans. Only in boxing. Only in boxing. But I'm going with Kane. I'm going with
I'm
Kane.
not gonna ask you
Francis
jokes, you
scared
can't
me
pick.
when he
Well-
wouldn't throw any punches against Derek
Derek
Lewis.
Lewis.
That scared me.
But his last fight though, he fucking starched Curtis Blades.
Yeah, he did. Here's my
Who's a wrestler?
here's
Who's a
my
wrestler?
here's
White
my
guy?
here's my
No,
no
big black guy
big
who's a
wrestler.
who's a fucking national champion JUCO wrestler.
Knocked him out?
Knocked
Yes.
him out. Starched him.
Stopped
Okay,
him.
so he's back.
And that's the second fight they've had. Yeah.
Okay, so he's back. Was he throwing a large amount of punches, or was
Nope.
he kind of
It
like
was in the
cracked
first
him.
like 30 seconds.
He was-
Is
Oh,
Kane
really?
next? Is this next?
Yes. Next.
Okay, okay.
Next.
Look, man, listen.
Here's my take on it. Francis is a fucking specimen, and his story literally is like right out of Conan the Barbarian.
Or Lionheart, yeah.
He worked in a fucking sand mill, digging sand, making sandbags all day. That's how his body got strong. I mean, he lived in this incredibly poor country in Africa.
He's from Cameroon?
Yeah, he went and moved to France. He was homeless. He learned how to fight, and he wanted to be a boxer. And they said, you should do MMA. 4 years later, the guy is like at the pinnacle of MMA, fighting in the UFC against world-class competition and fucking people up. Do you understand that when he knocked out Alistair Overeem with that vicious like
Uppercut.
shovel
That
hook,
might be the hardest
it's
uppercut I've ever seen.
it's insane that he beat a guy who's not just a world-class fighter, but a K1 Grand Prix champion.
And has been
a guy who
fighting
won
for 20 years.
Has he
forever.
fought any Mexicans?
He's older though.
I don't know.
That's
It's an older Alistair.
different story. We got Hart.
Well, it's
Don't
an
forget
Alistair
about that.
without the secret sauce. He didn't get that. Where'd Jamie
who won
go?
this fight? I hope Felder.
I've never seen Jamie leave ever.
Oh, Felder
Give
won
this
this
to
fight.
Felder.
Felder won this
Felder
fight.
easily won this
Felder
fight.
won this fight. Vic's shaking his head. Felder! Paul Felder. I'm going to text him right now because I'm friends with him.
Do you want me to turn it up?
No, it's okay.
He gave it his all. He's
Do
emotional.
you used to get all
He's
fanboyish when
emotional
you text,
right now. Look at
when
this
you
shit,
text
man.
like certain people?
Yeah, still.
He
I'm
works so
texting
hard.
this guy, this rapper that I'm a huge
Who?
fan of.
Do you have a
Shakewell. Shakewell. Oh
Is he
man.
a conspiracy rapper?
No, dude, he's just there's a video called Leg Lock on YouTube. Shakewell. It's like a Tim and Eric awesome show, great job type video. It's fucking brilliant. Watch that shit. And we're texting now, and I'm like, we're gonna make a song together. I'm like all giddy and fanboyish.
You're doing a lot of music, yeah, Eddie?
It's the same like I've always done. I've
Okay.
never stopped.
I thought you stopped for some reason.
Never stopped. I've always made music. Always. It's always been this.
Oh no, you stopped doing the podcast for a second.
Stop doing podcasts.
That's right.
Period.
You're not doing it all anymore. You just do
I hate.
tinfoil with
Once I
Sam?
started repeating myself all the time, I'm like, you know what? That's so annoying. I don't to
Hey,
people.
when's the last time you saw Tripoli?
Tinfoil Hat podcast.
No, when when's the last time you saw Tripoli? I haven't heard
Couple
from him
days
forever.
ago.
Really? He's good?
Yeah, I see him at the store. I see him every week.
You know what? On this podcast,
I love that guy.
I do my best.
Sam's the reason why, one of the reasons I
Sam's
got.
also a great comic.
Sam
He fucking
Tripoli.
kills
He's
me.
fucking killing it now. He's killing it.
He's literally one of the
Every
reasons
time,
why I started doing stand-up.
every time we go on the road, sometimes I have shitty ass nights.
Yeah.
I thank God that Sam Tripoli goes after me and saves the
Dude,
goddamn show.
we went
Sam's-
to.
you know
I
what I
went
mean?
to. I went
He
to.
goes Sam's a pro.
I spent 2 weeks in Afghanistan with that guy. That guy would get up and he would open for us because he was the only one who could. Soldiers are sitting there. We'd be in the middle of nowhere. He would get up with a shitty mic and destroy.
smoking weed now,
He would
too?
destroy.
He's got
I'm going
10,
to pee.
15 years under his belt.
Killer. He's a
More
I
than
call him
that,
the monster.
bro.
I call him the monster.
I've been doing stand-up with Tripoli for 20 plus years.
And you know what?
I straight up love Tripoli.
Paul Felder,
his-
motherfuckers. Look at him.
Sam Tripoli's podcast, Tinfoil
That's
Hat
a compliment
podcast.
that he looked
Don't-
like Stephen King.
don't
That's
hang
where,
on to
That's
that.
where I go off.
Don't hold that
That's where
joint
I go off.
hostage. Don't hold that joint hostage.
Yeah, don't.
I subdue myself here
Give it to
about
Brennan.
conspiracy theories, but if you want to hear me go off, go to Tinfoil Hat Podcast. That's where I
Hey,
go
there's
off.
a good chance
Go
I
off.
wrecked that new Raptor after out tonight.
I love that Raptor. I
That
love
was
it. I love that you
nothing,
bought that.
Brendan.
I love that you bought that.
Dude, Elon Musk took a bigger hit than that. Come
yeah,
on,
but
man.
it cost him $4
Jesus
billion.
Christ.
Elon Musk lost his job.
is legal, right?
He didn't lose his job.
No, I'm
Come on,
just
that had to be one of the most iconic moments in the history of the internet.
First of all, it's the
And it
biggest
was-
moment in podcasting.
And it was a completely on the fly moment.
Is that your biggest podcast? Is that
No.
the biggest one? What's the biggest one?
I
Shapiro?
don't know.
Ben
Jamie
Shapiro?
would know. Who's number one?
What do you mean by biggest? Like
Number one downloads.
Most views.
Yeah, that would be it.
Elon
On
number
YouTube
one?
it's
Yeah,
Elon
YouTube,
on
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
I only
Yeah.
go by what you see on YouTube.
Hey, first of all, that'd be the biggest moment in podcast history. It also made me like Elon Musk.
He's
I
a
didn't
good dude,
dislike
man.
him before. I saw him around. His kids go to a gym I used to go to. I didn't dislike him, but that made me, I'm like, oh, he's cool.
I had to buy his car because I told him I would buy his car when I did the podcast.
Oh, I don't like him anymore. That's right.
I'm so happy.
I wish you did it.
No. I have 8 other
You
cars.
should see if my Raptor can run over your Tesla.
I love your Raptor, but listen, man, I'm telling you, that goddamn Tesla is the future. I think other cars are stupid. You know how many cars I have?
Other cars are stupid. Who are you?
You know how many cars I have, right?
Yeah, I do.
What am I driving here today?
I know it's hard.
What did I drive here
Don't
today?
battle Joe on cars, okay?
What did I drive here today?
You drove
Relax.
the Tesla. That's
Why
like
did I drive the
Superman.
Tesla?
Finding out
Relax there.
Superman's on
Why did I drive the
PDs.
Tesla?
Because
I know.
Because you like.
Because I drove the
'Cause you like
Tesla.
dudes?
If you drive my, I do like dudes. I don't like to fuck them, but
Well,
I like
I thought you did when I
I
saw
like to
Tesla.
hang
I'm
out
like,
with 'em.
oh, cool. Joe likes to fuck dudes now.
Damn, Brendan, you can't go there.
You can't go there because
Is
what
that
if
your
I did?
podcast?
If I
then
did,
but I'm cool with it. We're still
Relax,
friends.
relax.
I like to think that if I was gay, I'd tell you all.
You really think Tesla cars are gay?
No.
For real?
They're
Listen,
just not. I
man,
just don't like them.
Why don't you just drive mine?
That's what I
Because
need to do. Let me
drive
drive
mine.
while I'm high and drunk right now. Let's see how it goes.
Listen,
Don't freak out.
I get another one if shit goes wrong.
What about that Tesla that he pretended to launch into space? What about that one?
That one's coming out in 2
That's fake
years. It's
news.
not out yet. That one goes 0 to 60 in 1.9
That's
seconds.
not good.
What does?
That's trouble.
What does?
Let me tell you, mine is 2.4. Mine is the fastest fucking thing I've ever driven in my life. I have a goddamn race car. I have a Porsche 911
it's not a race car. No.
GT3 RS from Sharkworks. I have a real race
How
car.
dare you
Let me
compare
tell you
it to
something.
that?
That Tesla
Right.
would
You tell me it's as
leave-
well made.
Brendan.
You tell me it's well
Stop,
made. It
Brendan.
feels like it.
It's different.
I'll get the fuck
It
out
doesn't
of
feel
here,
the same because
It's not the same. They're not the same.
You're
Brendan's
right.
mad. Brendan's
No.
mad because now
you
Joe
smoke this
and
weed?
Brian can bond on their Teslas,
Yes.
and now you're left out of the
No,
dust.
I'm
I'm
just a car
telling
guy.
you, man.
You're
I
left
love
out of
you.
your F-150 shit. You know what I mean?
I love
a
all
Raptor.
of you. I love all of you. You got to listen to me. That thing's the future. Other cars are bullshit. I'm gonna write an article for like
Other
Medium.
cars are bullshit.
Other cars, no. Better yet, other cars are dumb.
Yep.
Damn,
don't
you're gonna
know
start
you.
going to his barbecues.
I don't know what you did
You're
with
gonna
it.
start
Dumb.
going to his
No, they're
barbecues
dumb.
talking
Something
about
in the
Teslas.
weed, bro.
It's the best car.
No. Elon told me that when he did the podcast. I was like, get the fuck out of here, because I had an M5 at the time, and the BMW M5 is a phenomenal car. The new one's even better than the one I had. But I was like, come on, man, I got a 4-door sedan that goes 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Just shut your pie hole. I was like, this is a nonsense car.
I'm with you, Brendan. I'm
Look
on
at
your
how hard
side.
he hits. Oh my God.
Fuck those cars.
Listen, you're wrong.
300 fucking miles. What the fuck? How are you supposed to go to Vegas on a last minute whim trip?
Can't get anywhere.
You know what I
Can't.
mean?
You get someone else to drive.
That's good for a married man. Yeah, Tesla's good for
Just
married
drive it
men
around
for sure.
town. You don't
For
have
a
to drive
single
to
guy,
Vegas.
for a
Drive to
single
Vegas.
guy.
Tesla's
You're
a
telling me
killer.
you feel alive when you
How
drive
you
a
gonna go to
Tesla
Vegas?
compared to your GT3?
I feel like I'm living in the future.
Imagine, remember
Joe.
that?
Yeah,
hey,
Tesla,
Brian,
Tesla,
hey,
Tesla.
What? Do you remember
Tesla,
Swingers? The movie
Tesla,
Swingers.
Tesla.
Remember the movie
Listen,
Swingers?
No, I'm too young for
Brian
You
and I
don't
are
remember the
living in
movie
the future.
Swingers?
I do
We're in the
remember.
future, you
Remember
fucking
when they went to
caveman.
Vegas?
You guys should watch
Can you imagine
Tron
if they
and
went in a
suck each
Tesla?
other off.
Can you imagine if they went in a Tesla to Vegas? They wouldn't have made it. The movie wouldn't have
Guys,
happened.
we-
The movie wouldn't have happened.
We can't talk over each other.
Do you guys leech when you get sick too, you fucking old timers?
Fuck you with your electric shit. What are you
like
driving
it.
a golf cart?
Hey, guys,
Dude,
What are
I'm
you,
gonna
golf?
line up both your
Hey,
Teslas
guys,
like this.
Where do you
Dude,
get your horseshoes?
Yeah, you fucks.
What blacksmith you guys use?
Fuck
You hear about
electricity.
these new musket guns?
What are you fucking?
Dude, my car has
Battery
4-wheel
lover.
drive, more than 700 horsepower, and it goes 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds.
Hey, I
It's
got
the
a
most-
Toyota
Listen to
Tundra.
me.
I got a Tundra.
You got a-
Okay,
you got
that's
a
a
one-
Japanese.
You got a wonderful car. I will never talk shit on
Okay,
Tundras.
okay.
It's one of
Whatever,
the best
bro.
cars you can buy.
Stock
If you wanna-
rims.
You want
I
to
got
buy?
stock
You want
rims.
to buy a car that will never break down and can tow your fucking grandmother's house?
Get a Porsche.
Get a Tundra.
Yeah.
Tundra is amazing.
Tundra, not Tunda.
I
Tundra-
stumbled on my
I know.
word, bro.
Christ.
Dude,
Have some
Kane's
respect.
walking out right
I was
now.
giving your car
Kane's
some
walking
respect.
out right now.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I love Tundras. I'm a gigantic Toyota fan.
I'm embarrassed when I drive to the podcast and you guys pull up in your fucking $100,000
Don't.
cars.
I'm
You're
sorry. Are we in
And I
Tron?
pull
You
up
guys
in a
have
Tundra.
fucking
I'm like,
boys
we
in the
are.
back?
Yeah, we are. Get with it, bro, with your internal combustion engine.
This
If
is a
you guys
wonderful
knew
time.
how I lived, if you guys knew how I fucking, dude, I have
live
nothing.
wonderful.
I never buy clothes.
Good
I
for
have-
you.
You know the clothes I wear?
Yeah.
The clothes my other schools give me. 10th Planet San Antonio. I have 10th Planet. This
You
is San
actually have, you
Diego.
have franchise. You might be the most successful jiu-jitsu guy
No.
with Hensel Gracie.
Henderson sold my beer.
Dude, listen, I have 100
You're pretty
schools.
successful,
Gracie Ba got,
There he goes, man.
Gracie Ba got 1,800 schools in Florida alone.
Hundreds of schools.
No. Gracie Baja got 1,500 schools
Yeah, but
in
you don't
Florida.
even work at it.
I got 100.
But you don't work at it.
He
It just
works at
happens.
it?
No, I'm saying that he's successful just out of the love.
Oh, you know
of
what's
the
going
game.
on here?
I'm like-
you think you're better than us because you had Tesla.
Dude, I'll fucking turn it. Oh, I can't turn this table over.
It's heavy.
I know. All right, I gotta put my earphones on.
God damn it.
This
Oh,
isn't.
Paris Hilton. Is that
We're
her?
yelling too much.
That's his wife, bro.
Well, we're
sorry.
getting excited.
We gotta
this
relax.
This
You guys
is an
gotta
amazing
remember,
fight. I think
we
we're
got-
amped up for this.
We got people listening at home and they got their headphones on and then we
Who's the
start screaming.
dickhead in the back?
It hurts their ears. Okay,
Yeah.
You know, he is such a badass, but his body is not.
it's the same
Does
it
he
was 10
just
years
eat
ago.
double-decker
I was
tacos?
gonna say he doesn't have. When you look at his body, you'd be like, that just doesn't look like.
Okay, but
baddest
save
man on
all
the
that
It's like a
look.
gordita crunch.
You got to save all that look shit because he's got the best body ever for the MMA's heavyweight division when he was in his prime.
Well,
that body
It's the
allowed
same
him.
body. He's got the
Agreed.
same
He
body.
knocked out
Doesn't get
Minotauro. He took
Yes.
giant bombs from Czech Congo and
Not
still
that
took him
body,
down
but
and beat him.
I
But
I
it's
see what
pretty
you're saying,
close.
but not that
Pretty
body.
close.
But the way
Best-
it looked,
That was the same body. That's the
His
same
titties were
body.
not flapping around
He
like that
never
in
had
2007.
Best heavyweight of all
Okay,
time.
the
in my
biceps
opinion.
are a little
He's
bit.
number one heavyweight
I
for
think
me.
he
They're a
beat
little
John
different.
Jones
The
in his
biceps
prime.
are
I think he
different.
beat.
hey guys, let's not talk over each other. This
I
has
know,
got to be
Brendan,
ruthless.
Shut the fuck up.
In his prime, when he was at his best, like when he knocked out Minotauro, you know, when he beat up
He's a
Brock
motherfucker.
Lesnar.
Look at Fedor's body.
Yeah, exactly. It's
true.
It's the body, the way it looks. Are you guys talking about
Oh,
Flat
yeah.
Earth?
Yeah.
Means nothing.
It doesn't matter.
Well, guess what, fucks? We'll find out tonight because Francis has the best body.
best body.
And Kane looks like a
Hey,
gordita
how come
crunch.
you guys never talk about like the female UFC bodies? How come it's always the
it feels
male?
Valentina
rude.
Shevchenko.
Why is it always the
I
male?
always do.
You guys never do.
I always do.
Never hear.
My favorite is Valentina
It's
Shevchenko.
always about
I,
Valentina
Just because you like
Shevchenko's
dudes
got-
with.
I think she's so hot.
Cody Garbrandt. It's always the same shit.
No.
TJ Dillashaw.
No, we talked about Misha Tate.
Ostovich. Oh, and Ostovich.
Oh my
Michelle
God,
Ostovich
Ostovich.
could be, is the she's better looking than the ring card girl.
Nah,
Come on,
Valentina
man.
Shevchenko.
Paige Van Zandt, dime piece.
Yeah.
Rose Namajunas.
Huh?
Beautiful.
Shave her head, but
Ostovich has preposterous genetics.
oh,
Like,
You know what? What
Time
if Rose
diamond.
Namajunas?
Why?
They're just preposterous.
Hey, what if Rose Namajunas
She'd make so
started
much
coming
money
out
stripping.
in wigs, like long wigs? She makes her ring walk, and she's got this long.
And then she
wig.
takes it off when she
comes
gets
out-
into the
and then she goes,
octagon.
boom!
I mean,
Let's
fuck
do
bitches
this shit. And that becomes her thing.
I think for me, I don't know what it is.
How crazy would that be?
Valentina Shevchenko is so hot.
You know, Rose is
Like
one of the
CrossFit
most
dudes,
beautiful
too.
women in the history of the sport, and she's the one who emphasizes it almost the least.
She could
Rose?
easily be
She's
on like the
naturally
cover of
beautiful.
Elle magazine.
Yeah,
beautiful.
for
Like
sure.
bald. She's
incredible.
bald Rose Namajunas.
Yeah,
She's gorgeous.
She's stunning looking.
Yep.
She's stunning looking.
She's amazing. She's
And
gorgeous,
she's-
a great fighter.
She's
great
also
person.
like super fucking like
Powerful Keith Jardine.
she's into her own her own way, you know.
Definitely hasn't gotten Hollywood with it.
No man, she's like when she wins the fight and knocks out Namajunas, you're like, you know, y'all just be nice to each other. It's like what?
Yeah, she's great.
Like that's
Dude,
that's her
that is
message.
a movie right there. That fight
Yeah.
with Joanna Jankovic. Dude, whatever. Does anybody
Young
here? Does
Jenchek.
anybody know?
Young
Can anybody
Jenchek.
spell her name right now?
Nah,
Spell her
man, I
name.
can say it.
Spell it.
Young
Her last
Jenchek.
name.
Yen Jenjik,
I
right?
can't.
You could.
No,
Nobody
I can't.
could.
Yeah, but we
If
can
you had to
say
write
it.
If you had to write it down, it wouldn't be right.
What is it?
can't spell.
Jen?
What do you think? What
So
percentage
don't
of fans
don't make
of
fun
hers?
of me. It's a hard name.
Here's how
Mariah
crazy
spell her
it
name?
got. Brian Stan just started calling her Joanna Champion. He
That's
just
the best.
gave up.
That's
There
just
you go.
lazy.
Brian
Stan, how dare you?
Well, he was respectful. He's a goddamn All-American. Who's more All-American than Brian
She's
Stan?
kinda hard-
How the fuck's
Tim
he gonna
Kennedy.
pronounce that crazy name?
As an American,
she's
it's
got,
tough.
you know, a level of hard. It's that Thai level.
Yeah.
You know, because some of them Thai names, some Song Tong,
It's
Jong,
Jeopardy champion.
Chatri Tong.
Yeah, it's tough.
You know what
Jeopardy
I mean?
champion level.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Those shit.
Yeah, me, I'm right there with Wolf
the
Blitzer,
Russians-
losing money.
Dude, the
If me
Russians-
and Wolf Blitzer was on
Hey.
Jeopardy, I'd lose
Can-
5,000.
hey,
if he
hey,
lost
Wolf
4,000.
lost
Can
four grand?
anybody
Something like
here?
that.
Can anybody here spell Zabit's last name?
That's
Spell
very
it.
hard. He's the
That
future
one,
of the
that
49ers.
one I might be able to
Dude,
do.
why
You would
would
have
we
to
wanna
do some
spell it?
research. You'd
Why?
have to get online.
Why would we
You
want to
would.
spell that? though?
And
No, what I'm
Nurmagomedov.
No one spells really anymore
No,
because
no.
of your phones.
What I'm saying.
Jamie
is
can do it.
Those names are hard to remember. Because
Yes.
to this day, right now, I still don't know Zabit's
I
last
should
name.
call it
Well,
the
you
beat
know,
hormone
It's
monster.
Magomad Sharapov.
There you go.
But here's the thing about
Damn,
these
you
nerds.
got it.
Yeah, I
Did
work
you have
for
to study?
I work for the UFC, bro.
But did you have to
What
spend
about
5-10
Khabib? How do you
minutes
spell
on it?
how do you
No,
say
so
Khabib's?
I practiced it over and over again because I had a really hard time with it to the point where his coaches were saying just call him Zabit. And
that's-
I
you know
felt
what?
that was
It's perfect.
disrespectful. But I felt like this is the gentleman's
Look at the
name.
difference in their bodies,
And he's excellent.
I
don't
never
see a
thought I was
difference,
going to get
Brian.
Nurmagomedov.
Sharapov.
I never thought, like Khabib's last name, I at one point I
Nurmagomedov.
just gave up on it and said, there's no way I could do this.
Well, you know, we have to
But
respect
then
the fact
now
that
I can say it.
but we have to respect the fact that they have a totally different language in terms of like their
Yeah,
letters.
it's
Their
hard.
letters.
They
It's
need to
hard.
respect the fact that they have a completely different language. it makes it
what I'm
fucking
saying
tough
is
on us.
It's very hard. It's difficult.
it's
It's
so
not easy.
difficult.
I don't know what the fuck's going to
It's
happen right
difficult.
here. I do not know what the
Can we
fuck's going to
turn
happen
this
right
up?
here.
Can we hear the
Does Kane
sound?
get his head into his chest
we'll
and
get
just
kicked
drive
off
him
of
out?
YouTube or some shit.
Oh, okay.
We just need to watch this on our own. I'm in my opinion, this is what it is. The greatest, in terms of best I've ever seen performances. He's one of the most stunning athletes I've ever seen. Cain Velasquez, like one of the most amazing
top
heavyweights
five.
of all time, if not the best of all time. He might be the best. And then Francis, out of all the guys I've ever seen fight, is the scariest of all time. He has the most
Scariest of all
potential.
time?
Yep. Most
Wow.
potential. He's only been fighting a small amount of time, and he's already in like world class competition. You have to understand, to knock out a guy like Alistair Overeem, literally like 5 years into training. That's insane. He's something uniquely special in terms of his like the shit that he had to endure working in a fucking sand mine, digging bags of sand, the kind of power that he possesses. If he just gets all those other pieces in place, in terms of like an overall physical specimen, he's one of the scariest of all time. So this is
I'm nervous.
This is an amazing fight.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like as good as it gets. If you're an MMA fan, holy shit. This is literally as good as it gets.
It just depends
not
what
uncommon.
version of Kane we get.
It's not uncommon in this sport for fast rising stars that are rising because of their beastliness and their knockout power. It's not uncommon for them to not train jiu-jitsu right, because we've seen plenty of them. You know what I mean? How crazy would it be if Ngannou actually trained jiu-jitsu right and fell in
no
love
one
with
got
it?
time for that.
You know what I mean?
Well, we don't know what he does, right? We don't know if he
Can you
does that
imagine
over
if
there.
that happened? I know it's a long
Well,
shot.
I know when he got ready for
know it's a
Stipe,
long
they say
shot.
just hit
You know what I mean? It's
bags
probably
at
not
the
going to happen.
Performance Center.
But how about if he let's
was
say,
like, fuck your treadmill.
Let's say he just went to Danaher's and just fell in love with John Danaher. They just became best friends.
That would be
And he
sick.
jumped in. Imagine how good he would
He's
be in 2
36,
years.
so that would be
You know what I
fun.
mean? With jiu-jitsu.
How old is
You could
Ngannou?
only survive on your
44.
knockout power for so long. You know what I mean?
Right.
After a while, you're going to be getting clipped
It's tough
easily.
to tell, huh?
Guys, we're killing this show by talking over each other like this. But yeah, you're 100% right.
No, what
Eddie.
I'm saying is,
Yeah.
eventually, we see it over and over again. No matter how beastly you are and how powerful you are with those punches, eventually you're going to get clipped.
Right.
You're going to go down. So eventually, you might have to switch your strategy to, instead of going out there and just trying to knock a dude out, to going out there and trying to take a dude down.
Right.
And submit this motherfucker.
Here we go,
Well,
boys.
he's so powerful.
Here we
too.
go.
If he had good wrestling skills, holy shit.
Well, you're going to find out right now.
Exactly.
This is.
What if that
But the
happened?
thing is, like with wrestlers, don't you think that you have to learn it at a really young age? Well, George St. Pierre didn't, right?
Don't strike
Jesus,
with him,
Shane.
Kane.
Oh, Kane got clipped with the left hand right
Shit.
there.
Good head.
Damn.
No boy.
Damn, look how giant he looks.
He's
Holy
so big,
shit.
dude. He's
God
so
damn.
big.
Why is Kane trying
He's
to kick
giant.
like
He's
that?
so big and so dangerous.
Shit.
Oh, he
it's
got hurt.
over.
He got hurt.
shit.
Oh, that's it.
It's
He's
over.
out. He's out. Oh,
Damn,
my
stopped
goodness.
it.
Oh, my goodness.
Damn.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
shit.
Come on, man.
Dude.
He's incredible.
Dude, he blew his ACL, MCL, LCL.
Something's wrong with his leg, or maybe not.
Dude, and Kane is one of the best of all time. That's how good Ngannou is.
Damn. He got through that block.
Dude. Yeah, he got through it in a big way.
Because
He
you
got
know
through it
what?
in a big- That's what I was saying right before the fight.
It
I'm
wouldn't
like,
have
this is
been-
the scariest guy I've ever seen.
And it wouldn't have been a surprise if Ngannou was super cautious, maybe 2 rounds of being super cautious. We wouldn't be that surprised, right?
Kane was the
But-
aggressor.
Right.
Yeah.
Chill out, bro.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
fact that he fucking threw down like this, boom, he went after.
Got hit.
Jesus
He got
Christ.
hit. And
He almost like
Where was it
forearmed.
at?
He got forearmed in the first.
that was weird.
Dude,
You know
he's
what?
already
Oh,
hurt.
he blew his knee
out.
He blew out his knee.
It was his
knee.
He didn't even get
Oh,
hit.
shit.
It was his knee.
Damn it.
He never
Oh
got hit.
no! Let's see this again.
He never got hit anywhere.
Oh shit! Jesus!
Oh shit!
Oh,
we
my
saw the fight
goodness.
differently.
Oh wow! Wow!
We
We're
missed
so
it.
off.
We
missed that.
fucking everybody missed it. We all missed
Jesus
it.
Hurt his knee.
Christ.
It's probably the end for Kane, huh? Let's be real.
Damn.
How
I
old
hate to
is
be a
Kane
Debbie
now?
Downer.
How old is Kane?
He had a
Shit.
back injury. Now he's had LCL,
I think
MCL
I
blown
think
out.
that's MCL right there. When it's bent this way, when it comes
I
this
think that's
way,
all of them.
that's MCL.
How old is he now?
I don't know, but he's a weathered whatever he is.
Shit.
Turns 37
Every
this summer.
bit.
37.
bit.
Still relatively
You
young.
could
He
only
just
go so
blew out
long.
them, but
man.
not
You just
really.
could only go so
No,
long.
not when you've been fighting that long.
You could only take so many wars. Each war is significant in your life. Like each one, took some of your life.
Yeah.
And eventually,
True, man.
that's
what's
it.
up.
You can't. You went through 5 crazy wars. That's it.
God, that's
That's
a
what's
bummer that ended that way.
Well, you know what it is, man? I think guys that are that championship caliber like Kane, their mind is so ferocious that their body is almost like a spaceship re-entering that's missing tiles. And it starts fucking shaking apart. They're so powerful in terms of their ability
just
to
like
keep
king, king,
driving.
king, king,
They just
king,
keep
king.
driving, and then the knees go, and the neck goes, and the back goes.
Yep.
And then you deal with these physical realities of the body that
But
you're
the
given.
heart's still there. The
Hey,
heart's
dude, I'm
still
right in the
the
middle of
engine's
that
still
shit.
there, but
Dude, are you
I
kidding
know.
me?
I,
It's like
I
a
was thinking
Tesla.
about that when I was saying that.
I'm
You're in
like-
the middle of that.
I'm in the middle
bring
of trying to
Tesla
come
guys.
back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I'm
love
rolling
Kane.
right now since my shoulder. It's been 6 months since my shoulder surgery. Had my bicep reattached to my shoulder. Had knee surgery about 10 months ago. That's still not 100%. Like it's still they're not red. They're still tender.
When they- the
but
guy
I'm,
who,
but I'm rolling with. I'm rolling with 130-pound blue belts and shit.
You gotta eat red
like right
meat, bro.
now. Shit, the last 3 weeks, I've been rolling with some little blue belts. That I gotta be able to have like 50 pounds on them,
Right.
and have total control,
Right.
You know, at this point, you know what I mean. I'm
So is it a win for Francis or is it a blown ACL for Kane?
Well, I mean, it definitely is a blown knee for Kane, but Francis
that
wins
training.
the fight because, like, when Francis was coming after him, and he clipped him. He definitely clipped him with that forearm behind the neck.
Did he? Or
100%.
That's a nightmare. That's a
100%.
nightmare fight for him. That's a
Look,
nightmare outcome.
100%. Because Francis
That's
is so
worst case
powerful.
outcome.
You know what
It'd be
I saw?
better if Kane got just
Yeah.
clipped and knocked
but
out.
You know what I
Francis
saw
is
there?
so-
Do you want to hear what they say?
Yeah, what do they have to say? Yeah, give me some volume.
God, look at the tits on him.
I don't hear anything.
Good job, Jamie.
There it goes.
Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you for the people in Phoenix. Thank you for the event. Thank you for ESPN. I want to dedicate this victory to my aunt who passed away on December 6th. Marie, living a rough time, 2018. But I promise you guys, I'm back. As I said before, I'm back. And you're going to see me around.
I mean, he blew his knee out, but
I told you yesterday I have some surprise for you. I hope you like it.
He did, but you
I
know,
liked it.
the way he was moving in on him, man. I mean, he really did look.
None of that
I mean,
land.
see that?
None of that land, bro.
What that forearm did. That forearm landed on the
Dude,
back
that
of his
is a
neck.
stretch.
Oh, maybe you're
That's
right.
where his shit blew
You know
out.
what? You know what? Man, I'm gonna rethink what I said. I'm gonna rethink it.
I know.
See,
know what I saw
I
there?
thought I saw his forearm clip his neck.
That's not where he blows it. Where he gets
No.
in trouble.
But do you think he
It
did hit him with
looked
that? No.
He kind of fell though before that. He
No,
Jamie,
Jay
can we
goes and then
rewind
the
that?
knee
Can we see
goes
that
and
again?
you
That's what it
fall.
is. That's what it is.
The knee gives out just on the
when he's
shim
standing.
driving in.
The thing is, he's so heavy-handed. I think you might be correct, but I do think that he connected with his neck. When a guy's this heavy-handed, hold
look,
on a second.
That
Nope,
lands
no,
on his
that was
shoulder.
nothing.
Nope, that was
That was
nothing.
Nothing here.
Nothing.
Nothing there. Look.
Nothing.
Yep, knee goes
Nothing.
out.
Knee goes
Yup,
out.
You're right. You're right.
He never got hit.
You're right. You're right. I was
Damn
wrong.
it.
I thought it hit his neck. It did not hit his neck. It hit his back. Right.
I think
It
it
hit like his
interviewed
shoulder.
Kane.
But you know
go.
what was clear there is the difference.
Hold up, here we
in
go,
strength.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Dude,
he was
he's a
throwing him
freak.
around.
He's a freak.
Francis ain't got time.
Give it up to Francis. He came in here, he did his job. I stayed. I looked
That's a
at the
defensive lineman right there. A middle linebacker, right?
the best.
Well, he's not done. See, the thing about this guy is he hasn't been fighting for very long. Even though he loses to Stipe and has that timid
Francis?
performance
No, he has
against
a lot to
Derek
go.
Lewis,
Yeah.
he has so little mileage.
What does he say about his knee? Hold on.
A little too close, a little too early. That's when he's dangerous. That's how it happened. What are you going to do?
I know it wasn't the result you're looking for. You'll take some time, but how soon might we see you back in here, Ken?
As soon as I'm all good, man, I felt super ready for this fight. Even coming in here, super calm and relaxed, ready to go. This is why this sport is so great. You never know what's going to happen.
Or it's the worst.
Very classy.
Yeah.
Kane, very classy. Never bitter.
I'm just truly sorry for this.
How weird is it? The Fox and this one.
He's not even talking about his knee.
I think he's gonna retire.
No need to apologize. I know I speak for UFC fans around the world. We are honored.
By the way, how good is John Anik?
He's the best. That
He's
suit's
amazing.
terrible. That's the best.
It's such a bummer to lose.
Suit's
that way.
wonderful. That John Anik is so good, man.
I love John.
I'm so impressed with him. Like when I work with
dude,
him,
he's the best.
He's such a good commentator.
Here's
He's
a little
so
thing
good.
for you. You remember he had the first
Let's look at this
MMA
again.
show on ESPN.
So
No.
was
MMA
this,
Live.
Let's look at this. Was this
Shoulders.
Did that land?
Maybe
Did
an
the right
uppercut.
hand land?
Uppercut
right
might have
there.
landed right there. Right there. Right
That
there
right
might have landed.
hand, uppercut might have sat him down.
The uppercut might have
high
clipped him.
high on cheese.
God damn
Hold on,
it.
here we go
It's
again.
hard to
Oh.
tell.
I
What happened?
I already said it.
That
Okay,
right
here we go.
hand.
Here we go.
So nothing.
Nothing.
Shoulder.
That's nothing.
Drive.
Right.
So far, nothing.
Drive.
Watch this
Here
right
it comes.
hand. Right.
No.
Right here.
Right
Nothing.
here.
Right here.
Boom.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Oh, uppercut.
You know what?
He
You
did
fully
flip him.
redeem yourself.
Had I redeemed myself?
Okay, let's see the.
You are
I didn't
correct.
see
You're
the
right,
fucking uppercut.
baby.
You're right.
You're
We need
right.
a different angle.
I'm
My
back,
cheese
baby.
eyes missed it.
That was a
Try it
legit.
again.
Win.
It was a
That's
legit
Right.
win.
That's a legit
And
win.
And that's why
You couldn't
Kane
see
goes,
the
I was
uppercut.
getting too close. I was just
Legit
too
win.
close.
That's the
Legit win.
uppercut.
That's why
it was
King
the
said
uppercut.
that.
He blew his knee out for sure, but it
Okay,
was the
well-
uppercut. Watch this.
Yeah, boom!
Oh, 100%.
Set him down. That set him down.
He got
Ladies
knocked
and
out
gentlemen,
blew his knee
this
out.
is what's
I didn't
important.
see no uppercut.
This is what's important.
We need a
Matt
different angle.
Taibbi has a fantastic article out right now about one of the problems with society today is that people look at the news like they look at sports. Like someone has to be right about things. You have to know everything.
Oh,
But it's a great
true.
article
So
from
true.
Matt Taibbi. This is a perfect example of 4 guys who are lifelong martial artists, and we both went both ways. I was like, "You're right,"
I know.
and then we saw it again. Like, "You're right."
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how you're supposed to look at shit.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to look
Analyze
at shit.
it. Really.
need
You
other
can't be
angles.
attached.
We need another angle.
You can't be attached.
Is that the only angle?
like
to the
certain
truth.
fights,
Yeah.
certain fights that get stopped early. Okay, TJ and Cejudo. I thought it was stopped early, but
Definitely
I've talked to
some
people that
bullshit.
say they didn't think it was stopped early.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, okay,
I'll
I'm not
listen
married
to
to
it.
it.
Yeah,
I'll watch
listen
it
to it.
again.
Listen.
He clipped him,
Right.
but I felt like when I watched it that you got to give a guy a chance to fight more. But
Especially on that-
I'll hear
yeah,
you
yeah, I
out.
agree.
In the NFL, when they review plays, they review them, and one of the most important things about reviewing a play is that you have multiple angles.
Yeah.
It's all.
Yeah.
Give me all.
It's a
they're looking
committee,
at all
too.
3 angles. They keep going back to the first angle.
Yeah.
We didn't get a good enough angle because
Right.
that right hand was like a ghost right hand. I didn't see it. You guys saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Well, you know what? I
didn't see it.
think
we need
it's
another
so
angle.
exciting when shit like that is going on, and the UFC truck is the best in the world. Like Mark Delagrate and all those dudes back there, Anthony Giordano and the whole crew. They're always moving more.
Mark Delagrate?
Yeah, it's Mark Delagrate, motherfucker. He works
He took
back
my
there.
spot.
He figures
that's
out
right.
what the replay should
Oh, I
be.
love him.
He's like, you gotta,
I didn't know
you
that.
gotta take it from the right
he's the
hand.
best.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I fucking love that dude.
He's the shit. So
it-
he does like he'll like pick the play-by-play angles. He'll pick like shit, and we'll
'Cause he
talk
knows
about
them.
fights.
Because he knows him.
Yeah.
Todd Feldman made bank off fucking Francis, by the way.
He did.
Big bank.
Damn, I'm telling you, dude, if that guy
Shout out
keeps
Todd
learning, and it seems like he had a weird spot, but you know what I really like about that weird spot that he got into?
Francis?
He was honest about it. He said, I carried over fear from my last fight. A guy who can look at himself that honestly
Plus
and
his
say,
ego. Plus his ego got out of control because he was
And he
knocking
looked-
dudes out, and then that's a good thing.
Yeah, but
I'm saying it's a good thing. Even
yeah.
he said that in an interview. Like even his ego and his
Yeah.
coaches, like he just thought he was bigger than the game.
Right.
But
And
then he
his-
got humbled, and now he fucking just knocked out Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
Before that, he murked fucking homeboy.
Yep.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Chris Blades. Hi, can't remember the name.
Yeah, he looked like he was in a different weight category.
I can't remember the
than
name.
Cain Velasquez.
He's the
based
future.
on his strength.
You know what it is? Like the future is an athlete that really, at 265 pounds, doesn't have to gain any weight, doesn't have to lose any weight. Oh, they're going to show it to us again. The future is an
Can
athlete
we talk? How
who
weird
has
is this?
endurance.
The debut of Fox, Kane gets knocked out by JDS.
Jesus
the
Christ.
debut of ESPN, he gets knocked out by Francis.
See, he took that jab right there too. Francis
he's-
clipped him with a hard jab.
You seem to be, yeah.
Dude,
Brendan,
he's so
we
fucking
understand what you're
scary.
saying.
Okay.
What,
He's
how
doing
are we
those
supposed
high
to
kicks.
react?
That's a
He's
legit
so
point.
scary.
I just want to be like, oh damn,
There
that's
it is.
crazy.
reaction.
Oh, dude, 100%.
That's
There's
so
something.
quick. Look at how
Let's-
fast Ngannou
I
is.
want to see that again. I want to see
Look
that
at how
again.
fast he is.
Back up just a wee bit. I want to
ESPN's
see that
scrambling
last.
right now to play this over and over.
Let's look at this. The exchange.
Those kicks were sweet.
See, he hits him.
Nothing.
Right there. Yeah,
No.
right there.
Fucking right,
there.
hand,
He hits
son.
him with a right uppercut.
It's a
That was-
shovel. It's a fucking shovel.
Can we get slow mo? Is that a
Yeah,
possibility?
he hits him with a right.
I mean,
and then he
it's
made the
a fucking
shush
right hand
noise.
to the face.
Dude,
Let me see that again.
super
Here it
slow
goes.
mo.
Then
And his
Kidding?
knee said, "See ya."
Try one more time.
I think his knee's okay right now.
No, hell
It's his
no.
Wait a minute.
That's why Kane didn't even address
see
the
that
knee.
again?
He goes,
That
I
angle
came in
looked
too
like he got
close
fucked
too
up.
soon.
How do you,
He's so
slow-mo
powerful.
this
Yeah,
one?
that's
Watch
right.
this. Watch this.
Slow-mo
I don't
that
know how to
shit, Jamie.
slow-mo. Joe,
From
you're
this angle,
Just play
it looks like
pause,
he beats
play
him down.
pause, play pause,
does.
play pause, play
I'm
pause.
not a direct TV guy.
Like it's a VCR in the 90s.
Yeah. This angle, it looks
Like
like
we're trying to get a
Ngannou
titty
beats
in
him
the
down.
90s.
For sure.
Ngannou.
There's a good angle for Ngannou right here.
Oh, right there.
100%.
That's it.
Shovel.
Look at that.
100%. Watch this. Watch his head move. Yep.
Boom.
Yeah, he got
and then
clipped.
he got clipped.
Jesus
and that's why Kane didn't address that.
Yeah.
He goes, I got too close too soon.
He's too. When you think about a person that might be like 40 pounds lighter than
Ariel
him,
to a cocaine party. What are you saying?
you think about a person like, he's essentially like optimized at 265. He's optimized. He's like
Yeah.
a real 265.
That's a
Is
serious.
it for 5 rounds though,
Middle
Joe? Is he
linebacker,
optimized?
Well, here's the thing, though. All he has to do is get better at that first round. And do you really think a lot of guys are going to
Here's
make
the
it into
slow
that
motion,
second or
guys.
third
See that
round?
slow motion? They just played it in slow motion.
Ah, fuck! I missed
Watch
it.
the slow motion.
This angle, it looks like he misses him.
No, he
Really?
hits him. No, he shovel.
No.
Here, watch this.
Can we-
This-
watch
this
this.
is
wrong
Watch this.
again?
Watch
Hold
this.
on, hold on,
Watch
hold
the
on.
slow motion.
This one
Oh,
looks
he
like he
clipped him there. Right
No,
there.
that
100%.
right hand is
100%.
money, dude.
100%.
That
Yeah, it
clips him.
Yeah,
That's
the
why
100%.
Kane says that.
You see his head move.
That's why
Look,
Kane
dude.
throws a single leg on the ref because he's concussed.
Yeah, dude.
He went for the single leg on the
Francis
ref.
is the scariest of all time.
You guys win.
Of all time, over Uber him, dude.
The thing about Francis is
Speed.
he's learning at this like really rapid rate. When you look at a guy that's only been doing it for how many years now? 100% training.
He's been fighting for 2
I think
weeks.
he's been fighting for like maybe 5 years.
That's
Yeah, 5 years.
I think 5 years
That's
from
the
the time he
most.
learns martial arts. His dad was some legendary street
Sandbags.
fighter.
He was doing this with sandbags.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a movie character. If he can just get over the hump that he got, look, the Stipe Miocic fight, that's what's up, man. I mean, he got to the top of the mountain.
Dude,
he's
there's a
fighting the
fight for
guy who-
DC now.
Yeah.
Revenge your boy Kane.
Hey, dude.
What's
How
up
about-
now?
You're right.
What's up now, brother?
You're right.
What's up now?
Michael Jai White could
God, I'm
play him
terrified.
right now.
How dare you?
Come
Francis?
on. Michael
It's
Jai
too
White
early,
is
man. His
huge.
story-
Michael Jai
if
White
he's
is
doing Spawn.
Michael
he's
Jai
older.
White
huge.
is huge, but
He's a big
Francis is a giant.
Francis
He's a giant.
So
Dude,
much bigger
Michael
than
He's like
Jai
a
White.
basketball player with
Michael Jai
muscles.
White is a giant.
But how
Dude,
tall?
he's
tall?
no,
How
no,
tall?
I've trained with him. He's nowhere near as big
But
as
Rocky
Francis.
was short, and he still played Rocky.
You train with who?
Right?
Michael Jai White came into boxing ring.
Oh, you
Great
trained
guy.
with
Maybe he's not as
I call
tall
him
as
Spawn. He doesn't insult
Ngannou.
him.
Maybe he's not as tall as him, but in the movies you could make him taller.
Oh, for sure.
Is
You know
Michael
what I
Jai
mean?
White
He'd be the perfect
legit
guy.
fighter?
Oh, 100%.
Fuck yeah.
Dude,
Are
I
you kidding?
watched Michael Jai White do a hopping sidekick on a bag at Legends and snap the chain. The chain broke. You remember that
but
shit?
has he ever had
Do you
any
remember
fights?
that shit?
No.
He fought Kyokushin.
What happened was
he fought some Kyokushin
Hey,
fights.
this-
He's a
this-
legit-
this-
He fought your
this is the
boy
whole
Joey
story.
Legs in Spawn.
He's
This
a
is the whole
legit,
story.
legit black belt in Kyokushin.
Yeah.
Listen, and nobody is a more critical judge of kicking technique than me.
Yeah.
He kicks perfect.
Yeah.
He
So
does
I'm-
everything. He's like 100% legit black belt.
So I'm telling Michael Jai White about
No, I know
how
he's a black belt
listen,
for sure.
Listen real quick. This is a good story. Let me finish this one.
Please hear it.
I'm telling Michael Jai White over and over. I'm trying to explain to him how bad of a motherfucker Joe is with that turning sidekick. I go, dude. I'm telling Michael Jai White all the stories there's so many stories of Joe hitting the bag in front of traditional martial artists, you know,
Joe
and
kicks
taught
everybody.
GSP.
Nobody can kick the bag like fucking Joe.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that now because it's all over YouTube.
At 50.
But before that, I was the one trying to fucking tell everybody because I'm hanging out with Joe. He's kicking the fucking
Well, that
bag.
Della Grate, when he was holding that thing and you were kicking, I was
And
like,
and everybody, GSP freaks out when Joe Rogan
Yeah.
kicks. I knew I had to film this shit.
well, you're so weird flexible. You can do the splits
Let me
right
tell.
now.
Let me
Finish
finish
the
the
story
story.
for
Let me
fuck's
finish the
sakes.
story. Let me finish the story real quick. Let me just finish.
I'm
this
just
one.
peppering. I'm
It'll be
seasoning.
really
I'm
quick.
seasoning.
So I'm
Oh,
sitting
my
there
goodness.
telling
You're adding
Michael
color.
Jai. Listen, let me just fucking go.
Yeah, please.
So I'm telling Michael Jai White all about Joe Rogan's turning sidekick. I'm blowing him the fuck up, telling him the GSP story that's on YouTube that has a million, gazillion views.
Google it,
right?
Michael.
All this shit, everybody knows about it. Now the old Taekwondo footage is coming out where he's fucking. There's a clip with Joe doing a turning sidekick, hitting a dude, and the guy drops. You know what I mean? And Joe just walks away like he's seen it, like he's done it a million times. He just, so he's become like
a
this
short
legend.
story.
So I'm telling Michael Jai White all this at Legends. And then we walk up to the bag. He goes, I got a pretty good turning sidekick too. Oh, dude,
shit.
at Legend, this is a real story.
What year is
he
this?
fucking does this? This was like 8 years ago. He fucking just
Veteran
at
Spawn.
Legends does a turning sidekick, blows the bag off the chain to the ceiling.
Damn.
Hold on a second.
After
I don't,
going 30
but
minutes
I
talking
think-
shit about
I-
Joe
you-
Rogan.
I was there for the 100% of it, but I'm pretty sure he did a hopping sidekick. I don't think he did a turning sidekick.
he did the turning sidekick. No, it
You
was
all
all about the turning
You sure?
sidekick. Yes,
It
it was
doesn't
100%.
Whatever it is, his technique
Still,
his
yeah.
technique's
He
impeccable.
broke.
Yeah.
Did he ever do
chain
any
broke.
martial arts or like?
And you know, all
I
I
hate to
can
be
think
shitty
of-
about it. Did he do like high level martial arts? Or like
He fought Kyokushin. I know he fought like real Kyokushin fights. And
And not only was I embarrassed because I just went off on Joe and he just fucking broke the
Shane,
chain.
I've never seen a
cool story, bro.
The first thing I thought was like, oh shit, Chris Riley owned the gym. I'm like, oh shit, we gotta hide the chain. So we turned it into one of those grappling bags that you fucking mount and beat the
Bob
shit
the
out of.
dummies.
But we had to get rid of the chain. And
He looks like a legit athlete. He's a giant guy. How
nice
big is
guy,
he?
telling
too.
you, man,
Really
it was
nice
like
guy.
a scene in a movie.
That's Michael Jai White.
Eddie Bravo's talking about kicking bags and shit. Michael Jai White walks up to this bag.
That's what I'm talking
He's
about.
literally the chain breaks and it
Fuck's
goes
sakes.
flying.
Did you ever see him in Spawn though?
And someone said to
Legit
me
movie.
afterwards, "Yeah, we're having a problem with that chain." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!"
It's like,
you weren't
dude, I
having a
didn't
problem
say-
with that chain.
Dude,
Got a
I
problem
didn't-
now.
Can you imagine if I would have just said, well, anyways, Joe's kick is just so amazing. Can you imagine? I shut the fuck up about you. I never brought you up ever again.
No, you can't. Not
He
around
went,
that guy.
he went ham on that bag
No.
though, huh?
Do
Not
some
around that
fucking
It was
great
incredible.
videos.
That's a real story. Dude.
Yeah,
He
man.
won
I
the
believe
first
you.
kick.
Hey,
he fucking
we
knocked
both
that
were
thing
like,
off the
what the
ceiling.
fuck?
Brendan, if
If you put that in a
Westbrook
movie, that
does
would be
MMA.
bullshit. People would get up and
Different
walk
thing.
out of the goddamn movie if you put that in a goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Look at Westbrook.
I saw him flying Spawn.
Bryan Callen, we're talking about one thing at a time, Fur.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Basketball.
if
nobody is watching this.
Westbrook is
You
such a
gotta,
freak, yeah.
most people
if
are
LeBron-
listening.
If
We
LeBron
can't show
James at
this.
18 went, you know what? Let me try and hit the mitts. He would beat up everybody.
Yeah. There's certain athletes, and this is what I'm thinking about Kane and what I'm thinking about Francis tonight. There's certain athletes that if they can get the mental game into a place where like Kane was when he was at his peak.
yeah.
It's all about like how easy is it for you? How much do you have to work for it? And how much of the reason why you're successful is because you've built up this insane work ethic. So you have phenomenal cardio and an ability to push. And can you get a guy who has that, but spectacular genetics? Like, how do you get a Michael Jordan?
And a
How do you
heart.
get a Brock
Has the
Lesnar?
heart,
How do you
yeah.
get a freak? And can you get that freak to train the way like the best train?
Like a
Right.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, can you get
Yeah,
that
and-
freak, a genetic freak who has advantages?
That's some
I
Nazi
would also,
shit right
I would also
there.
have to say there's a big difference. Like, you might be a great athlete. You may be a great athlete, but can you, when you get hit in the face, when you get knocked out, what are you like the next day at practice? How much does that get in your
That
head?
shouldn't be
And
good
I
in
think certain
practice, but-
fighters,
100%.
certain people, that doesn't deter them, and some people it would.
No, you're
Like, I talked to
100%
Charles
right.
Barkley, and I said, "Did you ever want to play football?" He goes, he's so big, and he goes, "Those guys, I played for one day," and I was like, "These guys are crazy. They bang into each other." He goes, "I didn't want to do it."
He is
Do
400
you guys
pounds.
hear
So
what
huge.
happened with
So
Bob
huge.
Costas?
Yes, where he's like, football's bad. There should be CT. They went, cool. Why don't you sit the Super Bowl out?
Yep.
His exact words were someone told him that he crossed the line.
Yeah.
Well, he is on their platform and network. Shit, that's like you shitting on the UFC.
It is
saying,
a weird
"Your CT."
thing.
The UFC would go, cool. That's your belief, and you're probably right, but we can't have you on our airwaves.
Well, there's
Beat
got to
it,
be a
nerd.
way
Can you
to say
imagine having
that.
Dana White on your show and you're like talking shit on him?
Well, listen, let me tell you something.
That would be hilarious.
Dana White is one of the first guys to tell people to stop. He's one of the first guys to tell people to stop. He told Chuck to stop. He was paying Chuck
was
to not fight. But he was
Really?
like, "Don't fight." He goes, "I'll pay you to not fight. I do not want you to fight."
Wow.
Yeah. Like, he'll tell guys that he can make millions of dollars off. No, don't fight.
Wow.
They
for
make
him.
plenty of money.
Yeah. Good for him.
I mean, there's people that want to fight, and this is where the real philosophical debate comes in. Like, if you think a guy should retire, but he doesn't think he should retire, but he's going to die someday, and so are you. Who's to tell you?
you have to save fighters
What
from
you can and
themselves.
can't do.
I
If
think
you're-
you have to save fighters from themselves.
You're right. You're right, and he's right. Everybody's right. That's the problem. It's like one of those really complicated debates where it's like, what does that mean?
Didn't you do that to Brendan?
Yes.
right?
But I love him, and I knew he was on his way out. I knew he was on his way out. And I would hope that if I was fighting and someone was close to me and knew when I was like really good, when I was doing Taekwondo tournaments, there got to a point when I was somewhere around like 20 or 21 when I realized there was no future in that. And I started dropping off. And one of the things was because I started training with other young guys, like a lot of guys who were doing kickboxing and boxing. And I realized, oh, they're doing it the way I used to do it. But I'm not doing it that way
They get
anymore.
hit and they're coming back
No,
for
no,
more.
it's that they're obsessed.
They're
They're in the
relentless
gym
with it,
all
yeah.
day. They're living it. And I realized, I was like, I'd met some young guys. One kid, this guy Dana Rosenblatt, who wound up being New England middleweight boxing champion. We did a lot of training together, He was a really
I
tough
remember
kid.
watching him fight on Tuesday Night Fights.
Yeah, he fought Vinny Pazienza twice.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
tough
a rising
motherfucker. He
star.
knocked out Terry Norris.
He was obsessed with it.
Yeah, yes, he did knock out Terry Norris. He was a legit knocked out Howard Davis Jr. too.
I
He
don't
was
know
a
any of these
legit. He was the boxing coach for American Top Team.
And you sparred with him a little bit, right?
Yes, a lot. He beat the shit out of me, dude.
Did you clip him though once?
I definitely did that, but I hit him.
I
you know,
believe it.
but the thing is, like, he let me know from sparring with him that he was way more focused on fighting than I was. And I used to think I was as focused as I used to be, and then I realized, oh, I'm not anymore. Here I am, a 20-year-old
Yeah,
guy with a
shit
bunch of
going on.
jobs, a 21-year-old guy with a bunch of jobs, and here's this kid who's, I think at the time he was like 18. He was kickboxing and boxing. And he and I talked about it. I was like, dude, you should just box. And he's like, you think? I go, yeah, your boxing is fucking awesome. Because when we would spar, that's where he would fuck me up. He would fuck me up with boxing. I'm like, dude, there's no money in kickboxing. There was no money back then. Zero.
There's still not.
But there's
yeah.
some. Glory pays. Bellator pays. You can make money. Lion Fight pays. There's plenty of guys.
Hard one.
It's hard.
That's a hard one.
It's
Boxing-
hard.
boxing
Compared
is
to
hard.
other sports,
How about
yeah,
that
you pay.
PKA? What is that, PKA?
PKA. But what I'm
With
saying
the
is back
pants?
To your
then,
point, though,
there was
you-
nothing.
But
there was
also
zero
that,
money.
You're saying that kid was super passionate about it. And that's when you
100%.
let him out.
And I was like, I got to get out of this. I'm going to get brain damage. I'm like, these young guys are going to fuck me
Would you
up.
spar with them with kicks?
Yeah, we did
With
both.
kicks?
We kickboxed and we boxed.
You ever land side kicks on his ass?
We sparred, man. I don't remember. It was like we were. I
Sure
was
you did.
21 years
Sparring,
old.
you land on
I'm sure
sorts
I
of
hit
shit.
him, but my take from it wasn't. My take from it 100% was, oh, this guy's way more focused than I am.
Yeah.
Like I had my foot out the door, and so when I saw that you had your foot out the door, I was like, shit, he's got his foot out the door.
And thank God you did.
Oh, because I saw it and I was like,
Life is so good, right?
yeah, but I saw it and I was like, dude,
Come
you
on, man.
have a
You made
real
the perfect
chance.
decision.
I was like, you have a real
Travis-
chance.
Yeah, after Travis, you
And
walked
you,
me and go, he's
you
gotta retire.
struck while the iron was hot. Boom. You
Yes.
didn't wait
you
around.
had a
just
giant
jumped on it.
golden opening. And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, you're a funny guy.
Yeah.
Like you're a fun guy to listen to. I like hanging around with you. Other people are gonna like you too. They're gonna like you on podcasts and doing stand up. You don't have to get punched in the face.
And he misses fighting every day. Look at him.
But you can't give that advice to everybody, and a lot of people got mad at me for giving that advice. I'm like, I wouldn't
I
give
had
anybody that
family
advice.
members that were mad
It was
at you.
good
And now
advice,
they're all,
right?
we love Joe.
Yeah.
Look, I
Look at
saw
you.
it and I was like, this is
Like
a fucking
fighting
hill.
is like a part of your past. You know what I mean? Like you got some other shit.
I can't
going
believe
on.
I did that.
Dude, I was like, this is a hill I'm willing to die on. I know you don't want to be doing this. No one wants to tell you don't want to be doing this.
I know, thank you. I love it. Thank you, brother.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, because instead of like losing a friend,
what's
now
weird?
I see a friend grow.
You know what is weird? I didn't at first. Like the competitor came out. I was like, fuck, Joe, man. I'm going to
know.
cut to 205. And then I was
know.
dieting, training. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
I
Sunday
knew.
night, you're
And then
I
I
knew
just
it was
first,
a risk.
then I just shot my first comedy special.
I knew it was a
you
risk.
opened and you opened.
We had a good
Life
time.
is great.
Yes.
Perfect.
I love
But
those
it-
pictures I saw
perfection.
of us, all three of us.
What
You know,
more
I've
could
never
you
told
ask for?
anybody to do that before.
I'm high and drunk. You
I've
keep
never
telling
told
us I'm
anybody
about
to do
cry. So let's move on.
Oh, yeah, he almost
No,
started
man.
crying.
It's like we love you, man.
Yeah, you almost started crying when you were going out there because I'm about to cry. I go,
Dude.
Yeah, man.
I
Just the
fucking
fact, you
comedy
just know
special's a
this.
big
Just
deal.
know this. I don't know if you miss fighting or whatever. Just know,
Not
just
that-
like.
at least.
Not
but-
even-
Oh, good. Okay.
What's crazy is I did stand
gonna
up.
say,
at the,
whatever, you
I
can
did
still
comedy.
kick those
I did
people's
stand up at the comedy
asses
store last
that you
night.
hang out with.
Drove back and
It's a
watched
good
Roy
feeling.
Nelson Crow Cop fight. I thought, how crazy is this?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I knew it. I knew you could do it because you have a pro athlete's work ethic applied to something that you really enjoy.
You might be the
which is
toughest
doing comedy.
comedian.
Not might be.
100%.
Not
No,
might
Joe's
be.
tough.
You
100%.
might bite
You
me.
might, no,
No, he's
you might-
100%
not
tough.
that
I, you know what? If you guys
100%
fought,
tough.
I'm going to be honest.
He'll
If you guys
crush me.
fought, I'd go, Brendan got a lot of size on him.
Hey,
Brendan got
look,
a lot
look
of
at me right
size
now.
on him.
I love Joe.
But-
Would we fight
me
but
too, but
I wouldn't
I'm
be
with you.
surprised if Joe Rogan landed a fucking turning sidekick.
Look at me
and
right-
fucking
listen to me,
folded
excuse me, sir.
Brendan.
Why are we-
That
why are
wouldn't
you guys
shock
doing
me
this?
If Brendan
either.
decided to fight Joe and me,
kill me.
he kills both of us.
Kill us.
But I
you
know
understand?
one thing. If it ended up on the ground, no way is Brendan going to be able to finish Joe. No way.
Really?
No way.
You don't
Impossible.
think so?
Impossible.
Hey, can I just say one thing, Joe?
You got to be worried.
Eddie,
You got to worry about Joe.
Eddie,
Of
Eddie,
course.
look at me.
I
Eddie,
would never.
Eddie,
Joe is
Eddie,
he
without saying
never talks about
awkward.
himself with
Eddie,
jiu-jitsu.
Eddie.
Never. But Joe will fuck you.
Excuse me, sir. Can I just have to say one thing? I know I have seen Brendan Schaub with some of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the
Thank you.
world.
Please put an end to this
smaller guys,
nonsense.
and I've watched him tap them every 12 seconds,
Let's
and I'll
put
tell
some
you the
money
names
on it.
afterwards.
I'll put some money on it.
And you're gonna go like
Dude,
this. You're gonna
I
go,
saw
"What?"
him. Listen, I saw Brendan 100% stall out with Cyborg and get in his guard and go to the ground with him purposefully
call it the
after he
shop
kept him on.
shutdown.
There's no way.
No,
man.
listen. I'm not dogging your
You gotta
jiu-jitsu at
stop
all.
it.
I'm not
you guys
dogging
are
your-
drunk.
I am not.
He would
I'm
crush
not.
me like a bug.
I'm just saying.
We're all
You
drunk.
stop.
You got more
He's
size
60
on him,
pounds bigger
but
than
dude,
me.
I gave him his black belt.
Here's
Trust me.
here's where I'm at, Eddie.
I know where he's
if
at
Joe could
with
tap
this
me
shit.
out right now. If we're dead serious, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Good for you.
I'm working on new material. I don't give a fuck.
We were just saying in a fantasy world.
Dude,
I don't.
let me be honest. I've never tapped anybody who's any good anywhere near as big
I've
as
watched
you.
Brendan Schaub take the
Hey.
best in the world.
It wouldn't happen. There's physical advantages that people have that
He's
are
got a lot
so
of
they're
technique.
so stunning. They're so stunning that it's creepy.
Brendan
It's
has the reach.
stunning.
Brendan has the reach. I'll give
No,
him
no,
that.
no, it's not
I'll
the
give
reach,
him
man.
that.
Eddie, when I
talking
give you a
about
name, when I tell you the name
No,
that I saw
this-
with my eyes,
he's
you're gonna
got-
go,
it's
"Oh
not
my
just
god!"
just the
You gotta
reach.
be honest.
He's a giant.
Yes, he's
Listen to me,
bigger than
man.
you. He's
There's
got
certain
weight.
people that they get a hold of you. It's confusing.
I watched
I
him
will say one thing.
destroy one
This
of the
is what
best
I'm
guys
gonna,
in the
I'm gonna be
world.
honest. He ain't got no cardio. Okay.
zero.
I don't either right now. I've
He
worked out
knows
no
that.
Eddie,
He knows that.
Eddie,
That's
Schaub
always
deadlifts
Joe's
600 pounds
problem.
for reps.
Guys, you can't talk over each other.
will
It's
right
ruthless.
now.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to give you props. I'm saying I'm going back to Brendan because I know Brendan's in fucking Colorado. He's in the fucking mountains.
Yo,
elevation.
I don't know what we're
Eddie
talking
Bravo,
about.
listen to
I
me
got a
right
new
now.
bit on
He does
SeaWorld I
those.
wanna talk
He does
about.
those. Listen to me.
I just tried new material about being a Backstreet Boy.
He
It's
puts
going
those-
really well.
He puts those yoga mats on his hips and does like 500-pound fuck thrusts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just settle
that's
down, bro.
different. That's different.
He's
Yeah,
a different
yeah.
kind of
It's
person.
different.
It's a different kind of human.
That's what I'm saying.
I know the difference
You always
between.
gas. You always gas.
I got no chance, man.
You know how many times I saw him get through a round and I wanted to give him advice on what he did wrong and he was like, "Fuck, shut up."
I can't breathe,
He's like,
man.
"I can't fucking even breathe right now, dude."
My
You got
cardio's
cardio
dog
now,
shit.
bro. You've been
I
running.
do
His
now.
hand was in
Yeah,
the
you've been
wrong
running.
spot.
That's an interesting thing. I've never done more cardio in my life.
Yeah.
I do cardio like super regularly.
Because those hills you run are no joke.
Your boys at Aerosol hooked me up. Them get there.
Hey,
sent
my
me,
cardio
Did you
sucks,
finally
too.
get one?
I'm getting
I've
Aerosol.
both
My
of my
cardio
crib.
shit.
I love them.
No, my cardio was always the worst part of my jiu-jitsu game.
But
Just
when
never-
you got somebody in the truck and you put a crotch ripper on, Joe would just rip
Strong.
through people's legs. It's a crotch ripper. It's like a banana split in
Yeah, in
wrestler's
wrestling, yeah.
guillotine.
Yeah.
But it's a little different. The legs are spread differently. Joe is
terrible
fucking
place
the
to be.
master of that motherfucker. He crushed. He
He's
crushed
strong,
with
man.
it.
But it's just
Are
an
there
awful,
any other
it's an awful
comedians who
submission
did-
because it just goes against your hips.
Are there any other comedians who like wrestled or anything like that?
Adam
Or
Hunter?
You guys just the
Adam
two.
Hunter's
Yeah,
a
Adam
really
did.
good wrestler. He's really good. He
Who
teaches.
else
Wrestled
is
in my
there?
high
this
school.
day.
We wrestled at the same high
Who
school.
else is there at the comedy
Jay
store?
Moore. Jay Moore can wrestle.
Jay Moore?
Jay Moore.
let's not get
apparently-
carried away.
No. Jay Moore can wrestle.
I've
Yeah.
wrestled around with Jay a little bit.
Well, people tell me that Jay Moore actually has coached wrestling.
Well, Jay Moore's not. No, he's not. He's all right, but
No, he's never
wrestled.
coached like
Yeah, he
kid or
coaches,
anything like
but
that?
Jay wasn't a real wrestler.
Okay.
Jay did a
But,
little
but I
wrestling.
Dan
heard.
Cook.
But I'm just being. Oh my God! Look at this crash on TV. Holy shit!
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God! Look at all these
Did
cars.
they all die?
Oh my God!
I thought walls.
Oh
didn't
my
work.
God, look at the moon. It's round, Eddie.
That's fake. This whole thing's fake. The crash,
fake.
The
Walls
moon.
don't work. Look, they don't.
The walls don't work. Oh my Jesus!
Look at this shit, dude.
Oh, look at this pile up, dude.
Look at this.
This is insane.
How fast are these guys going, you think?
202 miles an hour, sir.
that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
You
Dale
didn't watch Talladega
Earnhardt
Nights?
Jr.
He was great on the podcast. I like that
He's
guy.
a really, really, really nice guy. And talk about a guy who's had some problems with concussions. I
He's
never
had
thought about
1,000 concussions.
Who?
that. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Really? Not-
yeah,
yeah.
man.
He had to go to, like, rehab for
Look
it.
at this fucking crash, man.
They're all different crashes.
What?
What?
Yeah.
In the same day?
Oh my God!
In the same day?
Yeah, it's a race.
Global warming.
What the fuck?
Is there a
Jesus
crash every race?
Christ,
No.
man.
Mostly.
Every race.
Mostly, yeah.
There's gotta be
For
one.
Sure.
Really?
100%.
Like Daytona
Are you sure
500?
about that?
Yeah.
100%.
Do you watch?
100%.
Do you watch it?
Okay.
No, but yeah, there's crashes.
So
all
a
the
good
time.
night, you
Well,
take
let's-
the family to the raceway. A good night, 3-4 crashes.
Let's take a guess.
Right?
Sure.
That's
Let's
a good
take a
night?
guess. Let's Google it.
Shoot.
Damn.
Eddie, what's your guess?
This is
I
the
have no
Daytona
idea.
500.
What's that? What's
I-
that?
I
Do you
thought
think
they-
there's a crash
I
every
don't know.
race?
No.
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 I believe Jamie because he's from Ohio.
They don't watch.
I'm going to go with
That-
Jamie.
they wa-
I think Jamie's correct.
Like
I bet
Louisiana
most-
watches NASCAR.
I will say most
You guys are too
races
LA.
end
You
in
guys are
some
too
kind
LA.
of a crash.
You might be right.
Colorado, all that shit. It's all the same. You guys all the same.
Dude, who won it? Because I could give two fucks.
Racing is a weird thing.
Can you
man.
imagine taking your family spending
200
$200 on the race and there's no crash?
It's an average of 220 crashes per year.
It's 365
There's
days.
only
in a
like
That's
year,
not
baby.
every show. That's
30
not every
They
show.
race every day.
Yeah, there's like 30. There's like if they raced every weekend,
That's a shitload of crashes.
That's a lot of rate. That's a lot of crashes.
All
You-
right.
you're
all
pretty
right.
close.
They don't race every weekend, so
But do the main guys
They're
crash?
probably counting all the amateur races,
Jesus.
They're talking about
Christ.
the assholes in the
NASCAR.
back.
like that
Jesus
Laverne and
Christ.
Shirley style
NASCAR's the top.
demolition.
Them boys make bank though, huh? Just left turns all day.
A lot of money. A lot of
Well,
tech-
it's a
is there
weird
ever
thing.
is there racing that goes the other way? Do they ever say fuck
Ooh,
it?
good question.
Is there? Is that
It's in
is that too
Japan.
crazy?
I get a piece so hard.
Probably in some.
Well, the real racing
Baltic
is
state.
Formula One.
Correct.
That's the real
like
racing.
my boy Daniel.
Yeah, well, that's a different
Crazy,
thing.
right?
You know, I was watching there's a on YouTube. There's a video of an overlap between a GT3 car, which is like a Porsche like Brendan has, and a Formula One car. It's like, Jesus Christ, they're so much faster. You watch the GT3 car, you're like, oh, that guy's flying. And then you see the Formula One car.
do you have I want to see that. Do you have a video of
Yeah,
that?
there's a video of it. See if you get online comparison between Formula One and GT3.
You know
Yeah,
how-
GT3
you know how
is like
big-
a Porsche.
You know how big Talladega Nights the sequel would be? Oh my motherfucking god!
Great movie.
Especially if they can get Borat to jump back on board.
Are you kidding me?
Bubby.
He was amazing.
Who's better than John C. Reilly and
Amazing.
Will Ferrell when they're together? Shit,
I know.
it's fucking magic.
I don't know if that's
Yeah, it might be it. Look at that. Look at the difference. Look at this. See the one on the left and one on the right. Look at the one on the right. The one on the right's Formula One. The
Oh
one on
my
the left is
God.
GT3. It's fucking crazy the difference. See that car and then watch it. Look how much faster.
Jesus.
Oh shit!
Oh
That's-
my God.
That is real racing.
Dude,
that's
it's
why
rocket.
Europeans think Americans are goofy.
Fuck.
They
That's,
think
that's Indy.
Your margin
that's
for error.
Formula One.
Formula, yeah.
Yeah, that's Formula One. You know,
That's
I mean,
basically you're like sitting on a missile.
well, it's they're also
So
on a.
much
If you
technique.
see, it's a changing course. Like the course, the Formula One course has a lot of turns, right? I mean, give me. See if you could get a map of a
That's
Formula
right.
One.
Formula is like a crazy track when NASCAR is just a circle.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. NASCAR's like an oval,
But
right?
when people
most
say
of the time.
it-
Yeah, they do have street courses though.
Oh,
but
they do?
don't-
NASCAR
don't-
does?
Yeah, they don't usually do it though.
What is what's an average Formula? Like, pull up a famous.
I'm pulling
What's a famous Formula One race? They have a bunch, right?
it up. Sure.
I know there was a guy
Brian,
Brian,
named
you
like
know that.
Mario,
What's
Monte
what's
Carlo.
a famous Formula One race?
Monte Carlo.
Mario
A
Andretti.
famous Formula One racer or race?
know.
No,
one
race.
guy.
A race. A race.
Isn't the one in Monaco? Isn't there one in
Yeah,
Monaco?
Do you know what that one's called?
Yeah,
Grand Prix?
Monaco.
The Monaco.
It's got 17,
Formula One.
19 turns in it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. Let me see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like.
Jamie is.
Hey, let's look at that
fucking
handsome
expert in
devil.
that shit.
Great.
Beautiful man.
When am I gonna lose it? I haven't
so look at all
lost
that
it yet.
shit. Look at all those turns. God damn, those are crazy.
Jeez.
Look at the upper right hand corner, like a fish's mouth.
Hairpin.
Look at that crazy turn, like an eel face.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Look at that
So what do you
turn.
think? Like the NASCAR thing is. What do
Holy
you think?
shit.
Why don't they want all that shit? Because they want to be able to see the whole race
Yeah.
from where they're sitting.
I think
Right,
also
because here you can't see shit if you're
Yeah.
sitting.
Formula
on one
One's
end,
so
like, You just wait
expensive.
for the cars to pass by. Like this sucks. That's why there's nobody there.
But those cars are-
there's like 4 people standing. There's always, no. You want to watch a car just race? I get it. Those fucking country guys, they got it down.
That's
They
exactly
think-
right.
Meanwhile,
This way
they
we
think
can
they're
stay
intellectual.
put and watch
You're
the
only
race.
gonna get to see it's like odds. You're
Look at
only
this.
gonna That's
Let's
it.
play free tag with that flamethrower.
He's right. Are you listening
They
to
have
him?
fucking tents and shit. Have barbecues.
Yeah.
Talking about NASCAR.
You get to
Ridiculous.
see 30 seconds of car.
Formula One.
Meanwhile, the country
Did you see
guys,
this?
they're the ones that are geniuses.
This wreck happened this year in the F1 race in
that's
China.
no.
Oh, this is where the
I don't
girl
wanna
fucks
see
up.
this.
Yeah.
Whatever
Gets sky
happened?
high.
This is still.
I don't. If someone die, I don't want to
Oh.
see
She
it.
didn't die, but she
No, she broke her
fucking
neck.
was fine.
She's back though. She's pretty hot too.
She's still racing.
Hell
broke
yeah,
her
she's back
neck?
right now.
Damn.
Yeah, broke her
Maybe
neck.
she just. Maybe there was just bone spurs
there.
in there.
Oh
and
my
she,
God.
Like
She
exaggerated.
flies into the wall.
Flew into the wall.
She's young too. She's all right though.
Oh, she's only 17 and she races Formula One.
She's
Holy
not legal.
Fuck, dude. How crazy is that?
Someone got to do it.
Her parents got a sign for that shit.
For sure, go to school.
Jesus
Like, where's your senior
But Formula
year?
One is so expensive. Like just to have one
So
car.
expensive.
And
Does it?
Yeah,
Does it
you almost
cost
have to
more
be
than
born
NASCAR?
into it.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
more?
way more.
Wow. How come?
Oh, so much more.
Fucking
It's
European
like
prices.
the elite.
Because
It's
the
like
car
the
itself-
Rockefellers and the
exchange.
Rothschilds. Is that what they do?
It's like
you admit
yes.
it. Is that a,
I'll admit
Formula
nothing.
One
Eddie.
is elite. Illuminati.
Move in.
Dude, how couldn't Formula One be Illuminati? Like, how couldn't it be? It would be what if it wasn't?
I know it is.
What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't?
It's just a quick Google search. The price to run a
if
NASCAR
the
team.
Illuminati are not at Formula One races, what the fuck are
Hold
they
on a
doing?
What are you saying, Jamie?
Horse
Was
racing.
it? Hold on. Listen to Jamie here for a
Polo?
moment, please.
I just quickly Google searched an average team costs anywhere between 20 to 60 million for NASCAR.
Yeah.
For F1, it's anywhere between 200. It's around 250 million. It says.
What?
Whoa,
For a
it's
season?
expensive.
Yeah,
Just for a team to
definitely
run.
Rockefellers.
And those like Red Bull, Mercedes,
Vanderbilts.
Ferrari, Porsche, those boys make bank too. Okay, buddy,
Who?
Daniel.
What
There's
kids?
Lewis
What?
Hamilton. How about Lewis Hamilton was a mixed family? His dad would fucking work like 3 jobs just because it's so expensive as a kid to do it. He's like, I'll pay for it, but you gotta win. You gotta fucking win if I'm gonna
How
do this.
crazy is it
No, he's
that
the best racer
nobody
in the world.
knows about it, but it's there's so much money
No,
involved
America
in it?
doesn't know
Europeans
about
are
it.
crazy
America
about it.
doesn't know about
Yeah,
it.
American
but-
doesn't.
My brother does, but that's
you
about it.
need,
Guys,
you
we
need,
gotta stop talking over
I
each other.
know.
I know.
Go ahead.
Dude, there's no kids are into Formula One racing.
But they are in
unless
Europe.
you're born into like the Vanderbilt, the fucking Harrimans. You know what I mean? They don't. The masses are not into this shit.
You and I are not getting
Right?
a chance at
But is that
Formula
but
One?
that's only in America, right?
It's-
in Europe, it's very
it's
popular.
big.
The
Huge.
kids don't give a fuck about that shit in Europe.
Huge. Yeah,
The
it's
kids don't
huge
give
in
a
Europe.
fuck about
It's huge.
Kids,
It's
kids.
huge.
No, they love it. They love
No,
it.
I think
huge.
it's wrong.
Lewis Hamilton
I
grew
think
up
that's
doing
incorrect.
it. My boy Dano grew up
I think
doing
that's
it.
incorrect.
I think
in
only
Europe,
the Rockefellers are into it.
I think that's incorrect. They like it in Australia as well.
As somebody
yeah.
who grew up
Yeah.
overseas, I can promise you,
Yeah.
they
Kids.
in the Middle East.
I'm surprised your rich dad didn't
anywhere
put you in it,
Europe,
B.
My father is a Vanderbilt.
Damn,
But
okay.
but it's so popular. Ariat Senna. So Senna. Take a look at
Senna.
Senna. Look at Senna's funeral. Bring up
Damn.
Ariat
Senna?
Senna's funeral
Yeah.
in Brazil. He died. He was the best. He was the best. And take a look at how many people showed up for his funeral in Brazil. Take a look at this, please.
Yeah, it's incredible.
More or less than
Brazil.
Michael Jackson.
He was
Take
a
look at
racer.
it. Yeah, he was the
We're
best
looking at
racer.
TV like it's on him.
And he
Is it
got-
his son who races now?
I believe so. He was the greatest, and he was
Damn.
such a monk. He wouldn't even hang with
In the
girls.
US, we would
He was
never
like a
know.
matador. He only thought about racing. And
he was a beast, dude.
yeah,
Really?
and I think a
Yeah.
thing went through his. Look at that.
Damn, he
funeral.
died?
Look
Yeah.
at that funeral. Everybody
Dude,
came out.
holy
Everybody.
fuck.
It goes
There's
all the way
an
back.
amazing documentary
Look at
just
that.
called Senna. You can get it on iTunes.
Netflix?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's on Netflix.
Why is everything Netflix with you?
It
Well,
might
it's
be.
not.
I'm
on
not
Showtime.
sure. I'm not sure. But I got it off of iTunes. It's fucking incredible,
you-
man.
you
When you
don't-
see the footage
It's
of those
nuts.
guys, man, it's just like, I mean, you're living your life on these split-second
Oh, it's
decisions
nuts.
and controlling some impossibly powerful vehicle when you're going around these fucking turns and everything's happening so fast. And this guy just had this lightning precision
What a
ability
beast.
to make decisions.
He was a
Well, it's
hero.
like, it's like
He
Dale
was a hero.
Earnhardt Jr. when his pappy died. Then they fixed the car, so no one's really died since. Once
Yeah.
his dad died, they're like, we need to fix this shit.
Yeah.
And now there's all sorts of safety stuff in it.
It's that was a fascinating conversation about how many concussions that guy's had, because I never would have thought of that.
How many did he have?
A ton.
He had
I
to,
forget the
do
number.
rehab for it.
A
to
bunch of
train his
rehab,
brain.
and he had like moments where like for 6 months he was just a mess.
Andy
You know?
Stumpf, like he's had so many concussions because they would blast doors, and he would be
Mm-hmm.
the one to set the charge. And then all his friends are hanging, hiding, and he'd be like, "Where the fuck am I going to go?"
And he
bro?"
said he's had over like 200.
200 concussions.
Hey,
That can't
remember-
end well.
Got shot in the hip. Can't feel his foot from the.
Why is he staying with you right now?
Because he had he had place to stay, but I go, stay with me. What are you doing? I got
We're gonna have a fucking party.
Yeah.
When we were on the Man Show, we had a sketch that got declined. It was about an Asian NASCAR driver.
Oh, that's
that
right.
Was blowing up because he was just always wrecking and
It's hilarious.
drove the ratings up. So everybody wanted him because he would just have the best
It's not a bad
wrecks.
sketch idea.
You would have to have an Asian guy write that though. Like if Bobby Lee wrote that, it would be cool. But if we
He
wrote
was
it, it would be like
involved in
super
the most
rude.
epic
I didn't know Louis
wrecks.
C.K.
You know
was
what I mean?
playing
And people loved him.
What do we got here? We're watching golf. How dare us? Do you,
nothing
who's
worse.
ever played this shit?
Okay.
Do you ever
I've
play it?
played it. It's
How many
boring.
times?
I've played a lot.
A
Really?
handful.
A lot,
Your
buddy?
pappy plays, right?
Yeah, my
you
pad
play
plays
it because-
I
with
used
a
to play
pro.
once a year in a charity
They
event.
can't wiretap you out in the fucking golf course. You know, that's why all those rich white people, they're out there going,
It's
"Listen,
true.
I'm glad you guys agreed that
We
you
gotta
have the
take
same
the
view on
over."
politics.
It's how
though.
he controls. shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think
it's just an excuse.
Is there a one game that symbolizes more like really super rich dudes out there making deals playing a game like golf? Nothing.
No.
That's it.
They literally tell you if you
Tell us
want
about it,
to
Brian.
succeed in business, people
golf.
tell you
What
you should
happens?
learn how to play
Yeah.
golf.
Tell us how it happens.
And it's
Brian.
99% white.
He doesn't go out there playing golf with business
just
people. But
if
imagine
hypothetically, like OJ, if it,
I'll tell you,
how does it go down?
I'll tell you a real
on the
story.
golf-
I'll
on
tell
the
you a true
golf
story.
course? How does it go down?
Here's a good story for you.
Tell me about it.
So
playing
my
golf.
mother and my father, this guy comes out to play golf with my father, who was a big investment guy, and he wanted my father to invest in his company.
What year is this?
In this investment firm, whatever thing. This
What year
investment-
be?
This is
1929.
1990.
1990.
They're on a Model
And,
T.
Yep. 1990, and they go out to play golf in Greenwich, Connecticut. My mother watches him. Everybody cheats at golf, but my mother sees him kick the ball just a little bit into a better lie because he was in a taller grass, kick the ball into like shorter grass so he could get a better swing. Here's the difference. When I do that, I go, I'm kicking the ball in. He did it, but he looked around to make sure nobody was watching. My mother, Sicilian girl from New York City, just went, oh,
your
interesting.
mom's a
You tried to get, she
snitch.
goes, you tried to get away with it. Snitch.
Mom's a fucking snitch.
Snitch, bro. So watch this.
That's the
my mother goes,
takeaway.
my mother
Your
goes like
mom's a
this.
snitch.
My mother goes, wow, that guy just cheated secretly and it's a bullshit game. She goes, bad guy. She says, my father goes,
Bad
she
guy?
Goes, she goes, watch this. She goes,
What did they
don't
say about
invest in
you?
this thing. That guy's a crook. My father goes, bullshit. She goes, if you do, I'm going to divorce you. My father goes, Jesus, you're really serious. She
You're
goes, I'll
lying.
divorce you.
Well, hey, what if you were playing pool?
Check it out. Guy went to jail. Guy went to jail
Why
for
you
15
interrupting
years.
me?
That
for
guy was
fraud.
Donald Trump.
It was a huge deal. I'll tell you his name afterwards, but it's a huge.
Donald Trump.
He was a huge fucking scam artist. He was one of those guys. In the news, everything else, that whole thing, everybody who invested went
What
broke.
guy?
Don't do
You
shit
look
around
at me
Mama
like I
And
know
this
him,
guy,
bro.
yeah.
Like,
Mama
guy?
Callen's a snitch.
Why is he looking at you?
Like, you know that guy. I'm
You know
like,
that.
what-
You know that guy, bro.
What guy?
You know that. You know that guy.
Okay, so what
that's
happened?
for
So,
any
so the
game,
little
though, don't you
things, the
think?
little things in life you can pick
Well,
up on. somebody's
jiu-jitsu,
character.
perfect
that
example.
was-
Eddie, remember there was a one time where Eddie met this guy, and the guy
shit.
just started doing jiu-jitsu. Like, he was a white belt, and he called Eddie up, and he told Eddie, yeah, I got a bunch of guys on my triangle today, and I armbarred a guy, and he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like, he knew like right away, like, this guy's full of shit. Like, you
Yeah, I didn't know the moves.
bro, you didn't triangle a bunch of people and armbar people
was
on
your
your
first day.
You don't even know how to do those things.
so weird.
Like,
People
get
lie
out
in
of
the
here.
weirdest
But he
way.
knew right away. Like, Eddie, talking to him, he's like, what?
Because the only reason he started doing jujitsu is because we were. He wanted us to co-promote some kind of martial arts event, and I didn't know. If he
Would
was
we
like a
know the
legit-
martial
I
arts
didn't know if he
event?
was a legit promoter or not. He seemed really cool. He knew some people that I knew, and he wanted to do the show, and he was going to involve me in it, and it, then he came down to my school and after one class, he's telling me the next day, oh, I fucking loved it, man. I triangled a couple guys, fucking armbarred. I'm like, wait a minute, it's your first day ever?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, it was so crazy. This comes natural to me. And I thought, shit, maybe I shouldn't go into business with this
No,
guy.
exactly.
So right there, I was like, I got to back out
Yeah.
now. This motherfucker lying about jujitsu.
He'll lie about everything else.
And so there
do the
came
deal.
a time where I had to sit him down, but it was ugly.
Sit him down and kick him out of the gym.
Joe and I were ever since we were like we've known each other since we were 28, and we'd just be talking, and then like I'd say something, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, I don't know, I did, yeah, I thought whatever it might be, like I tapped him out, and then I'm like, not really, whatever we'd say. It was
Yeah,
always
we'd be like, what?
You tell a little white lie because it's convenient, and I was like, you have to walk it back. You're like, nah, it didn't happen.
It's a weird thing when people make shit up, though. Yeah, he was a kung fu champion. Traveled to Okinawa, fought everyone bare
That's
knuckle.
the worst.
There was
with fighting.
there was
a lot of those
back
guys.
when I first opened up 10th Planet. This was 2004. There was a girl that trained there, and she just started training there. She was like a CrossFit type chick. She was like buff, and she just started. She was like 6 months into it, and she starts telling me that she tapped one of my purple belts, and she's 105 pounds. I'm like, damn, what? You tap Cade? You tap Cade?
Say that.
I go,
tap Cade.
and I said, okay, because I don't want people to have a false sense of security. In jiu-jitsu, you got to know what's up. You can't, sometimes when you go with a kid You let them take an arm bar. You know what I mean? You let them when they're kids.
Yeah.
But when they're adults, if you do that to them, they're gonna actually think they really tapped you.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know. Some of them will say, "Oh, he let me. He's going light. He let me. He's going light." Some will go, "Fuck, I'm tapping these motherfuckers out, and I'm a bad motherfucker."
Yeah.
And this girl totally thought that.
Well, I remember when I first learned, man, I was a little confused. I was like, what's happening here? Am I actually tapping this person? This doesn't make any sense.
He let me.
I figured it out pretty quick.
And then the girl called me. The girl called me and said, "Hey, listen, I'm excited. I just won first place in my division and second place in absolute. Call me back. I want to tell you what's up." She was so excited. She won first place in her division and second place in absolutes. How many matches do you think she won?
2.
0.
Oh, did everybody forfeit?
2 people in
She
her
won
division.
her division because no one showed up.
Oh my
So she
God.
had
She
one
was
match,
alive,
and she had one match in absolute, and she lost.
See, I feel like
People are so
So
weird.
she won her division, and she got second in absolute.
People are so
and she
fucking weird.
was acting like she won the lottery.
There was a girl I dated. There's a girl.
It's like crying and shit.
Yeah, there's a girl I went on a date with.
Like, bitch, this ain't American Idol.
I went on a date with a girl.
You didn't find any.
So
You
fucking
lost.
weird. Some people do that. Like they'll take
I haven't
credit.
said her
I
down.
went on a date with a girl and she was weird. We went on a date and I was like, "This is weird." She was just weird, just a little zany. And then I get a call from her a year later and she goes, "Make sure you watch." It was like a show like The Practice or something. "Make sure you watch The Practice." Like, why? She goes, "Because my hands are in it and I put I push a door." I'm not kidding. And I go. I start laughing. I go, "Yeah, right." I go, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Well, my hands are, you'll see my hands and I pushed it. I'm just calling my friends, tell them, because that's like my first TV thing." And I go, "You got to get out more."
are there hand actors?
I go, "You got to get out more." She goes, "What?" I go, "You can't." I go, "You can't tell people that. You can't call people and tell them." She goes, "I got my whole family watching. What are you talking about? It's my first time on TV." I go, "It's not. It's your hands." Because I guess Glenn Close, somebody was going to push the door, but they used her hands instead because she's not going to do a close-up insert. And I go, "You can't." I go, "You can't tell people." She was just so excited. She's a good person, but I was
She get her name in the
"You
credits?"
can't tell people that. You can't tell people that because
man.
they're going to think it's weird." And some people just don't have a gauge, maybe, for how weird
It might
that
be a
sounds.
big deal to them, though. You know, like you're on all these big
You
TV
gotta
shows
know
for
that that's
her.
not a big deal.
Maybe she comes from a small town and she's like, "Look, those are my."
a huge part of success is knowing when you suck and when you're good.
But that's not a matter of sucking or gooding. It's a
No.
matter of it's not being that important a moment. But
Might
for
be
her,
important
if
for
she
her.
likes you, she thinks maybe you'd want to see her. Oh, that's my friend Alice's hands.
No, because it was we had lost
why-
talk.
Come
we had
on,
lost
man.
touch. I was in a roller
No,
coaster. She
you
was
were
calling
in a
everybody.
Maybe, or maybe she
No.
was trying to reconnect
No, I
with
was
one
number
of the more
78 on the
interesting
list,
guys.
bro. No, I was number 78. I wish that was true. I wish it was true.
Maybe she's trying to
Maybe she's
fuck
trying
Brian.
to
She called you that
reconnect
stupid
No,
excuse.
she wasn't into me. I promise
with a
you.
well-read, handsome gentleman with a real six-pack without even
and a real
flexing.
career, and she was trying to fuck.
I didn't have a real
Made
career
fun
back
of her.
then.
She likes strange, whittled-down wrists. And,
Hey, man, don't
and
say anything about my
forearms.
wrists, man. I'm sensitive about that
Something
shit, bro.
Pokey wrists and
Dude,
forearms.
remember at the beginning of this
That's what
podcast,
she's
you
into.
took your shirt off
Stupid. I got
to
carried away.
make sure you were
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
This
How
whole
old am I?
the greatest
podcast
show on
is
earth.
ridiculous.
I'm 52 and I took my shirt off and I was throwing punches.
There's no
Flexing.
difference, man. You know the difference is you're better at being a person than you were when you were 32 or
probably
22 or yeah, that's
or
all
you're
it
just
is.
stuck in your ways.
No, you're better at being a person. You're better at doing it with like the least amount of fucking stress
sense of
and
what's
more
important.
friendly.
You're better at
and
life.
What's
Yeah,
important
you're
is
better
your
at life.
friends.
But at the end of the day, you're just a person.
Yeah.
It's all the same shit.
Shredded,
You just,
but still a person.
little
Did he
bit-
have, what do
little
they
bit
call
impressive.
that? Did he have, what is that?
Obliques. Yeah, you
no,
have
no,
obliques.
there's a
Six-pack?
dick root or something.
Dick root. No, he
Is that
wasn't
what
showing
that
dick
is?
root. Yeah, he wasn't showing
No
dick
dick
root.
root?
Dick root is when guys pull their sweatpants down to right about the
Right
base
above the
of their
bush.
cock.
Right above the
at
bush.
do that?
base.
No, Dane has a couple pictures like that. I know some of his Instagram.
Couple of little pictures of the
couple
old
of
dick
actors
roots.
and comedians do that. So
There's nothing wrong with that. It's not gay.
No, but pull the shorts out a little.
Dick
It's
root.
totally normal.
It's a weird thing that it's kind of grown. I think it's going to go the way of the bell bottom personally. It doesn't
Dick
make.
root?
Yeah, I
Oh, no,
get
it's
it, bro.
out. No one shows it now. When's the last time you saw
These
it?
guys are still slinging it. They're still
The
slinging
greatest
it.
is-
at the
the
gym.
Talk
greatest
shit
is the
on Dick
game.
Root or dudes
They're still
who
wearing
don't
fucking
have
affliction
dick.
The game with
Right.
his dick. I can't believe
I don't
the
have
game
dick
showed
root.
his dick
He's
like
a
that.
fat dick.
I want to let you guys know
craziest
that
shit I've ever
I
seen.
co-opt. I mean, that's my term, dick root. I invented that shit.
But
So if it
do you
gets
have
out
dick
there
root? I
into the
don't.
lexicon,
You know, my boy Brett Ernst says that. The guy's got a good root, impressive root.
oh, that's a different thing. That's a different
He's
thing.
talking about the
that's
physical
the actual
dick.
dick itself.
He's talking about
dick
the
root is the
root, the
base,
top.
like the bottom of the tree, bro. Like where the
Oh,
leaves.
good thing
hit the
DC's
bark.
clearing that picture.
He's got a MacBook.
Oh,
He's doing
cool.
that shit from a
ESPN, thanks for
MacBook.
being clear on the right there.
Well, you know, they're Skyping them in, man. That's the difference between like ESPN from decades ago and now. People don't give a fuck. Think about how many YouTube videos that people watch that are all grainy
you're
and
right.
shit. They don't care. They want the information. They want to hear Cormier talk. What's
No,
going
I
on?
think-
You gonna
I
fight
think Brendan
Francis?
needs CNN. I think he needs good production.
You know that
I like
DC's weighing his
production,
options.
Right?
You know he's weighing
like
his
you need to
options.
see Washington Post. on
DC's
that
going to
shit.
defend his Mexican brother.
Wow.
He's
DC versus Francis would be fucking crazy.
still going
Is
with
he-
DC.
Wow, really?
I don't
Every
bet
time.
against DC unless it's against
You know
John
what?
Jones.
It's hard to bet against Ngannou. That guy.
Really?
I mean, you could tell how much stronger he was.
John
than
Jones
Kane.
would
Usually Kane throws people around, but he couldn't throw this dude
Talking
around.
about Kane from
It's a
2002.
different kind of strength.
Eddie. John would beat Francis.
Let me tell you
John
something,
Jones?
Yeah.
$5?
I bet. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, $5. Why
John
waste
is
our
on another
handshake?
level. John's on another level.
Oh,
another
yo,
another
I bet you-
level.
I bet
Oh,
technically.
you-
y'all
G.
rich now or something? Like, yeah, $5 don't mean nothing.
Who does John
to you?
fight next?
The thing about if DC fought Francis, DC would not. You know, he has more options. He's healthier than Kane is, right? He's got more options in terms of the way he moves.
40.
Also, yeah, he is. But also, he's got success at heavyweight against Stipe. He's won the Strikeforce Grand Prix. I mean, he threw Josh
knocked out
Barnett around.
Stipe.
Like, he was a fucking tank, man. He was a tank when he was in Strikeforce. And then at 205, you know, it may very well be that he fights at his best at heavyweight.
I like
It's an
him and
interesting
John at
fight.
heavyweight because DC has power
Yep,
at heavyweight.
yep,
He
yep.
doesn't cut weight.
Yep.
We've never seen John at heavyweight. I don't want to see them at light heavyweight. We've seen how
Well,
that works out. It's just not in
It
the
would be a
cards.
phenomenal fight at heavyweight.
At heavyweight,
At heavyweight,
that
it'd be
shit
phenomenal.
is ridiculous.
But this guy at heavyweight, that's the scariest one.
See, I find John scarier.
Woo!
I find John scarier.
You think it'll be like a DC avenging his brother's loss?
Oh, there it is.
You think it'll be something
That's how I
like
would
that?
set it up. But DC's going to retire in March, he says, when he turns 40. Which Dana's might shut your fucking
Listen,
mouth.
if they
Here's money.
keep
No,
coming
Dana's
with
gonna
the
be
shekels,
like, you retire when I say. So here's your money.
Pulls out
Here's
that-
John. Wait, here's Brock. Here's John. Or here's Francis.
DC
Yeah.
to me, impressive. Like just from his stature, is the most impressive fighter to ever step in the octagon in terms of what he has to work with as far as being 5'9", 5'10", maybe.
No, he's taller than that.
He's 5'11".
I think he's 5'11". He's at least 5'10".
You're out
Let's
of
say
your mind.
5'10". Let's give
Let's
him
say
5'10".
I'll give him
5'10".
5'10".
No, but
5'10".
you're right. He's below 6 feet tall.
It's crazy,
and he's a tank.
And
His
just-
shoulders are narrow.
Shoulders
He's not
are
like
narrow,
a big
no.
dude.
5'11".
and just takes and is
He's
basically
so-
undefeated
yeah.
except for John Jones. It's,
Yep.
it's astonishing.
It's
He's so
astonishing.
talented.
Jamie,
He's so good.
Jamie could find out right now.
Oh, the Google doesn't count for height and weight.
Yeah.
They don't?
I have an
Oh, no,
Instagram
no,
of
no,
him.
no,
He's
that
standing next to
counts.
him. It's so
It
weird.
doesn't
He's
matter.
here. He's
You
on
standing
here.
next
But
to
the
him.
UFC
You could have fucking
the UFC
cowboy boots
measures
on.
you.
How would
He's
he
still
know?
here.
No,
He's here.
You could
They
have.
They put Shane
No, I
Khan
didn't.
at 6'5".
You could have, you could have
I was
high
wearing
heels.
stilts.
You could wear high heels like Prince.
They put Carmen at 6'5". He's 6'2". Shane Carmen.
I'm pretty sure
like the
Cormier
NFL.
is probably the shortest heavyweight champion in the history of the sport, right?
oh, he's a
That's
Hall of
Ngannou
Famer.
right there. Look at that.
Goat.
Ngannou.
Well, that'd be
No.
racist, Eddie, and
Listen,
we'll just keep on
Ngannou
moving.
is like 10 times more muscular than that dude. Ngannou is a real
Struve.
unusual
You see
person.
Struve?
Oh shit! Snap.
It's one thing I don't give a fuck about. It's college basketball.
Yeah, I don't care either. It's
March
but it's
Madness.
weird
don't
though when you
understand
see
it.
these
It's not March,
athletes,
bro.
You don't understand it. That's
when
all
you
it
see
is.
these athletes like
understand it.
like a LeBron James, who's like a clear top of the food chain freak. When you see one of those guys, you see more of those guys in things like basketball and football. Clearly, right?
More money.
What do you mean more? You mean all of them?
All of them, right?
All
Like
of
what are the numbers? It's not all, but what do you think? I mean,
As
being
freaks?
honest. Yeah, freaks. Where
Oh
the
my
freaks
God.
go?
In the NBA? NBA
like,
has the biggest freaks.
NBA.
More than the NFL?
No, NFL.
It
Come
was,
on,
but let's
man.
just add them all. Let's go three
NBA is
together.
freaky.
Middle linebacker.
Let's go all three
Think
together.
about
How
that.
about your boy, your corn-fed fan you brought to San Diego? Who's that gigantic
Joe
gentleman?
Kloffenstein.
Okay, that gigantic gentleman is from another gene pool. I don't know. Fucking super nice guy.
He's skinny right now, dude.
He's
Yeah.
so big.
You see his legs and
That's the worst diet you've ever seen.
Football
Eats fast
players-
food every day.
Football
This is
players
a
crush
perfect
basketball
example
players.
because
Come
this
on,
is
man.
Not even close.
They're hitting each other
you go.
all day long.
Different sport.
They're tackling each other.
well, you know what I mean. There's
Basketball's a
freaks.
freak.
There's freaks in both sports. There's
all,
Herschel
all
Walker.
of them are freaks in the NBA.
Yeah.
Though. Every
Yeah.
Dudes
single
who
one of them
tackle
freaks.
you and
The Greek
go
freak
after you
is
and
7
bring you
foot.
down.
They're
as
freaks
opposed
too.
to guys that are just throwing balls.
There's some freaks
There's
in everything,
a different
right?
kind of beast right
Yeah,
there. Guys
100%.
with the ball. There's
Yeah.
nobody tackling him against a guy where there's people trying to kill you.
That's the
and
nature
drag
of the
you
sport. But
down.
as far as pure athletic ability, NBA has the biggest freaks in the world.
Wow.
Tallest guys is what you mean.
Although, like,
Just overall.
So you
tallest
have these,
guys.
you
Of
have
course
these
they're tall.
specimens,
That's it.
right? You have these
Come on,
specimens
man.
that
We're talking
stand
about
out.
Ray Lewis.
You have these specimens that stand out in almost every sport, right? And Brock Lesnar is a great example of that.
What
right?
basketball player can fuck with Ray Lewis? Name one.
And
Well,
Maybe
in what
LeBron.
aspect?
Maybe LeBron.
In what
Maybe
aspect?
and what?
And faster,
No, he's just
jump
fighting
higher.
and fighting.
No,
Like,
no,
the
no.
true-
So if you did like a
test of
decathlon,
beastliness.
hey Eddie,
We're
if
talking
you,
about beastliness.
Hold on a second.
Eddie, if you did a decathlon of all the athletes from NBA,
Man, you guys love
NFL,
basketball.
NHL, no,
I'm
no,
good.
I don't.
I'm
I'm a
good.
football guy.
good.
The NBA beats all of them.
Okay, in terms of like top of the
overall
food chain
athletically,
athletics.
yeah, like speed,
They could jump
high
higher.
jump, no, everything, agility.
Throwing.
It's basketball by
Okay,
far.
so let's just say,
Dominating another man.
but let's just say, let's
not
go
athletic.
NFL, let's go NBA, UFC. Just narrow it down to those three.
UFC's way down
Toughest
that
guys,
list.
UFC.
What are the percentages of real freaks? Like the Brock Lesnar type freaks.
In the NFL and NBA,
Who
NBA
gets
NFL.
the most? Who gets the
NFL.
most?
NFL.
And what
You
is the
gotta be a
number? Is it
freak.
like
They're all
4%
freaks.
get down to the UFC? To 10%? Is it 25%?
I'd say 2% of the
2%.
UFC's freak athletes.
Wow.
Does freak
Yeah, I would agree.
mean
And I'd say
you're a
96%
freak because you're a
NFL and
beast,
99% NBA.
Or you're a freak because you
Unusual.
can jump high.
Here's the thing- here's the thing
hugely unusual in every facet. Like you look at a LeBron James. Fill in the blank. There's a bunch of guys like
Name
Jordan.
every player. Yeah, every
Yeah,
player in the NBA.
yeah.
Look at all the fucking Golden
Yeah.
State Warriors, the Greek Freak,
Shaq.
Shaq.
Yeah.
I mean, even
Kobe
Stephon
was
Curry is
7 foot.
6'3".
Yeah.
Your height is important in basketball because they're
In
throwing the
basketball
ball
for
around.
sure. But I mean,
Allen Iverson.
I'm talking about fighting.
in football too. When you're talking about fighting, football is a way more violent encounter, and people that would like be probably better at fighting would be drawn
You'd
to
have
that.
to be more of a freak to be in that more of a violent sport. That's a violent ass sport.
Especially to be like super competitive.
Every play,
Your odds of making the
dangerous.
NFL is
every play
way higher than the
violence.
NBA.
Well, here's the other thing too.
Yes.
There's way more on the line.
Oh my God.
There's way more on the line.
What do you,
like
in regards to, in the
the
NFL?
physical punishment.
Exactly.
But that
They're
doesn't mean you're more
crushing each
athletic
other.
because you're willing to run into a wall or
No,
get punched in
it
the
doesn't,
face.
Doesn't mean that.
That's
No,
a
you're
completely
right.
separate
No,
rule.
you're right.
But we need super athletic guys to survive in this sport.
But here's the
It's
thing.
so important
In the
because
UFC,
there's death going on.
there's not enough money.
But here's the thing. What
You're right.
if
No, no,
what
I
if those
believe you.
guys
They're in
start
football.
trickling over?
They're not in the UFC.
Why would they trickle over though, Joe?
Well, because they think that they
can't
have
get
a better
education.
chance at controlling their destiny fighting than they would if they
Maybe in
think
20
they're
years.
colliding with people all the time on the football field. The thing about colliding with people is like, I really feel like certain guys, like look at Ryan Bader's last few fights. I mean, they were
You
talking
get
about
touched.
this. Yeah, they were talking about this in the Bellator broadcast. Like the guy barely got hit in like 3 fights. He won the heavyweight Grand Prix.
One punch.
Against world-class
How
competition.
much money
right?
you make?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm sure he made a shitload of money.
Football
But-
players be making like $10 million a year. So.
Right. But the thing is, like, he controlled his destiny in these encounters, which I don't think you totally can in football.
But still,
You know?
Ryan Bader, the money he makes and the longevity and all that is a fraction what an NFL or NBA player
100%.
makes.
No,
so he
you're
might
right.
be the most famous guy in the world, but there's the guy who's the third string quarterback on the San Diego Chargers who makes more money.
exactly. No, you're right. I'm 100% with you.
Third string?
Third string stuff. They only carry two in the NFL
But-
these days. It's
but-
just an exaggeration.
Wouldn't you rather be the guy who controls his own destiny? Like, the thing about, like,
No, because for every guy, sorry, Joe, to interrupt
Go
you.
ahead.
For every guy that controls his destiny, a lot of those guys are fucked over.
Because you have a pension, too, in the NFL.
Well, the thing, yeah, well,
And
that's
it
true
pays
too.
for your college
It's more money.
education.
Right.
And there's a blueprint. Pop Warner, high school,
Right.
I'm good. I get a college education.
Whoa.
I'm good. I get drafted in the NFL.
And you get UNICEF.
He made $150,000 flat, and then he made
After taxes, that's
150,000.
What do you
Knock that
think-
off a podcast?
Nothing.
Yeah, what do you think he made with his sponsors and shit? Because in Bellator, you can do the sponsors.
Let's say he made $250,000.
on top
that
of
much?
that, all told.
100 grand.
Damn.
Wow, that's about it, huh?
those guys
And
making that a month.
he's a world champion. Yeah,
He's a double champion.
yeah. He's a world champion, light heavyweight and heavyweight over
bummer.
there. That's a weird thing, right?
hate
That
that
world
commercial,
champion
that
thing.
commercials.
It's almost like no one should be able to remember they tried to do that shit with Fedor. They tried to give him the whamma. They gave him the whamma. The whamma championship.
That
Remember
was
that? They
awkward.
invented a whamma, and everybody was like, "What did you call it?"
Hey, when you were watching Crow Cop last night? I thought, are they gonna do Crow Cop Fedor? Wow. Did that run through your mind? It's Crow Cop's first fight in Bellator. I went, I bet they're gonna do set up Crow Cop Fedor.
Wow,
I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Watch the shit out
Right?
of that. I'd watch the shit out of that. If they both still, and that's where I'm at with those guys, right? Like if they still want to do it, Crow Cop obviously still
Competitive.
wants to do it.
Maybe
He
you have
still wants
Fedor
to
on
do
your
it. How old
show
is he
and you
now?
talk about a fighting. How about
Well, it'd be hard. I would really want to talk to someone. Like, it was like
You need his
doing
translator there.
Joey
All
and
that
Yoel was great because I knew Joey and I knew Yoel. Like when Joey and Yoel were together,
Yeah.
and Joey was like translating back and forth. That was great. But I would have to really know someone real well who spoke
Do you have
Russian.
any Russian friends? Any Russian spies? Callen, can you call up your dad?
Callen's got some connections.
Ru-
We're gonna meet we're gonna go to the beach and pick up a bottle with a message in it.
They say Fedor's favorite place there is Red Lobster, and his
Yeah.
favorite clothing store is Abercrombie, which I
Perfect.
find fascinating.
Likes that smell and plus them pretty faces on
You
the
like
walls.
Abercrombie?
no, not for me.
When you go to the mall, what do you look for?
Starbucks.
Tell me.
A straight
no.
Starbucks.
That hat that says
No Chipotle,
lids.
no Starbucks, gun to your head. You go into one store.
Nordstrom's.
Damn. What about Bloomingdale's?
No, bro.
They're nice too, but I said Nordstrom's, bro.
Nordstrom's, bro. Why are you acting like it's
What's
conspiratorial?
wrong? You go to Bloomingdale's, you pick up their
Bloomingdale's.
jeans. I went in there to buy my wife some jeans. I'm like, God damn it. These motherfuckers are $400 bucks.
It's not cheap.
Well,
What are you
Nordstrom's has
thinking?
higher quality clothing.
How the fuck do
I
you know
get
that?
it. I
How do you
get it.
know that?
No,
Just
they're
not
both
my shopping.
good.
But if you
And
go to Nordstrom's
you know what I
rack,
want before
does
we leave
that
this
mean
podcast?
You're less of a human?
No, it's okay.
No.
It's okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Nordstrom's
won't
rack?
talk to you.
You guys
Is
are
that
gonna
bad?
hate me for this.
What?
You know,
What?
you know what I want? I want one example, Eddie, of why we should believe the Earth is flat. That's what I
Are
want.
you kidding me?
You son of a bitch.
I want it so bad, and I am high and drunk.
I don't. We can
And
talk
you
about
guys want it
flat Earth
too.
as long as it's a joke and it's funny.
I'm
Because
cool.
if it gets angry,
Dude,
then it's not fun.
I'm not married to that.
If
It's
it's
round.
joke- if it's jokey,
I'm not married to it.
And I want you to-
Jokey.
listen,
Convince me that it's flat.
There's no way I could do that, man.
God, really? There's
It would
not
take-
one
it would take-
example?
It takes about a year and a half of like one.
Year and a half? That's too much.
Very hard. The indoctrination's so strong. You look at your son's cartoons, it's all space. I look at all my shit, all the shit my son likes. His everything is there taking space.
Star
I'm doing
Wars.
research on this
Space,
currently.
space.
I want to direct everyone to hashtag space is fake because I've been doing research
Yeah,
on
check
space
that
being
out.
fake.
Check
Is that
that
real?
out.
That's a real site?
Yeah, hashtag space is fake is something I'm investigating for my next hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for legitimately looking deep into
Dude,
people
flat
that
Earth, there's
flat
so much
earthers
material
mock
there.
them.
They're
Flat
so-
Earth is like what? Space
No,
is fake. What
no.
you dumb
You mean
motherfucker?
flat Earthers
No,
like
it's the
flat
same
earthers
thing.
walk
chill.
away
No,
from
it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong.
Is
Well,
everybody
Eddie,
that
I've
believes
got to
the flat-
think this is not
everybody-
very organized.
No, what I'm saying is
I got to think I
everybody that
couldn't have it
thinks-
all wrong.
No,
There's no way.
anybody that thinks the Earth is flat, they totally don't believe what we're taught about what's above us. So when
the
people
sun?
say space
Wait a
is
minute.
fake, they
What about the
mean-
sun?
They mean all the stuff, information we're getting. You're lying about that shit. That it's not that it doesn't exist. Of course it exists. We see it.
Right, of course.
But space is fake sounds ridiculous. Like
There's something
we're
up
looking
there.
at it and it's fake. That's ridiculous. That's
just
not what
the
it means. It
Truman
means
Show.
that all the information we got about all
We're
those
off.
lights in the sky.
Yeah. Something
they're
else?
They're lying
NASA's
to
lying?
us. They're lying to us.
Why would NASA lie?
And there's a reason,
well,
and
why
I can sit
wouldn't
here
they,
and tell you,
Bryan?
but you guys don't want to hear it.
Hold on.
wouldn't they?
So I
We'll
don't
give
want
you-
to talk
can you give
about
us the cliff notes?
the cliff notes are man.
Have you studied any kind of a?
He doesn't need to
from-
be. Let's hear just a few of it.
The goal has always been for the most powerful emperors is a one world government. They always wanted a one world government. All the Roman emperors, they try to figure out, they try to do different combinations. How about and they would fall, and a new emperor would come and go, you know what? I'm gonna fucking rule
World
the world
domination, in other words.
Aztecs.
I'm not gonna let my soldiers get married. That way we'll have a stronger army. They have different philosophies. Everyone believed different shit. But they all wanted a one world government. There's no way to have a fucking one world government. Nobody's into that shit.
Right.
Not even other rulers from small countries are like, one world government, that's going to put me out of a job. Fuck your one world government. People that don't know shit about politics don't want a one world government.
Sure.
There's no way you're going to sell a one world government. It's impossible. The only way to make a one world government work is to have the people embrace it. They have to want it because nobody wants it. So the trick is to make people want it, to embrace it. There's only one way.
I gotta pee.
There's only
Hold
one
on,
way.
Joe. This is very
You're gonna
important.
miss
I've
out
heard
on
this. I know this. I know this.
Okay. I don't know.
The
that.
only way, and they've known this forever. The Vatican knew this. The Vatican, the Pope wanted to rule the world. They all knew it, but they couldn't do it. They all knew it, but they knew one way, but there's no way how they're
What's
going to
the
pull it
one
off.
way, man?
The only way is if there was some extraterrestrial threat from up above us. That would be the only way to have everyone embrace the one world government. They all knew that for years.
But it didn't work
That's
so
the
far.
plan. They could never
It's a
make
shitty
it
plan,
work.
though.
They didn't have the technology 500 years ago. The Vatican knew about it. They wanted it. And you go to the Vatican, you see paintings of like
Have you been there?
UFOs with aliens in them. And back when I used to believe in UFOs, but before I figured out that UFOs they want us to believe in UFOs. They're preparing us for a fake alien invasion. That's always been the plan. A one world government. The only way to
freak
do
out.
it is to get us to embrace it. And the only way to embrace it is from an alien attack. Ronald Reagan talked about it many times at the UN, CFR. He talked about it because wouldn't it make, he looked at all the leaders of the nation, of the world, and said, wouldn't it make our lives easier if we just had some kind of extraterrestrial threat? He said that shit. He said that in front of the UN. Like he's trying to get everybody into
I don't think he ever said that,
believing.
but-
No, he said that many times. It's on video many
Ronald-
times.
Ronald
And
Reagan?
Ronald
Ever
Reagan.
heard of him,
and
Brian?
while-
Ever heard of
I've
while
listened to
George
a lot of
Bush
speeches.
was vice president.
Right.
He was talking about, and there's many videos of him saying, what lies before us. He's in front of the nation doing a State of the Union address, saying what lies before us is the opportunity to forge a new world order, an order. Because he's talking about like
Do you think that means the space is fake?
Yes.
No. When people ask me, why would they fake space? It's always been about a fake alien attack. You can't have a fake alien attack.
I've never heard a politician ever talk
You can't
about
have a fake alien attack
though.
without space.
But I've never heard a politician
You
talk
have to have
about
space first. So they always, who promoted space more than anybody? Who wanted
Nazis.
Who wanted
Scientists?
Nazis?
Russians.
But before the Nazis, you know who
Cavemen.
wanted space?
Aztecs.
No, the Vatican.
Mayans.
The Vatican. They have all the biggest. They have all the astronomers. They're all Jesuit Vaticans. All of them. All the ones that are giving us this information about space. They all come from the Vatican. The Vatican has the most
But the
powerful
Vatican said
telescope.
that the
You
Earth-
know what the name of the
Wait a
Vatican
minute. The
telescope
Vatican
is?
doesn't have the most powerful
Yes, they
telescope.
do. You know what its name is?
What
too,
is
S?
it called?
The most powerful telescope, the Vatican. And you know what name it is? I've
What?
done the research on YouTube.
on
I have the
YouTube.
links.
But
You know what the
I have
name
the
of
links.
this? Do you know
Isn't
what the
the biggest
name
one in
of
Chile?
this? The most powerful telescope in the world. It's in the Vatican.
What
Do
is
you know
it?
Lucifer?
Lucifer's
What?
dick balls.
Lucifer?
Lucifer's dick and balls?
I've never seen this fucking telescope.
Yeah, it's legit, dude. I think the biggest one's in Chile. I think they have to be in high
It's in
altitude.
the Vatican.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the
No,
Vatican.
You guys didn't. So when people ask me, why would they fake all this shit?
Well, I don't think that's the biggest
this
telescope,
This
Eddie.
is just a crazy theory.
It certainly is.
We're
Now,
talking
I've
a
never
theory.
heard-
Here's
It's
the thing,
funny.
these
It's a funny theory.
But Eddie, these new Chile very large array telescopes that they're creating are fucking gigantic, and they
These
take
guys
over
know.
enormous pieces of land.
Listen, I
For-
was with you.
Google
I
the
was with
very
you.
large
Listen, I was with
array.
you. It's called the Very Large Telescope. I watched the documentary with you at your house. It was like 2001, and
Yeah, I
it said
think-
in 5 years
Yeah.
There's a documentary about them putting together the Very Large Telescope in Chile, and they're talking about by the year 2005, we're going to have 3 telescopes linked with a computer to make us, we're going to see further into space than ever before. None of that shit came.
What are you talking about?
None of that shit came.
Is that up? Is the very, very large array up yet?
No,
Nope.
it's a very large telescope.
But I know they have they have them in Hawaii.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that every space documentary, all the series, I had them all, Joe had them all, we watch them all the time. I tried to remember all the shit about a neutron star and a superhypernova. I was balls deep. Me and Joe were balls deep into space. And then every now and then we'd watch this documentary after documentary. Morgan Freeman got the universe. We had all that shit. I DVR'd all that shit. Anything that said space.
Will Smith has a new one.
I thought I was better than people and shit because I knew so much about space. And every now and then I'd watch all that shit and wonder what. This is all cartoons.
Eddie, why not?
This is all cartoons. And then I go, okay, whatever. And then I keep watching. All DVDs on space are all CGI. There's nothing real. And everyone watches that. They believe it. The narration is all programming. What's above us and what we're on, we're being lied to. Once you go flat, you never go back. Listen,
this is a campaign.
Listen, they're lying to us about everything, dude.
Who is they, though?
It's not about.
Who are
it's
they,
not about
Eddie?
belief.
Eddie,
this is the one
they?
thing. This is the one thing I want to say.
Okay.
It's like it's not that we believe something ridiculous and you don't believe it. We're gullible. We're gullible. We believe some weird shit about the flat earth. We believe some weird shit. You don't believe it, you're smart. It's not about that. It's about we actually don't know what we're on, and we always say that. We don't know, but based on all the shit that we got by the mainstream, we don't believe that.
Here's what
you believe that. So it's not that we believe something crazy and you don't because you smell it, the bullshit.
But isn't there a scientific tradition?
We look at it totally different. We look at it as you believe
you use
all
this,
the shit from NASA. Hold on. And we don't believe any of that shit.
Yeah, but you use that.
We don't believe that shit.
You use that microphone, you use a cell phone, right?
It's science.
Hold on.
I believe in it.
That's science.
I believe in it.
Okay, why do you believe in that? And
because
why don't
I
you
don't
believe
need a study. I don't need to read something to verify.
But you benefit from science.
I experience
You benefit from science every day.
I know. I love
listen,
science.
So why wouldn't you believe that those?
I think we gotta cut this off. It's 10 o'clock.
Man, we gotta get out of here.
It's 10 o'clock.
Come see me in Vancouver at the Vogue Theater and in Salt Lake City at Wise Guys, March 1 and 2.
I love science too.
I love science. I don't want to fight. I want to laugh about it. I'm an idiot. I believe in flat Earth. I'm crazy. That's all you need to know.
Pasadena Ice House Fight Companion show.
Oh, shit.
Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Holler at your boy.
Miami Improv.
I only got
March 16th through 17th.
What's
in
that?
Washington, D.C., March. I'm in Miami Improv, March.
Brand new Miami Improv. It's not like the stories. Don't listen to me.
And I'm in Washington, D.C., end of March.
No
Get your tickets.
there.
T5K.com. Love you guys.
Bye, everybody. Eddie Bravo, anything?
I just dropped the new music video, Smoke Serpent. They're all gone. It's on YouTube. It's cut to What Dreams May Come. Check it out.
Bye, everybody.